All I said was, married women are the best. Next thing I know, my lifelong bachelor soul wakes up inside the body of total scum. The guy is a monster, yet somehow, he managed to marry one of the biggest pop stars around. She even gave him the sweetest little girl. But right after the wedding, he lost his job, and I just can't believe he actually blamed his wife, calling her a jinx, saying she ruined his career. What an absolute creep. The original owner of this body was a complete monster. Right now, the mother and daughter are shaking on the couch, terrified from his latest beating. When Lily, holding her daughter close, catches me staring at them, she instantly yanks Wawa tighter into her chest. Her eyes well up with tears. It is not like she never thought about grabbing Wawa and running away. But she grew up as an orphan, and every single cent in this house is controlled by that brute. The man whose skin I now wear. Seeing the pure panic on their faces, I let out a deep sigh. I am here now, might as well fix this mess. I slowly stand up and flip on the light. A soft amber glow fills the living room. I scan the absolute wreck all around me. I rub my head in shock. Then I open a window for some breeze and quietly start picking up all the empty booze bottles scattered across the floor. Lily hasn't moved an inch. She stays curled on the couch, shielding Wawa, but a flash of shock crosses her face. I don't go near them, I keep my distance. Instead, I grab a towel from the kitchen and start scrubbing the table. By the time the room is spotless, I am completely drenched in sweat. I grab fresh clothes from the bedroom and head straight into the bathroom. Lily stares at the shut door. The tight fear slowly drains from her body. She glances around the living room I just cleaned up. Her eyes widen with absolute shock. What happened to the brute she knew? Mommy, I am hungry. Oh, Wawa, sweetie, Mommy will make you some food soon. Lily softly pets Wawa's hair. She has no choice but to wait until I pass out before she dares to cook anything for herself and her little girl. Then the bathroom door creaks open. I step out. The mother and child flinch back against the old couch at the exact same time. I just shake my head. Without a single word, I walk out the front door. Lily freezes. Dread creeps into her eyes. Is he going out for more booze? Has he not drank enough tonight? She and Wawa are going to stay hungry again. Lily bites her lip hard, tears spilling down her cheeks. Mommy, please do not cry. Wawa is not even hungry, I promise. Wawa thinks her empty tummy is the reason her mom is crying. She reaches up with tiny soft hands and clumsily wipes at Lily's wet face. Lily bites down harder. The tears just fall even faster. After a long minute, she manages to speak, her gentle voice shaking terribly. Be a good girl, Wawa. Let mommy put you to bed. Once you fall asleep, your tummy won't hurt anymore. Tomorrow morning, I will get up early and cook something super yummy. Okay, mommy, stop crying. Lily hums a quiet lullaby, rocking sweet Wawa to sleep. As the little girl's eyes slowly shut, Lily thinks back over the past 2 years of her awful marriage. The pain is just too heavy to carry. She makes up her mind right there. Tomorrow, she escapes this nightmare. Freezing on the street would be far better than slowly dying next to that monster. Suddenly, the front door lock clicks. Lily snaps out of her thoughts, her entire body trembling again. She instantly covers Wawa's ears and holds her breath, just listening. I push the door open and quickly glance toward the couch. I freeze. They move to the bedroom, but they clearly haven't eaten. I stand there holding the warm takeout bags in my hands. After a quick thought, I leave the warm food on the table and step toward their bedroom. Lily's whole body goes totally stiff. She hears my footsteps getting closer. She prays I won't walk in. Then I speak up. I bought you both some hot food. Come eat if you are hungry. I will sleep in the bathroom tonight. Lily's eyes shoot open. Then she hears my steps slowly fading away. The apartment falls dead quiet again. Only Lily's shaky breathing fills the heavy silence. At some point, little Wawa opened her eyes too. She definitely heard my deep voice. She stares right at the closed bedroom door. That mean Dad did not come in to sleep tonight. Plus, it sounded like he brought them dinner. Just thinking about hot food makes her little stomach rumble all over again. She gulps hard and gazes up at her mommy with wide, hopeful eyes. Lily stares down at her daughter's begging face. Finally, she builds up the nerve to tiptoe over to the bedroom door and carefully crack it open. The rich smell of food hits her face instantly. He really did buy them dinner, but Lily does not feel relief at this sudden kindness. She just feels bone-deep terror. What on earth is he plotting? What does he want from me this time? Wawa pads over on tiny bare feet, her short legs carrying her straight to the door. She peeks through the crack and her eyes completely light up. Her mouth practically waters from the smell, but she does not step out alone. She tilts her little head and stares up at mommy, totally unblinking. Lily takes a long breath and fakes a small smile. She lifts Wawa right into her arms. Be good, Wawa. We just eat quietly, okay? Wawa bobs her little head. Of course, I can hear them through the bathroom door. I let out a heavy sigh. Then I start thinking. It wasn't until I bought groceries tonight that I realized we barely have 1,800 yen left in the household savings. I need to make money, and fast. Then it hits me like a lightning bolt. Why didn't I think of this sooner? I am in a parallel world. My pulse races. I grab my phone and start scrolling through everything I can find. Minutes later, a grin spreads across my face. This timeline is exactly as I remember. The music and entertainment scene here is totally different from where I came from. Absolute cringe tracks are dominating the very top of the music charts. I grip my phone tighter. my mind races. One classic hit after another begins surfacing in my memory, but pure exhaustion takes over. I just cannot keep my eyes open anymore, and I slowly drift to sleep. The next morning, at exactly 6 a.m., I quietly open the bathroom door and step out. The dining table and kitchen are perfectly spotless. Lily must have cleaned up after they ate last night. I stand there for a second, then slip into the bathroom to wash up. I know Lily usually waits until 8 to make breakfast, since the body's original owner never dragged himself out of bed before 10 a.m. Those two were forced to eat his scraps after he drank himself full. I sigh without thinking, then quickly finish washing up. Inside the bedroom, Lily is already awake, but she is too scared to leave. The sound of washing stops. The front door opens and shuts. Lily presses her lips together, eyes glued to the bedroom door. She wonders where I wandered off to now. She waits. Silence. She glances at Wawa, still sleeping soundly beside her, then steels her nerves and quietly slips out of bed, pushing the door open. The apartment's usual alcohol stench has almost completely faded. Fresh air drifts in through the open window. It smells perfectly clean. The whole thing feels unreal to Lily. She hasn't breathed air this pure in forever. She drifts to the window and stares out at the world beyond. Without even realizing it, she loses herself. And for the first time in what feels like forever, she suddenly remembers she is only 24 years old. Then the front door clicks again. Lily snaps back to reality. Every muscle in her body tenses. She turns around like a robot. I freeze too, totally caught off guard. I did not expect her to be up already. After washing up, I saw the empty fridge, so I ran out to buy meat, vegetables, and rice. Now the two of us just stand there frozen. This is the very first time I have truly looked at her, and she is stunning. More beautiful than any celebrity I remember from my own world. But she is way too thin. Her face is unnaturally pale, clearly malnourished. The pain, the anger, the shame, it all hits me at once. How could anyone treat her like this? I force it down. Hey, good morning. I will go start breakfast. I am the first one to break the silence. I grab the groceries and head straight into the kitchen. Lily cannot believe what she just saw and heard. He greeted me. Since when does he cook? Lily stands there quietly, watching my back as I get to work in the kitchen. A wave of deep, suffocating grief washes over her. She bites down hard on her lip. Her eyes begin to sting. What is this? Pity? A guilty conscience? Mommy. Wawa wakes up. Not finding her mom beside her, she comes running out barefoot. The exact moment she steps out, her little nose catches the smell of food cooking. She turns and stares wide-eyed at me in the kitchen. I spot her right away. I flash her a big smile, but Wawa immediately ducks behind Lily in pure fright. I rub my nose helplessly. The food is ready a short while later. I look over at the two of them, standing rigidly across the room. Go wash up. Come eat. Wawa is visibly swallowing back drool, but she refuses to budge. Lily stares at the scene in front of her, totally shaken. I had been a little hopeful, but seeing them both so heavily guarded, that hope sinks straight to the bottom. I go quiet. Another heavy sigh. You two go ahead and eat. I step into the side room and shut the door. Lily does not move. She watches my door shut. Looking down at Wawa, she sighs inwardly. Wawa, let's go eat. Out on the table sits a pot of millet porridge I made, completely golden and inviting, right alongside two side dishes and a small bowl of steamed egg custard. The second Wawa spots it, her eyes go huge. Mommy, did Daddy make this just for Wawa? Lily is momentarily lost for words. She looks at her daughter's eager face and finally gives a gentle nod. Wawa's eyes light up even brighter. She scoops up a big spoonful of custard and pops it right into her mouth. This is the very first time Daddy made me food. It is so good. Lily eats in total silence. Her heart is completely tangled and lost. Her gaze drifts over to the side room's closed door. Behind it, I am sitting at the desk. Honestly, I am totally starving, but I know they are not ready to sit at the same table as me. Not quite yet. I pull out my phone and open a major platform on this world's internet. I delete the original Soul's old account, the sad one with only a few thousand followers. Then I register a brand new profile. Out of pure habit, I tap on the trending, I scan the music chart, and my brow instantly furrows. What is this garbage? Since when do tracks like this top the charts? I know exactly what I need to do. Rummaging through the desk drawer, I yank out a few old sheets of manuscript paper, completely covered in dust from years of neglect. These belonged to Lily, back in the day. I flatten them on the desk, and my pen flies across the page, writing out guitar tabs. Back in my original world, I was a professional singer-songwriter. So honestly, this is just borrowing a bit of magic across timelines, no challenge at all. In a matter of minutes, an entirely new composition sits right in front of me. Eagerly, I dig into the dusty wardrobe and pull out a guitar. I sit back at the desk, holding the instrument close. I take a long breath, settling deep into the emotion of the track. I close my eyes, my fingers lightly brush the strings. As that acoustic melody drifts out of the closed room, Lily, who is quietly eating dinner at the table, just freezes. He plays guitar? How is that even possible? She knows for a fact that her husband has never touched a guitar. At least, the old him didn't. So what is happening? And then, cutting through the melody, my singing voice kicks in. Lily turns entirely rigid, her eyes widen in total disbelief. Even little Wawa, who was happily eating her custard, is completely captivated. She drops her small spoon and turns toward the closed door. Tilting her head, she blinks her massive round eyes. "This is the very first time I've ever heard Daddy sing," she whispers. "He sounds so gentle." Lily has never heard this track in her life, but the emotion hits her hard. The melody is so incredibly beautiful, she can barely believe it's actually coming from him. As the second verse rises, something deep inside Lily shatters. She feels totally lost all over again. Terrified of the future. Terrified of this sudden transformation she cannot explain. She is scared to death that this is just a fleeting, beautiful dream. The music stops. Wawa notices her mom is crying. Panicking, the toddler scrambles right into Lily's lap, reaching up with tiny hands to wipe the tears. "Mommy, please don't cry. Wawa will blow the pain away." The sweet kid assumes her mother must be hurting somewhere again. Wiping the wet cheeks, she tilts her little face up, gently tugging at the collar of Lily's shirt, blowing on her skin. Beneath that fabric, Lily's back is covered in terrible, fading scars. Meanwhile, I open up the app on my phone and hit record. I make sure to hide my eyes, only framing the video from the nose down. I adjust the guitar against my chest and clear my throat. This take is much more focused, highly deliberate. I play the track perfectly, all the way to the end. Once it's finished, I save the file, trimming the dead air from the front and back. Then I rip the audio track, attaching the lyrics and tabs. I instantly file for copyright registration online. Once the paperwork is fully approved, I type out a caption for the upload. Just an original song. Hope you enjoy. Likes and shares are always hugely appreciated. Upload complete. I let out a long, quiet breath. Done. Now, I just sit back and watch the response. In this timeline, this viral hit is destined to blow up. I stash the guitar in the wardrobe, then press a hand to my completely empty, intensely growling stomach. Are those two done eating out there? Man, I am starving. Rubbing my belly, I realize I can't wait anymore. I gently ease the door open just a crack, peering out like a burglar. I'm just in time to see Lily carrying Wawa away from the dining table. Her eyes are super red, like she's been weeping. She spots me right away. Freezing for a second, she quickly rushes Wawa back into the master bedroom. I let out a massive sigh of relief. Pushing the door wide open, I head straight for the table. Finally, food. They actually saved some for me. A tiny spark of warmth stirs in my chest. I grab the bowl of millet porridge, shoveling it down in huge, hungry bites. I polish off every single plate, wash up the dishes, and then start wandering aimlessly around the apartment. I study the layout. 2 bedrooms, 1 living space, barely 50 square meters. They bought it together after tying the knot. Everything in the flat was set up back in those early days. Now, the whole place just looks worn out and totally exhausted. Shaking my head, I drop onto the faded sofa. I honestly cannot fathom what it was like for Lily, raising a toddler in this cramped environment. 2 whole years barely ever stepping out of the apartment. It must have felt like rotting inside a prison cell. Look, I know I can't fix everything overnight. So, I curl up on the cushions, doom scrolling my phone. I'm desperately Googling how to hold a broken family together. Finding ways to make a sad little kid smile, learning how to actually be a decent dad. The online parenting advice is absolute chaos. I'm still scratching my head when that bedroom door suddenly creaks open. I glance up, and a tiny head peeks around the frame. Wawa tilts her head, quietly studying me with those massive round eyes. Those bright, shining pupils are packed with absolute innocence so pure they instantly melt my heart. But her little face is way too gaunt, exactly like her mother's. If she just had a bit more weight on her, she'd be ridiculously adorable. Before I took over, this mother and daughter survived on scraps, sometimes just leftovers tainted with the old guy's alcohol. Little Wawa couldn't even stomach those. The previous owner of this body refused to give them a dime. They basically starved. Now, looking at this sweet little girl, a warm smile naturally spreads across my face. But before I can even speak, Wawa lets out a terrified squeak, and she slams the door and vanishes. I hear Lily inside, softly comforting her. My smile drops. I rub my nose, feeling totally clueless. The morning drags on. By noon, I toss my phone aside. Time to cook lunch. Suddenly, the bedroom door swings open. Lily steps out, face entirely blank, hauling a pile of laundry, as if I am entirely invisible. She marches straight toward the bathroom, but I can easily see how her whole body tenses the second she leaves the room. She is washing clothes. Then it clicks. The dirty clothes I took off yesterday are still inside the washing machine. I rush toward the bathroom. Lily panics instantly. She never expected me to be in the house. Normally, the previous guy would be out drinking with buddies by now. She hears my heavy footsteps getting closer, and her terror skyrockets. She is visibly shaking. Hey, I tell her. My dirty clothes are still in that washer. Do you mind if I grab them? Lily, already leaning down to open the door, jumps at my voice. She trips backward against the wall. Careful, I blurt out before thinking. It takes Lily a second to realize I was genuinely asking for permission. She dodges my gaze, completely unable to look at me. Okay, go ahead. I clench both fists by my sides. My fingers are actually shaking. Pure fury and deep sorrow flood my vision. I just caught a clear glimpse of the dark purple bruises running down the back of Lily's neck. I reach inside and yank my clothes from the drum. I do not look at her again. I will make lunch soon. Remember to wake Wawa for food. Wait, she is asleep. Then just wake her when it is ready. Lily cowers back even further. She looks absolutely terrified. I know my being here is only making things worse. Feeling helpless, I rub my nose, snatch my laundry, and quickly make my way out to the balcony to hang it all up, then walk straight into the kitchen. Back in the bathroom behind me, Lily stands totally frozen, holding her clothes. It is not until the sizzling sounds and cooking smells drift out from the kitchen that she finally snaps out of it. Trembling, she shoves her laundry into the washing machine, though her eyes keep darting over toward the kitchen doorway. What exactly is wrong with him today? Lily mindlessly taps her own nose, then goes rigid. When did she ever learn that habit? She waits in front of the washer, listening to the drum spin, her mind an absolute chaotic mess she cannot unravel. By the time the wash cycle finishes and she is hanging things on the balcony, I am still busy cooking in the kitchen. Wawa wakes up all by herself before Lily even calls her. Two tiny fists rub her sleepy eyes. Then she spots me working in the kitchen. A sudden spark lights up those massive, beautiful eyes. She toddles over and rests her weight against the wooden door frame, staring curiously at my back. Lily finishes hanging up the wet clothes and turns around, only to stumble upon this exact scene waiting for her. Me cooking away in the kitchen. Something deep inside, Lily shatters. She turns away sharply, pressing her spine flat against the wall. She buries her face in both hands and slowly slides down to the floor. Silent tears fall. This moment, this normal, peaceful sight was once something she could only dream about. Once again, I do not sit at the table with them. I leave the food out and sneak out the front door. When Lily hears it shut, she frantically wipes the tears from her face and stands. She grabs Wawa and carries her to the table. The wild emotions swirling inside her are impossible to describe. She has no clue what she is feeling anymore. Lunch tastes just as incredible as breakfast did. Wawa happily devours her steamed egg, but the peaceful lunch is totally ruined by the sudden click of the front door. Both of them look up on instinct. I step inside holding a massive shopping bag. Wawa instantly flinches and scoots closer to Lily. The tiny spoon from her food is still in her mouth. Her massive eyes track my every move. I stare firmly down. I do not dare look at the two of them, visibly terrified. I drop the bag onto the couch. I bought you some healing ointment. Please make sure you apply it. And I grabbed a little something for Wawa too. I have no idea if she will like it, but I saw other kids playing with one, so she deserves one too. Lily stays quiet. I pause, then speak up. I know you doubt me, but I must say this. I am done drinking, and I will never hurt either of you again. You and Wawa do not need to live in fear inside your own house. She is too young. This toxic environment is just terrible for her. I force it all out in one single breath. The crushing weight sitting on my chest finally lifts a tiny bit. Without waiting for Lily to reply, I quietly slip away to the side bedroom. Lily stares until I am gone. She watches the heavy door click shut. Now, she is even more lost for words. In just one single day, dealing with this bizarre, impossible change in the monster she always feared, she still cannot drop her defenses down. Back in the side room, I am an absolute wreck. My eyes are bloodshot. I obviously cried outside, too. If I could choose, I never would have transmigrated into this life. Never known this pain, especially not seeing the awful scars all over Lily's body. My chest feels like caving in. I cannot understand how someone could carry such hatred toward the ones closest to them. They left some food out for me again, but when I step out, I see the bag I brought home, sitting right there on the coffee table, completely untouched. I press my lips tight, letting out a sigh. I sit and eat in silence. Then the main bedroom door slowly opens. Wawa peeks out, staring at me with quiet curiosity. I quickly flash her a warm smile. This time, she doesn't run away. Something inside my chest loosens. This little girl has a way of healing the heaviest of hearts. I gently set down my chopsticks. Pouring every ounce of gentleness I have into it, I call out softly, "Wah, wah." My voice makes her give a tiny, startled shiver, but she doesn't retreat. Instead, she glances back into the dark bedroom. Then, as if she finally found the courage she needed, her eyes meet mine again. A soft, tiny voice escapes her lips. "Daddy." The second I hear that word, a shiver runs straight through me, and my eyes well up instantly. It is easily the most beautiful word I have heard since I transmigrated into this world. Wawa tilts her little head, studying me with pure curiosity. Just a grown man who is somehow laughing and crying all at once. I give a hard nod and stand up. Reaching into the bag, I pull out the doll. I hold it up and give it a gentle little wave in her direction. Something stirs behind Wawa's huge eyes. She looks at the new toy, then glances back toward the bedroom. After a long, quiet moment, she finally shuffles her feet toward me. My heart hammers like a bass drum. I am absolutely terrified of making a move that might scare off this little girl who took so long to get close. She reaches my side. She tilts her tiny face up and takes a giant sniff. Then a bright smile breaks across her face. Daddy doesn't smell bad anymore. Is the doll pretty? Her tiny hands reach out, wanting to grab it, but fear holds her back. She just stares up at me with those big, bright eyes. I get it immediately. I slowly crouch down until we are perfectly eye to eye. I gently place the doll right into her hands. Wawa finally accepts it. Her tiny fingers stroke the toy's dress, and her eyes curve into happy little crescents. Watching her joy, my emotions are impossible to untangle, especially when I look closer at her thin little face. The clothes she is wearing have been washed so many times the color is gone, clearly several sizes too small. My chest stings like a needle just pushed straight through my heart. She is only 3 years old. I clench my jaw. I blink the tears away fast and force a bright smile. I sit in silence, just watching her play. In this exact moment, nothing else exists in my world. Meanwhile, tucked away in the main bedroom, Lily is already in tears, listening to the sweet sound of her daughter's bright, bell-like laughter drifting in from the living room. Before long, Wawa starts getting tired. She hugs the doll tightly, shoots a glance at me, still grinning like a fool, and bolts back into the bedroom. What I don't realize yet is that in one single night, my new song went completely viral. By 10 p.m. that same evening, my video skyrocketed to number 5 on the trending charts. And right at that moment, someone knocks on the office door of Shay Lee, head of operations at the streaming platform's headquarters. A frantic technician bursts in, clutching a tablet, sweating bullets. "Director Lee, we have a serious situation. A random video just hit number 5 on the trending feed in under 2 hours. Why the panic? Which mega influencer is it this time?" It is not an influencer. It is a brand new account registered just today, with zero algorithmic push behind it. The entire video is literally just a song. The second those words land, Shay's whole expression flips. She quickly pulls up the trending page, and her eyes go wide. The track has already climbed up to number 4. Let me see what this viral song actually sounds like. A moment later, Shay goes dead silent. It is the most beautiful piece of music she has ever heard. She instantly clicks the creator profile. The username simply reads Bovan. She turns to Leo Lu. "Boost this video right now. I want this at number 1 on the platform by tomorrow morning." Leo gives a hard nod. He knew he made the right call bringing this straight to her. After Leo leaves, Shay listens to the track once more, her fingers tapping lightly on the desk. After a quiet second, she grabs her phone and shoots me a private message. But I have zero clue. I am already up at 5 a.m., washed up and out the door for a morning run. This new body is in way worse shape than I thought. I am gasping within minutes. Stop and go. Stop and go. It takes me a full hour to limp through 5 kilometers. By the time I get back, it is 7:30. I push the front door open and walk straight into Lily. She just finished washing up. Stray water droplets cling to the soft hair at her forehead. She physically startles at the sight of me. I pause, feeling pretty awkward. Wawa is still asleep. Go keep an eye on her. I will shower and come make some breakfast. Anything specific you want to eat? No, nothing. Whatever you make is totally fine. I will go check on her. And just like that, she vanishes into the bedroom like she is fleeing the scene. I stare at the closed door, giving a helpless shrug. After my shower, I am absolutely starving. On top of that, this body's deep alcohol cravings are kicking in hard. I keep chugging hot water while I cook, just trying to push through the urge. That is when Wawa wakes up. She is clutching the doll I gave her. She leans softly against the kitchen door frame, just watching me. I spin around, and right there she is. A huge smile instantly hits my face. "Wawa, what do you want for breakfast?" "Daddy is cooking today." Wawa tilts her head, thinking hard for a moment. "Steamed egg. I love steamed egg." "All right, steamed egg it is." I answer with all my warmth and reach out to ruffle her hair, but quickly pull my hand back. "Do not rush it. Take things slow." Wawa is finally starting to let me in. That alone gives me hope. My mood lifts so high that even my cravings and hunger completely melt away. I set breakfast on the table and head back to the side room as usual, letting them eat first. But this time, I clearly hear laughter drifting in from the living room. I lie down and grab my phone, which I had left on silent. I want to see how that video is performing. The second I unlock it, I completely freeze. How many alerts is that? I swallow hard and tap my creator profile. The next second, over 1 million followers stares back at me. I blink, my heart pounding. I tap the clip. Over 2 million likes, and nearly 1 million comments. The smile on my face is absolutely uncontrollable. One single track and I went viral overnight. The entire comment section is begging for more content. Then comes the moment of truth. I open the creator dashboard. The massive number on the screen splits my face wide open. 320,000 yuan. No ads, pure traffic, and I made 320,000 yuan in a single day. I can finally breathe. Money will not be tight anymore. Just yesterday, everything I owned in this world amounted to barely 1,000 yuan. Every single grocery run had to be perfectly calculated. I waste absolutely zero time transferring those earnings right into my bank account. Once my girls finish their breakfast, I step out and clear the dishes left on the table. After washing up the plates, I grab my phone and head outside. This rundown apartment complex was bought super cheap back in the day. Lily dreamed of moving somewhere better, but the guy who had this body before me burned every last cent of their savings. He even sold Lily's phone to buy booze. I walk right out of the complex and head straight for the big shopping mall stored inside his memories. The second I step inside, I spot a tech store from a major domestic brand. A young saleswoman spots me. Her eyes light up and she rushes right over. "Hey there, looking to buy a new smartphone?" I nod and scan the bright display case, pointing. "Let me see that one. Great taste, sir. This is our latest model. It even supports direct satellite calls. We carry SIM cards too. Is this device for you? I shake my head firmly. No, it is a gift for my wife. The saleswoman blinks. A quick flash of disappointment totally crosses her face. She is probably thinking, all the good ones are taken. But she keeps that bright smile perfectly professional. Your wife is super lucky. For the SIM card though, she would need to show up in person with her ID. Fair enough. I had no idea it required identity verification. Just box up the phone for me. I tap to pay and hustle out. I still have a ton of shopping left to do. No time to waste. Meanwhile, back at the apartment while I was gone, Lily scrubbed the whole place from top to bottom. She sits on the sofa, staring out the open window. That stale alcohol smell is totally gone. The fresh air feels amazing. She quietly watches Wawa, playing happily on the floor. The corner of Lily's mouth actually lifts without her noticing. Normal days like this, they finally feel like something truly worth living for. Suddenly, the lock clicks. That sound yanks Lily right out of her thoughts. Wawa quickly scrambles to her feet and burrows into Lily's arms, tightly clutching her doll. But from outside comes a sound that neither of them expected. Mixed right in with my voice. Slow down. Careful. Do not scratch the paint. Tip it upright and push it inside. Lily grabs Wawa and backs toward the bedroom, though her eyes cannot stop drifting toward the front door. The very next second, I appear in the doorway right alongside a delivery guy. The two of us are hauling a gorgeous cream-colored cloud sofa. I catch Lily's eye and my face instantly lights up. Hey, could you pour some hot water for the movers so they can catch their breath? Lily, who has not spoken to a stranger in months, is completely flustered, but she nods. Okay, I will get it right now. My huge smile grows wider. I am totally drenched in sweat but full of pure energy. Alongside the delivery crew, we haul in the fresh sofa and drag out the old one, then the big television, then the refrigerator, and then the potted plants. With each new piece we carry inside, the apartment completely transforms. It feels like a totally different place. I end up selling the old furniture as a bundle for 800 yuan. Lily watches with a tiny pang. Those items were old, but they still worked perfectly. 800 yuan feels like almost nothing. But what she is really wondering is exactly where I got all this cash. By her math, we should barely have enough left over to even buy basic groceries. After sending the tired movers off, I step back into our living room carrying a massive bag, looking around with total quiet satisfaction. Now, this finally feels like a real home. I wipe the dripping sweat from my face. I set the heavy bag on our brand new coffee table and sink into the incredibly soft sofa. In the kitchen doorway, the mother and daughter are still standing there completely frozen. Wawa nervously clings to Lily's leg exactly like a curious little koala, her head swiveling left and right, soaking everything in. I squint back with total satisfaction. I actually feel proud of myself. I reach into the bag, pull out a huge pink toy, and set it on the coffee table. My eyes stay glued to Wawa. Just as I hoped, her gaze snaps right to it. I wave her over with one hand, eyes full of warmth. Come here, come see what Daddy brought you. But Wawa doesn't run over right away. She tilts her face up toward Lily first. Only after Lily gives a tiny, silent nod does Wawa finally step forward, one careful step at a time. I tear open the packaging. It is a princess dollhouse, and the inside is a total mess. Pieces are scattered all over the place. Does Wawa want to help Daddy decorate the little princess house? Her eyes go completely bright. She inches forward until she is standing right at my knee. I smile softly, grab the tiny princess doll, and put on the absolute most helpless voice I can manage. The little princess is not dressed yet. Daddy has absolutely no idea how to put clothes on a princess, so I need Wawa to do it. I hold the doll out toward her as I talk. Wawa blinks her big eyes at me. Very slowly, she raises one tiny hand, reaching out until her fingers brush against the toy in my palm. I keep my smile steady and carefully place the doll right into her palm. My large hand wraps completely around her tiny one. The second I feel how small and soft it is, my smile grows wider. I grab a pink dress with my other hand. Please help the little princess get dressed. Can Wawa teach Daddy how to do it? Wawa feels the warm grip of my hand around hers. She looks at the doll. She checks my totally helpless expression and just laughs. Daddy is so silly. Wawa will teach you. Her bright little teeth peek out as she giggles, leaning right against my leg. She uses her clumsy, determined little fingers to pull the tiny dress onto the doll. I start laughing right along with her. I follow her every instruction with pure humility, finally learning how to dress a princess doll. In this exact moment, this cramped apartment is completely flooded with light. Lily leans against the door frame watching us quietly, her eyes slowly welling up with tears. But the two of us do not get to play for very long. I glance up and catch Lily standing there, completely lost in thought. That faded light blue shirt she is wearing suddenly hits me like a physical slap. My eyes narrow sharply. A dark realization strikes me. Those are matching mother and daughter outfits. Lily secretly bought them for Wawa's second birthday, behind the original Soul's back, and he beat her for it. Her phone was sold to punish her. The memory hits me like a brick wall. I go completely dead silent. Then I lurch to my feet, clap a hand over my mouth, and stumble straight into the bathroom, retching violently. I finally understand what it feels like when a person with a soul relives another man's pure cruelty right through their own eyes. The rising rage and disgust are absolutely unbearable. My sudden sick noises terrify the mother and daughter. Lily jolts and bolts to the sofa, frantically scooping Wawa up into her arms. Wawa burrows as deep into Lily's chest as she possibly can. She is absolutely terrified that the daddy throwing up in the bathroom will burst out and hurt them exactly the way he used to. After a long, heavy moment, I drag myself out of the bathroom, my eyes completely bloodshot. Seeing Lily and Wawa looking so frightened makes me feel even sicker. My stomach is still churning, but I force my way through it. I am so sorry. I did not mean to scare you. I just felt sick for a second. The hard truth is, every time I remember I am trapped inside this monster's body, it literally feels like 1,000 venomous insects crawling all over my skin. Seeing that raw fear still lingering in their eyes, I let out a heavy sigh and just walk quietly into the kitchen. Wawa probably has not had enough playtime yet. Keep her company for a bit. I will handle making lunch. Lily studies the side of my face very carefully. So familiar, yet so incredibly strange. She finally gives a small nod. She carries Wawa back over to the sofa. Wawa peeks out cautiously, and when she sees I am still her same gentle daddy, a warm smile slowly returns to her little face. By the time lunch is finally ready, the rich smell drifts all through the living room. But Lily just watches me set the hot food on the table and disappear back into the side room without saying a single word. Her lips part slightly, but she has absolutely nothing to say. During the meal, Wawa holds her spoon in her mouth and furrows her tiny brow. Mommy, why does Daddy not eat with us anymore? Lily is slowly chewing a small piece of stir-fried pork, her absolute favorite dish. Because the original soul could not handle spicy food, she has not tasted this in a very long time. At her daughter's sad question, she glances toward the side room, looks back, and suddenly she smiles. A beautiful smile like spring blossoms opening up. That is because Daddy and Mommy are not quite ready yet. Wawa does not understand. Her tiny brow furrows even deeper. Inside the side room, I am just staring blankly at the wall. I keep telling myself this was not my fault. But no matter what I tell myself, the original soul's sick actions are now permanently part of my story. Later on, with no better options, I grab my phone and scroll endlessly just to distract myself. My video is still sitting right at the top of the trending list. The comments are all demanding new music from me. Just then, I hear the quiet sound of dishes being washed. I put down my smartphone and step out. They have left food on the table for me to eat. Lily is standing at the kitchen sink. Wawa is on the sofa, happily playing with her brand new toys. When she sees me come out, she isn't as terrified anymore. I smile, reaching over to softly pat her head. Then, my eyes shift toward the kitchen. Lily steps out, freezing the second she catches me watching her. Her hands instinctively grip the bottom of her shirt. Watching her cower like that makes me frown. I sigh heavily inside. It was exactly this gentle, quiet nature that the old me felt so free to abuse her. That thought makes my expression soften right away. I grab the smartphone I just bought and place it on the table. Looking at Lily, I keep my voice soft. I got you a phone. See if you like it. There are a few things we need to talk about. Can you come sit down? Lily has been staring at the floor. At my words, her head snaps up. The very first thing she meets is my calm, steady gaze. Then she notices the brand new phone box sitting there. She hesitates. Finally, she whispers a soft okay and slowly walks over to take a seat. What did you want to discuss? Her voice is a fragile whisper. You'd have to lean close just to hear it. But I say nothing. Instead, I grab the box, open it myself, and pull out the pale blue device. I set it up fast, then hand it straight over to Lily. This is yours. You will have to get a SIM card yourself. I have already saved my number inside. If I am not around, just call me. I keep talking, pulling a thick stack of cash from my pocket to set right in front of her. Money I just withdrew. Take Wawa out later today if you are free. Staying cooped up indoors isn't healthy for either of you. Buy whatever you need, especially clothes. Both of your outfits are way too small now. And open a bank account. Carrying paper money isn't safe. I just keep rattling off instructions, spilling everything that has been on my mind. But Lily just stares up at me, quietly listening to me ramble. Her eyes slowly start to water. I realize she hasn't even touched the phone yet. I rub my nose awkwardly. You don't like it? I thought the blue was pretty, and it is the newest model. If you hate it, we can exchange it. But Lily just holds my gaze for a long, heavy second. No, I like it, thank you. Her voice is incredibly faint, catching deep in her throat, shaking at the edges. Right then, our eyes lock. I glance away first, feeling awkward, but deep down I let out a massive breath. Good, no need to thank me. Anyway, I am eating. I stand up, practically marching to the table and digging into my food. Lily is definitely wondering where this cash came from, but she does not ask. She simply picks up the shiny smartphone and examines it. Wawa wanders over to see what is going on. She stares with total curiosity at the gadget in her mother's hands. Lily reaches out, softly stroking her daughter's hair. The two of them inspect the screen together. Once I finish my meal, I am sweating and desperate for a shower, but they are hanging out in the living room. Feeling too awkward to interrupt, I retreat to the side bedroom until 5 in the afternoon, right when the brutal heat outside finally breaks. Lily hesitates on the couch for a second, then scoops the cash off the table and leads Wawa out the front door. It has been ages since the little girl went outside. She loves exploring, but Mommy never took her. Daddy never allowed it either. So today, she is absolutely bursting with joy. Wawa tightly grips her tiny doll in one hand and her mother's fingers in the other, skipping joyfully down the street, those massive round eyes darting around in total awe. Every single thing outside is magical to her. Lily, however, walks with stiff anxiety, her pace speeding up without her even noticing. She watches pedestrians stroll by, feeling a heavy, unexplainable sense of shame, especially when she looks down at the faded, tight clothes she and Wawa have on. She feels like strangers are staring at her a second too long. The shopping center is close by. She remembers it being 2 streets away, but as she arrives, it looks completely different from her memories. Just 2 years later, and the place feels more upscale than ever. The second she steps inside, she spots a mobile shop. There is a network service counter in the back. Lily hesitates, then guides Wawa through the doors. The store is packed with customers. Staff members are rushing everywhere. Lily freezes in the middle, totally lost on what to do. She has avoided talking to strangers for so long. Thankfully, a friendly saleswoman notices her and strolls over. She gently pats Wawa's head, flashing a welcoming smile. What an adorable kid. Hi, are you looking to buy a phone? Hearing the sweet compliment about Wawa, Lily's nervous face finally breaks into a smile. I need to get a SIM card activated. Is that possible right now? The saleswoman keeps beaming, gently guiding Lily toward the main register as she speaks. Absolutely, right this way. We have a few data plans available. May I ask what brand of phone you are using? If it is one of ours, you get a solid discount on the plan. That magic word instantly catches Lily's attention. She quickly pulls out her new device and holds it up. Does this one count? I think it is your brand. It was just purchased this morning. The saleswoman stops, taking a much closer look at Lily. They only sold 2 of that exact flagship model all day. And now, someone. The clerk sees her registering a SIM card and instantly remembers me, the guy from this morning. She pieces it together. This woman and little girl are my wife and daughter. But they look so frail, swimming in oversized clothes. She probably thought I didn't look like a guy who would neglect his family. The saleswoman can't quite figure it out, but she stays perfectly professional. Holding a bright smile, she bursts out. So the man from this morning, that was your husband? You are incredibly lucky. This is our latest smartphone. It gets you a special plan. Top up 100. Get 100 back, plus 600 free calling minutes. The clerk is practically buzzing. My wife gets swept up in the daze. She pays, activates the card, and wanders out of the mobile shop, still half asleep, with that cheerful pitch echoing in her mind. But what really sticks? The clerk calling me a good man. Lily almost wanted to snap back. If he is so great, you can have him. After buying the phone, Lily heads to open a bank account. She deposits every penny she holds. Minus the SIM card, she has 4,900 yuan left. I had given her exactly 5,000. Stepping out of the bank, phone in one hand, debit card in the other, she stares up at the towering skyscrapers. And for the first time in years, she feels awake. She could just run. She could grab Wawa and vanish. She could use this cash to get a job, provide for our daughter, and live freely. She could finally chase her old dreams. The sheer possibility of pure freedom stops her dead in her tracks. She freezes there for a long minute until a tiny voice cuts through. Mommy, can Wawa have some ice cream? Lily snaps back to reality. Wawa is gripping her hand tightly, big round eyes locked onto the ice cream parlor down the block. The kid is practically drooling. Lily laughs. A genuine, bright, beautiful laugh. Yes, but only one, or your little tummy will ache. Wawa loves mommy so much. Meanwhile, back at our apartment, realizing they had finally left the house, I jump into a long, glorious shower. I have zero clue that the woman out there was actually considering never coming back. Toweling off, I start prepping dinner for us. 2 meat dishes, 2 veggie sides, and a main course. Tonight, I want to make noodle soup, but without knowing when they will return, I hold off on boiling the broth. I just get the fresh noodles cut and resting on the board. Then I crash on the couch, scrolling through some online parenting tips. What do you do when your kid refuses to eat? Yell at them? Absolutely not. I keep scrolling. Honestly, Wawa eats perfectly fine. That is not even an issue for us. Besides, she is so adorable. I would never lay a finger on her if my life depended on it. I read articles until my eyelids grow heavy. Yawning, I glance at the clock. 7 p.m. Where on earth are they? I sit straight up in a panic. Did something happen? I jump to my feet, throw on my shoes, and grab the door handle, when suddenly the door swings open. There they are. A cool evening breeze sweeps inside with them. I freeze in my tracks. Lily is humming a sweet, quiet melody. Her footsteps are light and relaxed. The gentle curve of her smile tells me she is in a fantastic mood, just glowing. She is holding a bunch of shopping bags. Wawa is gripping Lily's sleeve with one hand, while the other tightly hugs the stuffed doll I bought her. But what really stuns me, they are both wearing brand new clothes that fit perfectly. 2 pairs of bright, beautiful eyes blink up at me the second they step into the hallway. Then Wawa leans forward, absolutely precious, and excitedly calls out, "Daddy!" My daughter is thrilled, buzzing from her big adventure and showing off her new outfit. Hearing that one simple word from her lips touches my heart more than I can express. My voice actually shakes as I reply. Dropping to one knee, I ruffle her hair, then lift her into my arms and carry her inside. Daddy is making you noodles tonight, with 2 eggs on top. How does that sound? Yay, I love eggs. I love Daddy the most. Back in the doorway, Lily just stands there in the breeze, completely stunned. Wawa had just pledged her absolute loyalty to Mommy at the ice cream parlor. That was barely an hour ago. Wawa doesn't have to wait long. The hot egg noodles are ready fast. I place the steaming bowl right in front of her, giving her tiny nose a playful tap. Out of pure habit, I start walking back to my separate room. I barely turn my back before a tiny fist grabs the hem of my shirt. Daddy, can you eat with Wawa? Hearing that sweet, gentle voice, I let us turn around to meet those massive hopeful eyes. I pause, nervously glancing at Lily, sitting right beside her. My wife says nothing. She doesn't even look up, acting like she never heard our daughter at all, just quietly eating her noodles. I am honestly speechless. This is incredibly awkward. What exactly does her silence mean? I take one careful step forward. Okay, I will stay and eat with Wawa. I grab the seat next to her. She pats the wooden chair with pure delight. I march back to the kitchen and carry out my own bowl, feeling pretty tense. I finally sit down right next to her. Mommy on the left, Daddy on the right. Our little girl right in the middle, sitting between both parents for the absolute first time. That glowing smile on her face never fades. She digs into her dinner with serious enthusiasm, happily polishing off every single noodle in her little bowl. Lily actually has to stop her from grabbing seconds, terrified she might eat until her tummy bursts. Only then does Wawa finally cave. But after dinner, her sweet wish to have both of us play dollhouse together doesn't come true. Ultimately, it is just me keeping her company on the floor. Lily retreats to the main bedroom all by herself after dinner. I totally get it, though. Just letting me sit at the dining table with them must have taken a truly massive amount of courage. I try putting myself in her shoes. If I were her, after surviving all that trauma, trying to share a roof peacefully with the monster who caused all that pain, I simply could not do it. Actually, scratch that. If it were me, there wouldn't even be a body left to find. I stay right beside Wawa until 9 at night. She is so exhausted, her tiny head keeps drooping, yet she stubbornly fights off sleep. During this time, I also spot a detail that bothers me deeply. Wawa is 3 years old, yet she still cannot take off her own shoes. At 3, most kids are starting preschool. I fully realize this stems entirely from the shattered environment she grew up in. It cannot be fixed overnight, but watching it still physically aches. Right then, Lily steps out of the bedroom. She does not utter a single word. She just stands there, quietly observing the two of us playing on the sofa. The silent command in her eyes is crystal clear. I catch on instantly. I scoop Wawa off the cushions and gently press a soft kiss to her cheek. Wawa, I murmur gently, keeping my eyes warm. Time for bed. Daddy will play with you again tomorrow. Okay. Wawa's heavy eyelids flutter open just a tiny bit. She stares up at me, then glances over at Lily. Then she suddenly buries her tiny face deep in my neck. Wawa wants to sleep with Daddy tonight. Her sweet words catch me completely off guard. Lily's stoic expression flickers. The living room goes dead quiet. I look over at Lily with the most innocent face I can possibly manage. This was entirely Wawa's brilliant idea. I had absolutely nothing to do with it. Lily quietly clenches her fist. I can practically hear her thinking, ungrateful little thing. Years of raising her, and she switches sides in 2 days. Ultimately, Wawa gets her way. Lily gives her a quick wash, and my daughter burrows happily into my warm blanket. She wraps herself around my neck like a tiny koala bear, and absolutely refuses to let go. I let her. This is the first time I have ever put a toddler to sleep. I recall those parenting blogs about bedtime routines, so I whisper a gentle bedtime story. It really does not take long. Wawa is perfectly content. She slowly drifts into a deep, peaceful slumber. By the next morning, she is still completely out cold. I get up early as usual, easing the bedroom door open without a sound, and step right into the living room. I am getting ready for my daily morning run. Then I freeze. I almost cannot believe what I am seeing. I rub my tired eyes. The healing ointment I left on the coffee table is completely gone. A slow, comforting warmth rises in my chest. A knowing smile stretches across my face. I head out the front door in a genuinely fantastic mood. Morning run, quick shower, cooking breakfast. All of it takes just over 2 hours. After eating, there is one final task left on my list. Wake my beautiful daughter up. Wawa stirs slightly at the sound of my voice. She rubs her drowsy eyes, and the very moment she spots me, a sweet, sleepy grin slowly blooms across her little face. She reaches out both chubby arms, giving me the universal toddler signal for pick-me-up. I scoop her up gently right away. I help her into those fresh new clothes from yesterday, then carry her out to the bathroom sink. I have watched plenty of YouTube videos about caring for small children. But theory is purely theory. Now that I am actively doing it, I realize how brutally hard it really is. She is so delicate. I am terrified to use any real strength. Honestly, the whole process is clumsy and deeply awkward, especially doing her hair. I am completely out of my depth here. After a long struggle, the absolute best I can manage is a lopsided, crooked little ponytail. Daddy is a big dummy. Wawa playfully pouts at her messy reflection in the bathroom mirror and mocks me shamelessly. I give her little nose a playful pinch. Wawa dissolves into breathless giggles and reaches right up to pinch my nose back. Lily strolls out of the bedroom to find this chaotic scene. She does not say a single word. She quietly heads straight into the kitchen and brings out our breakfast. She probably does not even notice that the edges of her mouth have already, without her even realizing it, turned up just slightly. After a simple breakfast together, all three of us eating, I do not hand Wawa back to Lily. Instead, I carry her to the sofa, returning to the dollhouse. Except this time, while playing, I casually start slipping in simple numbers, 1 through 10. Ever since I first noticed the gaps in her early development, I quietly put together a mental plan. Build her learning skills through everyday play. Starting with numbers, then working up to essential life skills. It will not happen overnight, but Wawa is incredibly sharp. She always has been. Sharp. Nobody ever actually taught her. That is all. With just a little gentle nudging from me, she picks things up so fast. And I have also noticed, ever since Lily came back from our outing yesterday, something about her seems genuinely different. There is a brightness in her that was not there before. That is a great sign. It eases something heavy inside me. Lily sits nearby, downloading apps on her brand new phone while quietly watching the two of us interact. She definitely notices what I am doing, the way I am teaching Wawa without making it feel like a lesson. She watches us without letting on, and something incredibly small, and a sudden sweetness stirs inside her. She always wanted this, but honestly, in our old life, just surviving was tough enough. How could she ever find the peace to be the mother she dreamed of? Slowly, she pulls her eyes away and looks down at her new phone screen. This latest model flies. Apps download in a blink, and before she even knows it, everything is fully installed. The second she logs into her messaging app, a flood of unread notifications immediately pops up. It's Coco, the young assistant who worked by her side for 2 years. Lily keeps a tiny contact list, so these messages stretch back to the days right after our wedding, going non-stop until just last week. Out of all of those texts, most just check in on her. She never had the chance to reply before. Scrolling through them now, a genuine warmth washes over her. She types back instantly. I'm so sorry, Coco. I couldn't respond earlier, but I'm doing great now. Don't worry. Barely 2 seconds after hitting send, a reply shoots back. Lily, you finally answered. I totally thought you got hitched and ghosted me for good. You have no idea. Ever since you stepped away, the wild gossip going around the agency got completely out of hand. Especially that awful Lisa Lue. She's been an absolute nightmare for 2 years. Constantly trash talks about you to anyone listening. Says you deserved it. It makes me so mad. Reading Coco's messages, Lily presses her lips together in silence. Honestly, Lisa wasn't entirely wrong. Lily knows she made her own choices. Back when they shared the same agency, Lily always stayed a step ahead. It makes total sense that once my wife left, Lisa took her shot. But Lily absolutely refuses to engage with that drama. Instead, she just types, "How have you been, Coco? Is life treating you alright?" "I'm doing fine, Lily. Don't worry about me. I just really miss you. Are you ever coming back?" Lily pauses. A sudden flicker of longing flashes across her eyes. Would she ever return to the spotlight? She glances over at me, then down at Wawa. After a beat, that longing fades. She types, "Probably not, but if you miss me, let's grab a coffee soon." Meanwhile, miles away inside the towering Tian Entertainment building, a girl barely over 5 feet tall drops a massive piece of camera gear from her shoulder and starts frantically typing on her screen until a vicious voice slices right through her excitement. "Jiao Coco, are you slacking off? Get back to work. You still think you're some famous pop star's personal assistant? If you hate the job, quit." The nasty voice belongs to a woman with sharp, cunning features, her chin tilted up, and narrow eyes dripping with contempt. "What are you staring at? Get that heavy gear into the recording studio. If you delay my studio session, can you afford the penalty?" Coco quietly rolls her eyes at the diva, heaves the heavy gear back onto her shoulder, and marches toward the studio. "Lily, I'm free this Saturday. Text me if you're around." Reading that sweet message, my wife finally smiles. She scrolls down, finds absolutely nothing else new, and jumps over to her social media feed. Her last update is from 2 years ago. The big announcement that she was quitting the entertainment industry. What used to be hundreds of thousands of adoring followers has shrunk to just a few thousand. But among those remaining accounts, there are still some true, loyal fans. They actively leave kind messages for her, just checking in. Lily mindlessly scrolls the trending page, mostly cheap entertainment gossip, when a few posts grab her attention. They're all discussing the same viral music video, a heavenly track, sung by a completely mysterious singer. One video, one single night, over 1 million new followers. Bovin, who is he really? A deep dive into the track everyone's currently obsessed with. Naturally curious, Lily taps on one of the posts. The screen cuts to a video, and a familiar guitar melody starts playing. Our living room goes dead silent. The only sound is my acoustic track filling all 3 of our ears. I quickly turn my head away. So awkward. Wawa blinks her massive eyes, tumbles right into Lily's arms, and stares at the phone screen. Lily sits there completely frozen. That voice, that exact melody, wasn't that the tune drifting from my bedroom a few nights ago? It clicks for her. I was recording that viral video. Wawa breaks the silence first, pointing a tiny finger at the screen. She looks right up at Lily. "That's Daddy. Daddy's in the phone. Lily strokes her head. That's right. That's Daddy. Now Lily finally understands where my sudden money came from. Millions of likes. Of course it pays well. She turns to look at me. Staring at the sharp lines of my profile, her gaze holds something totally unreadable. Little Wawa, perfectly satisfied with Mommy's answer, launches herself straight back into my arms, bursting with joy. Her two little hands firmly cup my face. Her bright eyes are completely lit up. Daddy has such a gentle singing voice. Wawa wants to sing, too. Both chubby hands are still pressing tight against my cheeks. My guard completely melts. I bring up both hands and cup her little face the exact same way. Does Wawa like singing? Her eyes curve into happy little crescents. Yes, she answers without a second of hesitation. Her smile blazes even brighter. Perfect, I tell her. Then Daddy will teach Wawa to sing. Once you learn, we'll put you in the phone, too. Deal? Wawa nods furiously, then plants a huge, enthusiastic kiss right on my cheek. That tiny reward hits me like I beam. Wawa's wide, admiring eyes light me up instantly. I bolt into the side room and hurry back out, holding the guitar. I settle it in my lap and quickly tune the strings. I turn around, finding both Lily and Wawa staring at me without blinking. My cheeks turn unexpectedly red. I clear my throat and strum lightly. Today, Daddy is going to write a brand new song just for Wawa. Daddy will sing it all the way through first so Wawa can hear it. Then, Daddy sings one line and Wawa sings it right back. Sound good? Wawa nods eagerly, her little face glowing with anticipation. This new song is called Courage Explosion. With that, I pluck the strings. A lively, bouncy melody fills up our small living room. Wawa's natural sense of rhythm is surprisingly spot on. Her tiny body starts swaying perfectly to the beat. I honestly cannot help but sway right along with her, just moving together in perfect sync. Lily's guarded expression slowly softens. A very quiet smile works its way onto her face. Without even realizing it, she starts nodding to the rhythm. For the very first time, all three of us are lost together in total joy. In this fleeting moment, our tiny apartment just feels so bright. When the song ends, Wawa balls up her tiny fist, thrusting it forward like a little champion. I set my guitar down, mirror her exact motion, and then reach out, tapping her gently on the tip of her nose. Wawa throws herself right into my arms. Both of her small arms wrap tight around my neck. Daddy, I love this. Please don't ever go back to how you were before. Her tiny, soft voice just settles deep into me. My mouth falls open a little bit. Tears well up. I pull her close, burying my face in her tiny shoulder. Daddy will never act like that again. My voice sounds rough, but it's steady. Lily cannot see my face, but she is already crying and she is smiling. She knows those awful days are gone. They are never coming back. I'm the first one to pull myself together. I put the guitar aside and settle Wawa right onto my lap. Wawa, it is time to learn the song. I'll sing it. Then you copy me line by line. Okay? Okay. Wawa agrees without a second thought. What happens next is a proper music lesson between us. The living room echoes with our happy voices for the whole morning. Seeing the two of us completely absorbed, Lily quietly slips right into the kitchen to make lunch, though her cooking definitely isn't as good as mine. At the dining table, Wawa loudly announces to us that she wants Daddy cooking every single meal from now on. Lily immediately shoots Wawa this deeply offended look. Deep down, I know she is totally indignant. This ungrateful little creature. 2 short days and she is already completely won over. The warmth of this just feels right. This is exactly what a real family should feel like. Wawa learns fast. In just 3 short days, she can sing Courage Explosion perfectly all the way through. Following her very enthusiastic insistence, I film a quick video of her and upload it to the platform. In the clip, Wawa wears a pink princess dress, a big bow tied in her hair, her tiny body swaying with the music. She's just impossibly cute. I can't stop grinning the entire time I am filming her. Pure unfiltered pride. Lily, watching closely from the sidelines, catches a quick glimpse of my face. She nearly chokes trying hard not to laugh out loud. She's never seen me make this face before. Over these last 3 days, thanks to my new attitude, things between Lily and me have noticeably thawed out. At the very least, she actually initiates small conversations with me all on her own. No one could have predicted that Boven's second upload would be a simple children's song, original as always, and still just as beautiful. Over at the platform's main headquarters, Leo Luwu spots the clip instantly. After watching the whole thing, he doesn't even hesitate. Maximum algorithm boost, no questions asked. An adorable kid, a great song. Leo is absolutely beaming. His massive smile stretches from ear to ear. Our trending list completely explodes again. The wild storm from my first track hasn't even fully settled, and now Courage Explosion is already sweeping the internet. This time, the viral momentum is even faster. Within a single afternoon, our likes hit 5 million. The comment section is completely overflowing. By that evening, I honestly have to silence my phone all over again. I sit on the sofa holding Wawa, endlessly scrolling through the fresh comments without stopping, because every single message is absolute gold. I genuinely cannot put the phone down tonight. The top voted comment simply reads, "If I had a daughter like her, I would personally clear every troublemaker within 50 miles. The very next morning, bright and early Saturday, I've just finished my morning run, wiping sweat from my forehead as I push open our front door. And I walk straight into Lily, just stepping out of the bathroom, wearing that brand new slip dress she bought. She's clearly just showered, casually drying her hair, her soft cheeks flushed pink from all the warm air. Our eyes lock. A random line of poetry surfaces in my mind. Unbidden, totally natural, and perfectly unadorned. A delicate lotus rising from clear spring water. It fits her absolutely perfectly in this exact moment. Lily suddenly notices me staring at her like a complete fool. She instinctively pulls her neckline shut. Warm color floods her face. Even the tips of her ears go bright red. We have been married for over 2 years, and yet somehow, this feels like the very first flutter of something brand new. Morning. Lily forces herself to stay calm and quietly greets me. She is already walking much faster toward the bedroom as she says it. I reply simply. Lily stays silent and practically bolts back into her room. I just smile helplessly. Shaking those wandering thoughts from my head, I hum my way into the bathroom, shower, cook, and wake them up the usual routine. When I push open the bedroom door, Wawa is still out cold. Her mouth hangs open, sprawled across the bed like a tiny starfish. Thanks to a few days of real food and proper rest, her cheeks finally have some color to them. She is still much too thin, but the difference is clear. I sit on the edge of the mattress, watching her, then I lean down and gently pinch her little nose. Wawa, time to wake up and eat. She pouts in her sleep and slowly cracks one eye open. The second she spots me, the corners of her mouth turn up. She stretches out her short little arms and lazily wraps them around my neck. Daddy, she murmurs, soft and sweet. I smile, lifting her up and carrying her out of the room. I set her down on the little stool by the sink. For the past 2 days, Wawa has been washing her own face and brushing her teeth. I stand close by to steady her, squeezing out toothpaste and handing her the towel. Wawa learns fast. Barely 2 days of practice, and she is a pro. Right then, Lily steps out of the bedroom, her long hair twisted up into a neat little bun on top of her head. Seeing her styled like this gives me an unexpected jolt. I give a quiet nod of approval. Now this is exactly how being in your 20s should look. She is still too skinny, though. If she put on some weight, she would look amazing. Lily feels a sudden rush of nerves. Her cheeks turn faintly pink. It is the very first time she has dressed up like this at home. She honestly has no idea if it works or not. She peeks over at me, occupied with Wawa, and silently takes a seat at the table. She hopes she looks casual, thinking, his eyes definitely lit up earlier, so it must be fine. Wait, why do I even care what he thinks? Lily puffs out her cheeks in silent frustration. Her chopsticks poke aimlessly at her bowl. She feels annoyed at herself. Right at that exact moment, I sit down with a squeaky clean Wawa in my lap. She happily sings out, "Mommy," and grabs her tiny spoon, scooping up some golden millet porridge. Then Lily speaks up. "Do you want to head out with us today?" I look over from my bowl, totally caught off guard. Lily gives a tiny nod, avoiding my gaze, though her ears are glowing red. "Sure," I reply without a second thought. Outside, I quickly flag down a cab. We are heading straight to Yida Plaza downtown. Lily has plans to catch up with her old assistant, Coco Zhao, at a boba spot. The only reason I snagged an invite is because Coco really wanted to see Wawa, and my daughter has been glued to my hip lately, totally inseparable. So, I am mostly just tagging along as Wawa's +1. After 2 long years, she is finally seeing Lily again. Coco can hardly hold in her excitement. She shows up early, drinks already on the table, keeping her eyes glued right to the front door. Coco worked with Lily for 1.5 years. They were basically like sisters. Lily always treated her well, but then Lily got involved with the old me, and Coco never understood it. What did she possibly see in a guy like that? It made 0 sense. She tried to talk Lily out of it, but Lily had already made up her mind. She was absolutely stubborn. Coco is still deep in these thoughts when she suddenly spots a very familiar silhouette by the doorway, holding hands with a little kid who is basically bouncing off the walls. Her eyes light up. She jumps to her feet and waves frantically. "Lily, over here." Lily hears her name and looks up to see Coco waving. A huge smile takes over her face. Coco hasn't changed one bit. She is still as bright and bubbly as ever. When they finally meet, both pairs of eyes are welling up, not just from pure joy, but something deeper. 2 friends who really missed each other for a long time. Face to face at last. Neither of them can keep it together. Coco studies Lily closely, her eyes turning even more red. Grabbing Lily's hand, her lips start to tremble. "Lily, you look so skinny. Did that guy treat you badly? Where is he? I will handle him myself." Lily just presses her lips together. She takes a seat with Coco and settles Wawa right beside her. "Coco, do not worry. He treats me well now. What about you? How is work going since I left?" "I am fine, Lily. You have no idea how much I missed you." They chat for a while, trading stories, until Coco finally turns all her attention toward Wawa. She has been sitting quietly next to Lily this entire time, a perfectly well-behaved angel. Since Coco was so caught up talking with Lily, she didn't really look at the kid. Now that she does, her eyes widen. She looks exactly like Lily, cut from the very same mold, especially those bright, giant eyes. You fall in love the second you see her. So, wait, this is Wawa? She is your literal twin. She is incredibly adorable. Coco says all this as she slides out of her chair. She crouches right in front of Wawa and gently cups her tiny face. Then, her brow furrows. The kid is just as thin as Lily. Coco's anger flares up fast. She is convinced the old me treated Lily and the kid like total garbage. The more Coco stews, the angrier she gets. She wants to confront me immediately. She looks over at Lily. Hey, didn't you say he was joining us? Where is he? Lily can literally feel Coco's hostility toward me rolling off her. She doesn't quite know how to respond. She forces a stiff, awkward smile. Wawa wanted ice cream, so he went to stand in line for her. Coco catches that strained look on Lily's face, and it just makes her blood boil. Lily was always so gentle and quiet, but now there is this brittle, fragile layer hiding underneath that softness. Coco senses it instantly. Not wanting to scare little Wawa, she bites her tongue and flops into her chair with a heavy sigh. Deep down, she is absolutely dreaming about tearing me apart. She opens her mouth to speak, then freezes completely. Her gaze sharpens, locking right onto the front entrance of the cafe. Lily looks confused. Her face gets even more tense, figuring I just walked through the door and totally triggered Coco again. She starts to turn around, but suddenly a shrill, high-pitched voice cuts through the air. Coco, drinking bubble tea? Did you finish those tasks I assigned? Lisa, back off. Today is my day off. Coco's face goes completely sour. She currently looks like a tiny, furious cat with its back arched, shooting absolute daggers at Lisa Liu. Lily spins around and instantly recognizes the woman. Lisa Liu, a rival artist from her old music label who branded herself as this serious pop vocalist. Wait, isn't that Lily? Shouldn't you be stuck at home playing the perfect little wife and mommy? Why are you out here bothering Coco? Lisa's eyes are smiling, but her tone is dripping with pure venom. Before Lily can even open her mouth, Coco explodes. Lisa, mind your own damn business. I am off the clock. Drop the attitude. Lily, let's get out of here. Some stray dog is barking. It's ruining the whole mood. Coco scoops up little Wawa right then, grabbing Lily's arm to drag her away, but Lisa suddenly steps right into their escape route. She looks Lily up and down, raising one eyebrow with that nasty smirk. Oh Lily, you have gotten so skinny. Must be a tough life. Come beg, I might just toss you a bone. You see, Coco over here does all my dirty work. She runs my errands. Living the dream, right, Coco? Coco just glares at Lisa, completely stone-faced. Lily whips her head around toward Coco, absolute shock written all over her face. Running errands? Manual labor? How could the agency treat Coco like that? But this is definitely not the right time to ask questions. When Lily turns back to face Lisa, pure anger fills her eyes. She almost speaks, but Coco beats her to the punch. My talent contract expires at the end of this month. I am walking away. I just really hope a certain fake star doesn't climb so high the drop ruins her. If Lily ever makes a music comeback, a certain somebody is going to have some serious nightmares. Lisa goes totally rigid. She actually has a very messy history with Lily. For a year and a half, Lily eclipsed her in absolutely everything. Back then, everybody in the industry knew Lily, but Lisa shakes it off fast and laughs. She shoots Lily this incredibly nasty, contemptuous glare. A comeback? That is the best joke I have heard all decade. What record label signs a washed-up singer dragging a toddler around? Speaking of the brat, Lily, she is actually kind of cute. You should probably groom her to be the next big pop idol. Lisa spits this out with a vicious sneer, and feeling entirely too bold, she actually reaches over to pinch my daughter's cheek. Get your hands off her. Touch Wawa once, and I swear you won't find a single soul to cry to. My gaze is razor sharp and freezing cold. I close the gap instantly, shove the ice cream at my family, then pivot to face Lisa head-on, planting myself directly between her, Lily, and Wawa. Startled, Lisa stumbles backward, taking 2 involuntary steps away. Apparently, I look pretty intimidating when I get furious, but she manages to steady herself. She studies me carefully, then bursts out laughing. Oh, it's just this deadbeat. I thought you were somebody important, so, it's you. What? Planning to throw a public tantrum? I just frown. I shoot a questioning glance back over my shoulder at Lily, silently demanding to know who this obnoxious woman is. Lily murmurs she is a vocalist from the old agency, and she never expected to bump into her today. My furious expression clearly isn't scaring Lisa away, but honestly, it is frightening Lily a little bit. When she catches my intense stare, she immediately lowers her head nervously. Seeing her shrink back like that, my frown deepens. I sigh heavily internally. Deciding not to push Lily, I pivot around and glare right down at Lisa. A singer? Sorry, never heard of you, don't know you at all. All I do know is that a well-trained dog knows not to block the sidewalk. So, kindly move. I deliver the insult with total seriousness. Lisa's tone goes even higher. Know your damn place, loser. You think I don't know you spent weeks kissing up to Yayan and Chenyui from that washed-up idol group, buying them expensive drinks every single chance you got, and now you want to play the tough guy with me? I mentally dig through the original soul's fragmented memories for those specific names. It suddenly clicks. They were actually backup members from this body's old boy band. When the original guy crashed out of the industry, he desperately wanted a comeback. He literally groveled, buying them rounds of drinks, begging for their help. They blew him off entirely. I don't know those two idiots anyway. I stare at her. Keep this up, and I'll call mall security. Lisa shoots me a toxic, vicious glare, but she finally steps aside. Grabbing Lily's hand, I signal Coco to follow us, and march straight outside. But as we walk right past Lisa, she calls out to Lily one last time. What a shame. Guess a certain someone will never sing again. Lily, my new single drops at the end of the month. Lisa just laughs, sounding way too proud of herself. Honestly, how could you even compare yourself to me? The insult just hangs there in the air. Coco is basically holding herself back from swinging at her. She knows exactly how much Lily loves singing and how it breaks her heart that she can't right now. What Lisa said was meant to cut deep. I stop walking for a split second. I just stare at Lisa, then keep moving without showing anything. Lily says absolutely nothing. She just presses her lips together tight. But then a tiny, clear voice speaks up, sounding incredibly sure of itself. Mommy sings way better than you do. You are a mean lady. We all freeze. Nobody expected Wawa to defend her mom quite like that. I pause for one whole second, then just smile and ruffle her hair. Inside, I am thinking, that is my girl. Absolutely my daughter. All that leftover anger I was holding onto just melts away the second Wawa speaks. I don't even bother looking back at Lisa. We get out of there and grab a table at a nearby restaurant. Lily and Coco chat while walking. Coco had been biting her tongue about something, clearly not wanting to drop the news on the street. But now that we're sitting down away from the crowds, Lily grabs Coco's hand and finally asks the burning question. Coco, how on earth did you end up running silly errands for Lisa? And what about Manager Yoon? Where is she these days? Manager Yoon was Lily's old manager, nearly 40 years old, but fiercely sharp and incredibly capable. When Lily asks about her, Coco's face drops. After you walked away, Manager Yoon was fired pretty soon after. She spent months hunting for a new gig but kept hitting brick walls everywhere. Then her mom got really sick and ended up in the hospital. She had to be there all the time, so she became a caretaker. Lily didn't see that coming. She just stares into space, totally stunned, picturing Manager Yoon the way she used to be. Decisive, capable, totally unstoppable. The whole table goes dead silent. Lily bites her lip. She knows this is all her fault. If she hadn't been so stubborn, none of this mess would have hit Manager Yoon. Yoon broke the agency rules for her so many times. When Lily was a superstar, the label just turned a blind eye. But the exact second she walked away from it all, it wasn't hard to guess what happened to the crew she left behind. The rest of the meal feels heavy. We finish eating fast. Coco hangs around a bit longer to chat, then takes off. Lily seems completely drained. The three of us originally planned to take Wawa to a theme park this afternoon, but Lily is clearly not in the mood anymore. I can sense it. I want to say something comforting, but I just can't find the right words. I still have no idea why Lily was so obsessed with marrying the original soul in the first place. Almost like she was trapped under some unbreakable spell. Right now, Lily just wants to go home. She needs to be alone with her thoughts. But then she looks down at Wawa. She sees those giant hopeful eyes and just can't bring herself to break the kid's heart. For Wawa's sake, the three of us end up heading to the amusement park anyway. Wawa is absolutely thrilled. It is her very first time visiting a place like this. She grabs my hand and drags me toward the gates with all her tiny strength. Lily really forces herself to show up fully today. She wants Wawa's first trip to be magical, even though her own heart is breaking. The three of us kick things off with the merry-go-round, then hit up a few more rides. The sky slowly turns dark before we even notice. Bright neon lights start flashing on all across the park. We save the Ferris wheel for last. By the time I carry Wawa inside and the cabin doors close, she is already fast asleep against my chest. The wheel slowly lifts us up. Down below, all those neon lights just sparkle and shimmer. The city shrinks away. What I don't realize yet is that this is Lily's first trip to a theme park too, and her very first time riding a Ferris wheel. Her beautiful eyes soak in the view through the glass, completely wide with curiosity. She just watches the city below. I just watch her. She must notice because her ears turn pink. She shoots me a look, somewhere exactly between totally flustered and slightly annoyed. I have never seen her make that face before. It is honestly mesmerizing. The Ferris wheel's soft cabin light spills across her delicate face. Seeing her like this just makes me go completely quiet. We keep rising. Then massive bursts of fireworks explode from the castle down below, lighting up the entire night sky. In that bright flash, I finally see a genuine smile on Lily's face. A true smile, bubbling up from somewhere deep inside. I can't look away. The wheel hits the very top. The fireworks feel so incredibly vivid and close by. Lily's face is absolutely glowing. I finally speak. You don't have to be scared anymore. Not like before. My voice is barely a whisper over the roaring fireworks. Lily doesn't quite catch it. She turns to me, looking a little confused. I avoid meeting her eyes. I just stare out at the glowing sky. You are way too gentle. That is not always a strength. It makes you such an easy target. You don't have to live in fear anymore. I know you still want to sing. I know you have big dreams. So go do them. Wawa is safe with me. Lily stays quiet. I turn back and see two silent tears streaming right down her cheeks. She presses her lips tight, eyes locked on me without even blinking. The sheer weight of grief and confusion in her stare it's almost overwhelming. Panic hits me. I have no clue what just made her cry. Who are you? Lily stares at me. Her eyes are brimming with tears. Her quiet voice rings in my chest like a heavy bell. I stay silent. The air just stops. Even the fireworks seem to fade out. After a long pause, I give her a gentle smile. When I finally speak, my voice is rougher than I expected. I'm Flynn Liu. She keeps her eyes on mine. My smile clearly messes with her pulse. It sends her heartbeat scattering, stumbling. It's the absolute last answer she expected. She searches my eyes bright and clear, and her tears only fall faster. Wrapping her arms tight around her knees, she tucks her face away, sobbing quietly. Then she mutters, "Right, you're Lufin. Who else would you be? Let me tell you a cliché story. An older boy who always protected her. One day, a gang of boys came after her. He threw himself right in the middle. He made sure she never got hurt, not even once. He took every single hit for her. Back then, that boy was her entire world. But after that terrible afternoon, he vanished. Until she finally found him years later, and married him exactly like she always dreamed." Hearing this, I go completely still. Suddenly, everything makes sense. Lily lifts her face. Her eyes are totally blurred with tears. She just looks so alone, so small. She finally said out loud the truth she kept buried for years. Nobody ever understood why she was so stubborn. People swore she was throwing her life away, but she firmly believed it was worth it. Only she did. And the reality was so much worse than her darkest nightmares. She's regretted that choice 1,000 times, until right now. Until I showed up, acting like this. She asked who I was. I told her, I'm Lu Fan, and finally, I understand her pain. Seeing the genuine warmth in my eyes, Lily can't hold back anymore. She just throws herself right into my arms. She tucks in next to Wawa, crying softly. Wawa stirs awake, blinking in total confusion at her mom. She looks slightly annoyed at losing her cozy spot, then breaks into a massive grin. She wraps one arm around me, one around Lily, and plants a kiss on both our cheeks. Today is the best day ever, Wawa proudly declares. I look at them in my arms and just laugh despite myself. A helpless, quiet chuckle. My life is finally moving in the right direction. That's enough, though some plans are definitely going to need adjusting soon. The fireworks fade. The Ferris wheel slowly touches down. Lily walks ahead, carrying Wawa. I follow right behind, watching her power walk at a truly remarkable pace. I rub my nose. Ever since we stepped off that Ferris wheel, Lily has completely pulled away from me. Like someone flipped a sudden switch, she is right back to keeping a safe distance. I can tell she's a nervous wreck inside. Even her grip on Wawa is visibly tight. Her ears and cheeks are absolutely burning. She actually stayed in my arms all that time, snuggling like a little girl. Totally mortifying for her. She's definitely convinced I am mocking her behind her back. She absolutely caught the look on my face when the ride ended. That embarrassing thought makes her walk even faster. I have zero clue how this woman suddenly unlocked the walking speed of a professional Olympic athlete. I am practically jogging to keep up. We clear the park gates, and Lily shows zero signs of slowing down. I finally have to shout, "Hey, you planning to hike all the way back? Let's grab a taxi." Lily finally halts. She stands at the roadside, refusing to look at me. Now she's probably certain I've been laughing at her this entire time. This is just beyond embarrassing. Way worse than before. It takes a solid minute before I manage to flag a cab down. For the first time, the thought hits me. I really need to buy a car. We make it home. I carry Wawa to her bedroom and tuck her in. Then I head to my own room, crashing the second my head hits the pillow. Lily, on the other hand, is completely restless. She lies in bed, and every time she shuts her eyes, flashbacks from the amusement park flood her mind. She yanks the blanket right over her burning face in quiet frustration, begging herself to sleep. But her eyelashes keep fluttering. It's a silent, constant confession of how rattled she really is. 6 in the morning, I am up as usual. Morning run, shower, cook breakfast, wake Wawa. All done. But Lily still hasn't stepped out of her room. I stare at the closed bedroom door, scratching my head. We definitely did get back pretty late last night, so I let her sleep. I leave her a plate of breakfast, wash the dishes, and step out of the kitchen. That's when Lily finally emerges, cheeks dusted faint pink, quietly crossing the living room. She heads straight to the bathroom to freshen up. "Do you still want to sing?" I ask her. Hearing my voice, Lily freezes for a second and says absolutely nothing. I lean against the bathroom doorframe, holding my phone, just waiting quietly for her to answer. After a tense moment, her soft voice reaches me. Yes. Nothing more than that single word. I know in Lily's heart, her current life is already better than anything she dared to dream about during those 2 dark years. And a music career? That was a dream way too distant to even look at. She had buried it. I don't ask any more questions. I just nod, taking my phone back to the side room. I open my message inbox. It's completely overflowing. Ever since that first video went up, I quickly skimmed it once and left it alone. Finding anything specific in there now is basically impossible. Still, I scroll carefully, patiently sifting through endless messages one by one. Then, my eyes lock onto something. I tap it open. I stare at the screen quietly. My original reason for uploading that viral video was simple. Just make money, earn enough to give Wawa and Lily a stable life, then quietly fade away. But today, I changed my mind. The message was super straightforward. Starlight Entertainment cordially invites you to join our label. With your musical talent, We can make you a top-tier star in record time. There was a phone number at the bottom. Starlight Entertainment, one of the top 3 major labels in the music industry. I do not hesitate. I dial. It rings twice, then picks up. Hello, who is this? Hi, my account name is Bovin. I got your agency's message inviting me. Is this a good time to talk? The woman on the other line paused, clearly caught off guard. I guess she didn't actually expect me to call. It had been days since she sent that text. She probably figured I just was not interested in the music industry. Hello, you still there? I asked into the dead silence. She finally snapped back to reality, and I could hear a smile spreading across her face. After all, right now, the most viral name on the entire internet was none other than this mysterious Bovin. This is Shay, Deputy Director of Talent and Operations at Starlight Entertainment. Are you calling to join us? Deputy Director Lee, I really appreciate the offer, but I am not looking to enter the industry myself right now, but I want to recommend a singer to your label if you are open to it. I could hear her immediate disappointment. She let out a quiet, resigned sigh. She clearly just wanted me. Mr. Bovin, I am only a deputy director. If you were signing yourself, I could make that call on my own authority, but for somebody else, do not worry about that. The person I am recommending sings at an absolutely elite level. Plus, I will personally write and compose for her. I understand, Mr. Bovin. I will need to run this past my superiors. Sure, I will wait to hear back from you. 5 hours later, she called. Mr. Bovin, we discussed it. We are willing to take on your recommendation. However, you currently only have 2 songs released, and one of them is a literal nursery rhyme. Do not misunderstand. Both tracks are excellent, but the guys above want further proof of your composing ability. Would you be willing to demonstrate? Just like I expected, 2 songs were not enough to convince the execs. Sure, simple and direct. Shay, who was clearly bracing for rejection, was totally caught off guard by how fast I agreed. She let out a heavy sigh of relief. She had been fighting all day. She believed in my talent. But her bosses were highly skeptical. In the end, the label only agreed to give me a chance, because there happens to be a songwriting challenge circulating in the music industry right now, one that pushed several companies to bring in tons of different songwriters. None have passed. If I could solve it, all their doubts would vanish. Mr. Bovin, can we meet in person to go over all the details? We would need you to come in and compose on site. She was sincere and direct. I bet she also privately wanted to see what I actually looked like in person. I thought it over. Aside from taking care of Wawa, there was really nothing keeping me here. I agreed without hesitation. Sure thing. When and where? Tomorrow would be ideal if possible. The sooner the better for you. It shows true commitment. Tomorrow afternoon. After the call finally ended, I booked a flight for 10 the next morning. Before long, I drifted off to sleep on the couch. When Lily got back with Wawa from their little outing, they found me completely out cold. Wawa padded over to the sofa and curled softly into my arms. In my dream, I felt something like a tiny cat rubbing against my face, making it super hard to breathe. I jolted awake. Wawa's bright laughter was ringing all around me. I looked down and found my daughter's soft little hand pinching my nose completely shut. Daddy, dinner is ready. I broke into a warm smile. Suddenly, I realized this kind of family life was really not bad at all. The smell of hot food drifted in from the dining area. My stomach rumbled. Lily stepped out of the kitchen carrying 2 bowls of white rice. She glanced over at me. You did not wake up, so I went ahead and cooked dinner. It looked and smelled amazing. I was starving just looking at it. Hearing the compliment, Lily went a little shy. She just nodded and went back for the final bowl. The 3 of us sat down at the table together. I placed a piece of crispy pork into Wawa's bowl. Then I turned to Lily. I have to leave tomorrow. Not sure how many days I will be gone. Lily was mid-sip of her soup. My words caught her totally off guard. She choked. I handed her a paper napkin, genuinely concerned. She took it, turning away to wipe her mouth. Hearing that I was leaving had clearly thrown her off balance. I could tell she wanted to ask where I was headed. Just a week ago, she was the one who desperately wanted to run away. Now, she looked genuinely upset that I was the one walking out the door. It was little Wawa who asked first, "Where's Daddy going?" I ruffled her hair. "Daddy is going to find Mommy a brand new job." Then I looked at Lily. I'm sorry. I made this call without asking you first. I kept quiet until I had actual news to share. A label reached out. I'm flying out to meet them. If this deal goes through, you can finally make your official music comeback. Starlight Entertainment, they're a solid agency. Lily shoots me a look, clearly stunned. I keep my face completely serious. Right as our eyes lock, her vision blurs with tears. The edges of her eyelids turn pink, and her beautiful gaze goes completely soft. It hits me hard. I quickly look back down at my food. Lily honestly never thought she'd see the day she could actually sing again, let alone that I'd be the guy to pull it off. Pushing this forward all on my own. Thank you. I love singing. I really love it. Her voice starts out quiet, but finds its footing fast. She truly loves music, and she wants Coco and manager Jan to have a better life now. To stop getting stepped on. After seeing Coco today, they've been heavy on her mind. Don't thank me. Seeing you happy is all I need. I smile warmly. Next morning, I pause at the front door. Head back inside. I'll be back in 2 days max. No need to worry. I flag a cab for the airport and turn toward Lily. She nods, and I catch a glimmer in her eyes that looks exactly like she doesn't want me to leave. This same woman used to want nothing more than to escape me. Yet, in just a few days, she's actually hesitating to let me walk away. It's only 2 days. You'd think I was leaving forever. I brace myself and break eye contact. I turn and slide into the taxi. As we pull away, 2 tiny figures fade in the rearview mirror. I shut my eyes. I can't even put a name to this feeling. 3 hours later, stepping off the plane, the raw energy of the metropolis hits me hard. Next to Zhangchang, this place is insanely crowded. I drift with the massive rush, barely able to walk. I finally hit exit 5 and catch my breath. Standing at the top of the ramp, I scan the massive crowd holding name cards, looking for mine. Before flying out, I set it up with Shay to meet here. There are so many signs, mostly crazed fans waiting for some big celebrity. It takes a solid minute before I spot a tall woman in a sharp, tailored blazer. She's holding a sign that says Bovan. I stroll up and give a little wave. Hey, Deputy Director Lee. I'm Boon Flynn Liu in the flesh. Sorry to keep you waiting here. Shay studies my face. A quick flash of shock crosses her eyes, but she hides it fast. She knew I'd be young, but not this young, and definitely not with a face built for the spotlight. Shay feels a sudden stab of regret, wishing she could just sign me instead. Hello, I'm Shay. It's way too packed here. My car is down in the parking garage. It's almost lunchtime anyway. Let's go grab food and talk real business. Sounds good, I reply, nodding. We head out together. Shay is obviously a veteran in the music industry. She keeps things flowing effortlessly as we walk. She probably thought a young guy like me would be totally awkward, but I keep pace with her easily. I speak my mind without a drop of nervous energy. Shay's respect for me quietly bumps up a level. Real talent always manages to command the room. I have absolutely zero clue she's thinking this about me. If I did, I'd probably laugh out loud. I'm carrying the memories of 2 whole lifetimes in my head. Do the math, and I'm pushing 50. If I couldn't hold a basic conversation by now, I'd be a total lost cause. We slide into her car. I watch the shiny cityscape roll past my window. Shay points out cool local spots along the way. Before long, we pull up to a quiet restaurant. Once we grab a table and order our food, she cuts right to the chase. I'll call you Mr. Liu if that's cool. So, who exactly are you pitching to my label? An industry veteran, or a brand new artist? Has the deputy director heard the name Lily Shen? She used to sing. She stepped out of the spotlight for a while. This pitch is for her big comeback. The second we hit business mode, my face goes stone cold and serious. Shay furrows her brow just a bit. She definitely knows Lily's music. The vocal talent is completely undeniable. But she also knows Lily left over a messy romance scandal. And from what Shay remembers, the guy involved was a total nobody. That's a massive PR hurdle to bounce back from. Shay pauses for a second, tucking a piece of hair behind her ear. Then she stares right at me. I know exactly who she is. What's your connection to her? And do you know the real reason she quit? I lock eyes with her. We're married. She's my wife. Even Shay, a total industry veteran, can't stop her jaw from dropping. Married? I'm the guy from the rumors? The deadbeat who ruined her music career? Wait, did Lily divorce him and marry me instead? Shay's face gives away every single thought. I know exactly what's running through her mind right now. I flash a dry smirk. You're right, I'm the one from that nasty scandal. Shay is honestly speechless. She knew Lily's name, sure, but she never bothered paying any attention to who she dated back then. Pretty boy idol groups were never her thing. Now she's sitting there starting to seriously wonder if I actually wrote those 2 songs myself. I don't give her much time to spiral on that thought. Catching her pushing past my hesitation, I keep talking. Is signing her really that difficult? If so, I can look elsewhere, but I should just be totally upfront. I don't just want her signed. She needs premium resources, complete creative freedom, and a contract that never boxes her in. In the end, this all comes down to what each side gains. With my involvement, Starlight Entertainment stands to make an absolute fortune. I hope you take this seriously. I get it all out in a single breath. Taking my glass, I sip my water calmly. Shay looks dead serious. She is clearly struggling. The problem is, we have no history together. 2 hit songs, no matter how amazing, just do not carry that much leverage alone. I will admit that Lily Shen has incredible vocals, but the music business runs on a lot more than just raw talent. Putting her back in the spotlight is easy enough, which you already know. But premium resources and a completely open contract? We have quite literally never offered terms like those before. It is no small choice. Give my team time to discuss things properly. Shay has not rejected me yet, but her tone definitely leans that way. I nod. Take all the time you need. But let me clarify my position right now. It is not just about your current roadblock. Whenever your label needs hit tracks, movie scores, or show anthems, whatever you need, I will deliver it. I truly want this partnership to succeed. You invited me out here to test my skills, right? Let me prove it. Then you decide. I speak calmly, without a hint of doubt, totally confident. Shay studies my face for a long time. She has rarely met anyone this fiercely assured. Eventually, she wraps up the meal and hurries out. She needs to talk it over with her executives. First, she hands me a hotel keycard on her way to the door. Just wait for my call, she says before leaving. I head up, check in, and shower. Falling back onto the bed, I start plotting. If Starlight says no, I will pitch to rival agencies. If all of them pass, I will hustle harder, carry the extra weight, and launch my own label if I must. Honestly, I do not even realize how much my mindset has changed. When I first woke up in this body, I craved a quiet, easy life. Yet here I am, grinding non-stop for Lily. In practically no time at all, I find myself worrying about them daily, and without even noticing, I have joined this little family. Shay calls me right at 3 p.m. She is already waiting downstairs. She tells me we are heading to Starlight Tower immediately. I skip the questions, I head straight to the lobby and meet her. Starlight Entertainment headquarters dominates the center of the city, an entire massive skyscraper, completely theirs. Right now, up in the Starlight boardroom, Chairman Adrian Lee and talent boss Mark Jang are gathering alongside a handful of senior managers. Mark Jang looks completely miserable. Chairman, Deputy Director Lee usually has great instincts, but she is placing way too much faith in this Flynn Liu. Lily Shen was a complete nobody, and suddenly she demands these insane conditions from us. Honestly, we are wasting our time. Adrian Lee lifts a single hand to silence him, a warm, patient smile touching his lips. We should always give the youth a fair shot. Let us see his true skills. If he fails to deliver, I am certain Shay will drop the matter. Staring at the chairman's completely pleasant face, Mark Jang bitterly swallows his anger. He knows Adrian is only playing along because Shay is his daughter. But Adrian Lee catches that bitter look and smiles even wider. He finds it funny. As chairman, he never just blindly follows his daughter's whims. He listened to both tracks himself. The only word for them was flawless. Still, he feels zero need to justify himself to Mark Jang. And as for whether I, Bovin, actually wrote those tracks myself, they are about to find out. Shay walks me straight into the reception room. The second I walk through those doors, I spot several of the absolute biggest celebrities, each one ruling their specific field. No wonder Starlight ranks in the top 3 labels. The sheer scale of this place could make anybody feel tiny. The very moment I step into the boardroom, every single pair of eyes locks onto me. I can feel the heavy judgment in their stares. I take my seat on the guest side without flinching, one guy facing down an entire room of executives. My expression stays ice cold. Adrian Lee feels a sudden spark of respect. A guy my age, sitting across from all this power, and I do not even blink. His first impression of me is rock solid. All right, Adrian says. Now that our guest is here, let us begin. Mr. Liu, regarding your terms, signing Lily Shen is doable. Premium resources are also fine, but a completely open contract is something that we genuinely just cannot offer. It goes against how we operate here. I am sure you understand. I nod slowly. Sure. How many years are we talking about? Adrian Lee meets my eyes, smiling calmly. 5 years. We rebuild her from the ground up using our absolute best resources. Whatever she wants to release, whatever shows she does, zero restrictions on any of it. My brow tightens just a fraction. I hold his gaze without breaking. 5 years is way too long. With your vast resources and my songwriting fueling her, she becomes a massive superstar in under 12 months, easily. 2 years is the absolute max I will accept. By year 2, she generates enough cash to make it worth your time. For those 2 years, her music is completely handled. You won't need to stress at all. Plus, I'll write for your other artists for free, within reason. Anyone can talk big. Top tier in a year? Are you serious? The words barely leave my mouth before the balding guy next to Shay lets out a nasty, mocking laugh. He just glares at me with total disgust. I give him one cold look. Then I completely brush him off, keeping my eyes locked on Adrian Lee. Adrian narrows his gaze, drumming his fingers softly against the table. His grin widens. Confidence in a young kid like you. I like that. 2 years is possible, but it all comes down to what you can actually bring to the table. We called you in partly because a massive national music project is launching soon. Every major music label has been asked to jump in. They'll only pick one track. I want it to be ours. The real question is, can you pull it off? I just give a short nod. Honestly, isn't this exactly why I showed up? Deputy Director Lee will run you through the fine print. I expect to hear good news. We sign the second your song wins. Adrian Lee smirks, his mind clearly made up. With the hardest part over, my shoulders finally drop. I stand, shake his hand, and head out the door with Shay. She's still reeling. She never imagined her dad would agree to such crazy terms. But this campaign is huge. It is completely government-backed. Whichever studio gets picked is guaranteed to earn massive industry clout. The perks are totally undeniable. Shay shoots me this really complex look. I can tell she's praying I pull this off. It would prove her gut instincts right. And all the nasty office gossip would finally just vanish overnight. Here, this is the project breakdown. You have exactly 3 days to make something magic. I really hope you can deliver. I want this deal to happen. She yanks a thick file from her desk and tosses it over. I flip it open. Staring right back at me is a bold, massive title, Ordinary Heroes. Instantly, the playful smirk drops from my face. I keep scanning the page. The room is dead silent. Nothing but the crisp sound of paper flipping. My expression stays completely blank. I flip again. Pictures. First, an exhausted crew of nurses wrapped in heavy protective suits. Second, 3 brave firefighters standing against a fading inferno. Third, a lone soldier shot from the back, identity totally concealed. Fourth, a crumbling classroom, barely holding together. A desperate teacher passes a scared kid through a shattered window to safety. Behind her, empty space. She is the final soul trapped inside. I process every detail in that dossier. I neatly stack the pages, shut the cover, and let out a long, heavy exhale. Shay finally snaps the tension. Well, can you handle it? 3 days is your absolute limit before the deadline hits. I give a firm nod. Relax. In 3 days, I'll hand over a track that blows everyone away. I wedge the folder under my arm and get up. We have a deal. Bring me some blank staff paper. I'm heading back to my room to grind this out. Sure. Let me walk you out. She moves fast. She knows 72 hours is barely enough time to spark real genius. By 9 that night, I've washed up and camped out at the desk. I smooth the blank sheets flat. Pen in hand, I sit in total quiet for a solid hour. And then, it hits me. This is the track. Next morning, I grab a quick bite without texting Shay a single update. I hail a cab straight to Starlight Records. I barge in, catching her totally buried under a mountain of paperwork. She looks up, completely baffled. You're just walking around? The clock is ticking. Why aren't you locked in a room writing the track? I flash a grin. It's finished. She just stares at me, jaw practically on the floor. I slide the notes across her desk. Look, think this holds up? She glares at me like I'm an absolute alien. Her usual ice-cold poise just shatters. She actually mutters, "You cannot be serious. What kind of hit gets written overnight? He didn't just throw random garbage together, right?" She snatches the music sheet with a heavy frown. Just yesterday, she thought I was a brilliant prodigy. But right now, she needs proof I didn't ruin my shot. Her eyes lock onto the title. Her face gives nothing away. Slowly, she dives into the verses. By the final stanza, she is visibly shaken. What kind of poetry is this? Every single word paints a normal life. Yet the energy feels completely supernatural. Not once does the word savior show up. But every single stanza perfectly paints one. It nails the prompt flawlessly. She dives into the melody, completely mesmerized. Seconds later, her head snaps up, eyes practically burning bright. You actually built this in a single night? I rub my nose, playing it cool. What else? I burned the midnight oil for it. So, does it hold up? Her eyes are literally shining. She looks right through me. You are a freak of nature. My gut was right about you. Will you sing it for me? I need to hear the rhythm. I nod, shut my eyes, and take a deep breath to catch the right vibe. Then my voice drifts out. One day, maybe we'll journey miles away. Maybe we'll cross paths once more. When the last note fades, she is still completely spellbound. I just flash a quiet cough. She snaps to reality, quickly wiping her face. Tears trace her cheeks. Her eyes gleam much brighter now. So bright that I actually force myself to look away. So, is it okay? It is beyond okay. I never expected anything like this from you. The office door suddenly swings wide open. Adrian Lee strolls in, clapping his hands. His face makes it obvious he wasn't expecting this either. Mark Jang follows right behind him, and for once, Mark actually looks completely speechless. He just cannot believe it. A fully finished, perfect track in such a short time. Dad, you cannot just walk in without knocking. Shay loses her cool the second she realizes who it is. She quietly dries her face one last time and glares right at him. Adrian Lee looks totally unapologetic, keeping his smile, though the glance he gives his daughter seems a little strange. It has been years since he last saw her like this. If I had not walked in, how would I have known Mr. Liu finished such an incredible track? I stay quiet. In my head, I recognize a true businessman through and through. Whoever brings value becomes a friend. You flatter me, Chairman Lee, as long as you are happy with it. Very satisfied, Mr. Liu. Now that we have the track, once they select it, Lily Shen gets her contract signed immediately. For now, let us sign a cooperation agreement. That way, you have nothing to worry about. I finally exhale. I know this is real now. We sign the paperwork right there in the room. Once the track gets picked, everything I negotiated with Starlight Entertainment kicks in right away. After we finish up, I turn to Adrian Lee. Chairman Lee, now that things are settled, I should take my leave. Excellent. I look forward to a great partnership. I give a slight nod, grab the contract, and head straight for the door. Right before I walk out, Shay speaks up. I will walk you down. I noticed she had been avoiding my gaze for a minute. She seemed pretty embarrassed by her emotional reaction to the melody, like a starstruck fan. For someone known for being ice-cold and totally professional, that is humiliating. But now that I am leaving, I catch a glimpse of something in her face that looks exactly like reluctance. Do you not have work to finish? Mr. Liu is not a toddler. He does not need an escort to the door. Before I even get a chance to answer, Adrian Lee cuts in from across the room. I read the room and smile warmly at Shay with real gratitude. Thank you for the kind offer, Deputy Director Lee. I will grab a taxi. I will be fine. I turn and walk out. I pull the door gently shut behind me and stride away. Inside the office, Shay rounds on her dad like a furious cat. Dad, what was that all about? He just delivered our hit song, and you practically turn around and kick him out. What is wrong with you? Mark Jang, still standing there, suddenly feels a desperate urge to be anywhere else in the world. He gulps. I still have a few tasks to handle. I will excuse myself. Not waiting for an answer, he slips right out and pulls the door securely closed. Only when he reaches the safety of the hallway does he wipe the cold sweat off his forehead. Adrian Lee gazes at his daughter and keeps his tone perfectly level. He just speaks with a quiet, heavy fatherly weight. Shay, you are not getting younger. Time to find a partner. Mr. Liu is impressive. I will grant you that. But never forget he has a wife, and from what I gather, a little daughter as well. Shay goes totally silent for a moment, then I am fully aware. I only offered to walk him out because you invited him here. That is all. The Ice Queen has returned. Even her dad finds the sudden shift a bit intimidating. Fine. Alright, as long as you know. I just remembered that I have work to finish up. Adrian Lee makes his exit. He is barely out the door when his head pops right back in. I mean it though, sweetheart. You are 26. It is time. Get out. Got it. Not pushing. I am gone. Back at the hotel. I have not even checked for flights home when Shay calls. Mr. Liu, I apologize. My father was incredibly blunt earlier today. I am calling to apologize on his behalf. Her tone is icy over the phone, like she is still silently fuming at someone. I am actually a bit surprised she reached out at all. Honestly, I did not take any of it personally. Adrian Lee was actually quite polite about the whole thing. For a guy with his status in the corporate world, that was way more respect than most rich executives would offer. I have dealt with enough guys like him across 2 lifetimes. I know the game. It is fine. Really, I did not find a single thing wrong with what he said. Please do not sweat it. Hearing that, Shay softens her voice slightly. Good, as long as you are not offended. Are you heading back to your hotel? I am already in my room. I was about to pack my bags and book my flight home. A heavy silence hangs on the line. Then Shay speaks up again. Here is the situation, Mr. Liu. It would be better if you stuck around a few more days. If the track wins, they will probably need your creative input on site. You wrote the lyrics and composed the melody. No one understands this piece better than you do. My plan to head home crumbles. An empty ache opens up deep inside me. Fine, I will stay. Let me know when you have news. The call ends. I set my phone down on the desk and stare out the window at the city lights. I really miss Wawa. Just thinking about her puts a warm smile on creeping across my face before I even realize it. Then, almost like she sensed it, Lily's number flashes on my screen. I answer. Hello, is that Daddy? Wawa. Even without seeing her little face, I'm already smiling broadly. Yes, it's Daddy. Does Wawa miss her daddy? Yes. Wawa misses Daddy. Mommy wants to know when you're coming home. Meanwhile, back at the apartment, Wawa is curled right up in Lily's lap, gripping the phone in both tiny hands, speaking in her absolute sweetest voice. Lily's cheeks instantly flush red. She glares at Wawa with mild exasperation. It was Wawa who demanded they call Daddy in the first place, and now somehow it's Mommy asking. She absolutely said no such thing. Tell Mommy Daddy needs a few more days. I'm quietly grinning. I know exactly what went down. Wawa wanted me home and used Lily as cover. Wawa does not take the delay well. She makes a series of unhappy little whimpers into the receiver. My lips curve upward. I shift into a far more comfortable spot on the mattress. Wawa, did you eat a good meal today? Hearing this, Wawa immediately glances up at her mother. Then she hunches forward like someone with a huge secret and whispers yes. But Wawa actually prefers Daddy's cooking right now. She says it with total sincerity. Listening closely, Lily feels so deeply offended she almost bursts out laughing. This kid is 3 years old and already throwing people under the bus, shading her own mother's cooking right out the back door. Then she catches me chuckling on the other end of the line. In a heartbeat, Lily's cheeks burn even redder. She quickly snatches the phone. Alright, that is enough chatting with Daddy for today, and for the record, I never asked that. Hearing her protest, I just laugh. I know. How is everything at home? Lily feels a fresh wave of irritation. Is he trying not to crack up right now? Fine, she mutters. You have only been gone a single day. What could possibly happen? Anyway, I am hanging up. I need to fix lunch. Hey, wait. I was not finished talking to Wawa. Goodbye. Lily gives me zero chance to respond. She hangs up. Her cheeks are absolutely burning. If that chat had gone on a second longer, she might have actually wanted to punch someone. Wawa is still staring at the screen, looking absolutely devastated. Lily firmly decides, lunch today will be Wawa's absolute least favorite, plain green veggies. Kids shouldn't be allowed to be picky eaters. The flat dial tone hums in my ear. I feel slightly disappointed, but I'm still smiling. That's the first time I've seen that side of Lily. She always felt so suppressed before. How do I put it? Like someone who had totally lost the thread of herself. But that is slowly changing. She is becoming herself again, and that means everything. The waiting stretches on. August is just around the corner. I have been out here for 2 days now. Over that stretch, Shay and I have talked on the phone several times. We are no longer total strangers to each other. At the very least, she quit calling me Mr. Liu in every single sentence. It was starting to feel pretty stiff. These past 2 days, I have stuck to my daily routine. Early morning run, keeping everything quiet and steady. Still zero news from the track selection committee. Nothing left to do but wait. Then, on the evening of the 3rd day, I get a call from a number I do not recognize, but the name behind it I definitely do. Hey, Flynn, it is Shane Chen. I quickly search the original Soul's memory banks. Shane, his absolute best friend from college. Shane, you maniac, It has been forever. Thinking back through those memories, I find a guy genuinely worth knowing. Having a real friend, that doesn't sound too bad. Flynn, what happened to you after the wedding? You just stopped picking up, stopped replying to my messages entirely. What? You too good for me now? The complaint rings loud and clear on the line, but hiding underneath it is something much warmer. Genuine concern. It moves me far more than I ever expected. It's the original soul's mistake. After the wedding, he was way too busy chasing the wrong crowds to have time for his actual best friend. That was fully on me, I reply. Be the bigger guy, and let it go this once. Next time we meet up, dinner is on me. Deal. As I say the words, I am quietly cursing the original soul all over again. What a complete disgrace to the name Flynn Liu. Huh? You said it, man, not me. Alright, let us catch up properly next time around. See you. Shane hangs up. I have barely put the phone down when Shay Lee calls me. Your song was selected. They picked it out from every single submission right on the spot. Shay's excitement is barely contained. By the time she dials my number, she's already downstairs at the hotel. They're moving forward with a music video shoot. They need you there as the songwriter to guide the process. I head downstairs. When Shay finally spots me, she quickly brushes some loose hair from her forehead. Her eyes are shining bright. I rub my nose and purposely look right past the eager expression on her face. Let's go. It is getting late. Finish early enough, and we can still make it back for a solid lunch. I slide into the back seat without another word. By the way, the director in charge of this music video has been talking you up non-stop today. So, do you have any real thoughts on the visual concept? The lead vocalist. Please don't just freeze up when we arrive. Shay is clearly feeling nervous on my behalf. Completely understandable, given my young age and how little she thinks I have actually experienced. Relax. I've got this. My face reveals absolutely nothing. Shay checks the rearview mirror. She realizes I'm completely calm and drops the subject. 2 hours later, our ride rolls into the massive parking lot of a huge building. We step inside together. Shay clearly set this up beforehand. The exact second we walk through those doors, a whole group of people rushes over to greet us. Grandpa Lin, you came down here yourself? If my father finds out, he'll never let me hear the end of it. Shaylee steps right up, grabs the lead man by the hand, and goes entirely soft. It totally catches me off guard. A woman that incredibly poised switching into full charm mode? Even a literal saint would sweat. The older man at the front flashes a warm, knowing smile. Don't try that routine with me. Your father would never dare say a single word to you. He's lucky you don't hit him. Shay actually blushes, which is super rare. Alright, enough joking around. Let's talk business. This must be Flynn Liu. Simply remarkable. So young, yet already so accomplished. I give the man a very polite nod. Honor to meet you, sir. You're too kind. I'm Flynn Liu. Great manners and serious talent. Just what you'd expect from the guy who wrote that song. I'm Stanley Lin, the director for this music video project. If you don't mind, just call me Grandpa Lin. Exactly like Shay does. Then I'd be absolutely honored, Grandpa Lin. I keep my relaxed smile going. Perfect. Let's head on up. Stanley Lin looks thrilled. He grabs my hand and marches straight for the elevator, clearly showing absolutely zero interest in introducing any of the people standing behind him. I have no real choice but to follow. I manage a quick nod to them as we pass by. We ride all the way up to the 20th floor. The second the doors open, Grandpa Lin drags me straight into their main recording studio. Shay mentions, you sing incredibly well. Would you mind doing a quick run-through for us? We have had the sheet music, but no one has actually performed it yet, and we still need a vocalist. Sure thing. I nod. Do you want this a cappella, or with piano? Just piano for now. The second work starts. Grandpa Lin turns into a totally different guy. Hyper-focused and exact. He leaves me alone inside the recording booth and clears everyone else right out. A sound tech flips my mic on. That crowd of industry veterans crane their necks, watching through the heavy glass while I settle down. I take a seat. I pause to lock into the emotion. Once I find it, I change completely. Something inside my chest that only belongs to the music. Even through the glass, they notice my face change. Grandpa Lin gives a slow, quiet nod of deep respect, recognizing a true musician. Inside the booth, my fingers hit the keys. The melody rises. Out there, every person in the room completely holds their breath. Their eyes are glued right to the glass. I begin singing. As the final note fades, I take a deep breath and slowly let it out. I stand up and walk out of the booth. The crowd outside is just staring. Then, the entire room breaks into wild applause. Grandpa Lin rushes forward and grabs my hand, his eyes lit up. That is it. That's exactly it. I don't think we have to look any further for our vocalist. You have to be the one. I honestly feel like this track is going to sweep the entire internet. A powerful anthem for everyday heroes. It is exactly the kind of emotional impact we want. The people who give their everything without asking for fame. They deserve this. Getting praise like that from a legend like him, even I cannot fight the heat rising in my cheeks. But I just shake my head. Grandpa Lin, I really don't think I'm the right singer for this track. I have a different idea. Would you hear me out? Grandpa Lin furrows his brow. Who could possibly be a better fit than the person who actually wrote it? Noticing his hesitation, I drop the filter and lay my vision out plainly. Here is my thought process, Grandpa Lin. I truly believe this anthem needs to be sung by children. For one thing, their voices bring a level of pure clarity that is completely unmatched. Plus, hearing the youngest generation of our country sing those words will hit people emotionally in a way nothing else possibly could. Grandpa Lin's eyes shoot wide open. How did he miss that idea? Kids already naturally bring that exact vibe. Instant warmth, instant human connection. Put a choir of children behind this melody, match it with the video footage they already collected. It would strike right at the heart. Absolute genius. This was exactly the kind of brilliant young mind he wanted around. Grandpa Lin's eyes are practically glowing now. Behind him, even the jaded studio professionals suddenly look like a massive light bulb just switched on. They had scrubbed through thousands of hours of raw video just to find the perfect clips. They had the beat timed out flawlessly. But the singer, that final puzzle piece, had been blocking the whole release, and I fixed it in one sentence. You are something truly extraordinary. Any interest in coming to work with our team? I swear we will never let your creative talent go to waste. It's obvious Grandpa Lin means every single word. He desperately wants to keep me in his circle. Leaving talent like mine wandering the industry alone? Such a waste. No, Grandpa Lin, just being able to help out is already more than enough for me. I wave the offer off repeatedly. Grandpa Lin drops it. I'm not vanishing anyway. When a good opportunity pops up, he'll reach out. By the time we finally step out of the office building, it's already 1 o'clock in the afternoon. My brain is totally fried. Those music producers, the second work gets mentioned, they light up like fireworks. Total workaholics. Luckily, Shay is the one who finally rescues us from the chaos. She pouts and insists we grab food. That's our cue to leave. Flynn, you're about to be rich. Shouldn't you buy lunch? Shay does something totally rare. She sticks her tongue out, teasing me like a kid. The Ice Queen is melting day by day. I raise an eyebrow. You come from one of the richest families in the music business, and you expect a regular guy to cover the bill? Have a little shame. Cheapskate. Shay rolls her eyes and hops into the car first, all puffed up with fake anger. I laugh and hurry right after her. The more I get to know Shay, the more her genuine warmth shines. That intimidating distance from when we first met is totally gone. Classic cold exterior, soft on the inside. Ultimately, though, I don't escape the bill. Shay treats herself to a massive, satisfying meal on my dime. After lunch, she drives us down to Starlight Entertainment. This time, we're here for the big one. Lily Shen's new record deal. We ride the elevator up together. For some weird reason, I notice Shay's energy just tank. She seems totally deflated. She just ate a massive meal on my tab. I honestly don't get it. Women are impossible to read sometimes. We step off the elevator, heading straight for Adrian Lee's office. He's been waiting. The entertainment contract is sitting right on his desk. He greets me with that same, familiar smile. Mr. Liu, a real pleasure doing business. The paperwork is right there. Take a good look. Let me know if anything needs a quick adjustment. I nod, grab a seat, and read it over right there. 3 standard copies. The second Lily signs. It's a done deal. Everything matches our agreement. Top-tier studio resources, total creative freedom. Basically, Lily does whatever she wants. Exactly what I hoped for. 2-year term. Renewing after that is entirely up to Lily. I finish reading, fold the pages, and stand up to extend my hand. Thank you, Chairman Lee. It's been a real pleasure, and I mean that. Thanks for offering terms this fair. My respect for Adrian Lee just spiked. At least he isn't the kind of music executive hiding traps in the fine print. Don't thank me. I see your raw talent. You see the value in our label's resources. It's a mutual win. As for writing hit songs for our artists, I won't draft a separate contract for that. I trust your word. I won't turn down that kind of leverage, but I keep my boundaries clear. You have my word. Though honestly, I only write lead singles, and I pick exactly who I write for based on personality and the vocal talent to back it up. Adrian Lee's respect for me keeps climbing, but as his eyes drift to Shay standing quietly nearby, I can almost hear him sighing inwardly. What a shame. So young. Why marry so early? With my obvious talent, if our top pop stars didn't desperately need tracks, I never would have reached out, he adds, because you already know. With the reputation you're building, everything you compose becomes premium. Not everyone on our roster will be worthy of it. We're both satisfied. The partnership is completely sealed. Then Adrian shifts gears. Now that the label contract is settled, when are you heading back home? I'm not totally sure what he's getting at, but I answer straight up. Heading to the hotel now to pack, book a flight, and head out soon after. Nothing left requires me here. Is there anything else? Chairman Lee. Nothing at all. Safe travels, Mr. Liu. Adrian smiles, but honestly, to me, that grin looks a little too thrilled about my swift departure. I don't dwell on it. I say my final goodbyes and leave. Shay walks me down to the hotel entrance. Ever since we left Starlight, she seemed totally off. Low energy, just not herself. Flynn, I won't see you to the airport. You'll be fine alone. I have a few quick things to handle. I'll head off. I turn, giving her a small wave. Sure, take care of yourself. I spin around and walk into the lobby. Shay watches my back disappear. I can sense it leaves her inexplicably annoyed, but she gets in her car and drives away. Finally, I can head home. I've missed my little girl so incredibly much. I shove everything into my bag, book a ticket, check out, grab a cab, all in one smooth, practiced motion. 6 o'clock in the evening. I walk through the gate, hands full of gifts. Stepping into that familiar, run-down apartment complex, my steps feel lighter than expected. I push the front door open. The living room is dead quiet. Lily and Wawa don't seem to be home. Not seeing the faces I rush back for, a quiet disappointment settles in. Then, the main bedroom door swings open. Lily shuffles out into the hall, rubbing her sleepy eyes. The second she spots me, she freezes, her eyes flying wide open. She's in a thin slip dress, one strap sliding off her shoulder. Her hair is wild from sleep, lips parted in shock. Both of us go totally still. We just stare at each other for a beat. Then a slow, bright smile stretches across my face. I'm back. A deep blush creeps up Lily's cheeks. She clearly doesn't know what to do. There's a flutter of emotion in her chest. Right beneath her obvious fluster, there's something undeniably sweet. She quickly ducks her head, trying to respond softly. Without even thinking, she slides that fallen strap back up her shoulder. Oh, hey, this is for you. I reveal a fresh bunch of lavender from behind my back. Spotted someone selling it on the side of the road. It smelled good, so I grabbed a bunch. Lily presses her lips together. She steps right up, taking the lavender from my hands. Her face is bright red now. It is the first flower I have ever given her. Lavender, representing redemption and hope. She absolutely loves it. Thank you. Lily gathers her courage and looks up, meeting my eyes with softly fluttering eyelashes. Have you eaten? I smile. Not yet. I'm guessing you two haven't either. I'll make dinner. Go wake Wawa up. Lily totally meant to offer to cook. I just got back and should be exhausted, but she catches the look in my eyes and realizes my cooking is honestly better anyway. In the end, she nods. I'll go get Wawa. She is going to be thrilled you're back. She's been asking about you every single day. Lily turns and walks back to the bedroom. This time, she leaves the door wide open. I peek inside. Wawa is sprawled across the whole mattress, totally dead to the world. Lily gently scoops her up, without a single stir. Lily carries her out to me, presses a soft kiss to her little cheek, and whispers, Wawa, wake up. Daddy's home. Wawa stirs. She slowly opens her eyes, looking around in a sleepy daze. Then, she focuses. Both little arms shoot straight out to me. Daddy, hold me. Wawa missed you so much. She latches onto me like a little koala, arms locked around my neck, refusing to let go. She stays right there. Even when I walk into the kitchen to cook, she refuses to come down. It takes Lily wearing a stern face and a brand new toy from my bag to finally peel her off me and onto the sofa. Wawa plays with the toy, but her eyes keep darting toward the kitchen, like she's terrified I might just vanish again. A bit later, dinner hits the table. The three of us sit down together, warm and relaxed. Lily glances over. Wawa has already grabbed her tiny chopsticks and is eating at lightning speed. Each noodle vanishes in seconds, looking like Lily had been starving her all week. Lily looks equally annoyed and helpless, outcooked and totally outmatched. What else is there to say? Lily speeds up her own pace. Why is it that when it's just those two at home, neither of them ever eats like this? The exact moment I return, something in both of them completely unwinds. Lily eats and thinks in endless circles. It is almost frightening. There was a time they couldn't even stand being near me. And now, without either of them noticing, I've woven myself right into the fabric of their daily lives. The table goes completely quiet, aside from chewing. By the time Lily finishes her food, she looks up to see Wawa and I finished ages ago. Both of us are staring at her at the exact same time. Lily blushes a deep pink. She quickly wipes her mouth and jumps up to hide the awkwardness. She starts stacking up the dishes. I'll wash up. You go spend some time playing with Wawa. She adds my bowl to the pile and carries everything into the kitchen. I watch her float into the room like a breeze and just shake my head. I really wasn't going to fight her for dish duty this time. What's she rushing for? Daddy, come here. Build blocks with Wawa. She leaps off the stool and drags me straight to the sofa. With my help, Wawa gets to work building a little house out of colorful blocks. All smiles. I casually start asking how everything has been at home. Wawa holds absolutely nothing back, especially when it comes to her mommy. She delivers the complete report. Mommy misses Daddy too. I see Mommy watching Daddy singing videos and smiling to herself. I quickly press my hand over my mouth, trying to hide a massive grin. I honestly wasn't fishing for that. The real problem is Wawa is saying all this at maximum volume, totally unaware that Lily just walked right out of the kitchen. Lily's face is now the color of a ripe red apple, but her eyes are absolute ice. She glares down at the tiny traitor. Wawa notices I went quiet, looks up in pure confusion, and comes face to face with Mommy's furious blush. She lets out a tiny yelp and dives straight into my arms. Can't see. Mommy can't see me. Can't see. Lily actually can't help but laugh. She reaches out and gives Wawa's completely exposed little backside a playful pat, but her eyes lock onto my barely hidden smirk. Don't listen to her. I never did any such thing. You did. Mommy is lying. Liars aren't good people. Wawa yells this from deep against my chest, totally muffled, but very emphatic. Lily looks about 2 seconds away from a full volcanic eruption. I throw both my hands up in surrender. I pull Wawa out into plain sight. It never happened. I swear. I believe you completely. But unfortunately, little Wawa ends up paying dearly for the leak. Lily scoops her up, delivering a merciless round of tickles. Wawa's eyes sparkle with bright stars. She reaches one helpless hand toward me, while I sit perfectly straight and innocent across the room. She never imagined I would sell her out so fast. Honestly, for the peace of this household, my kid had to take one for the team. We play and laugh together for a bit. In the end, Wawa bravely absorbs the consequences all on her own, sitting quietly by herself, stacking her blocks with absolute dignity. I ruffle her hair, stand up, pull a paper envelope from my bag, and set it down in front of Lily. Mission accomplished. Take a look at this. It is the official contract from Starlight Entertainment. Lily can't help it. Lily looks right at me, seeing the seriousness on my face. Her lashes flutter. A classic tell. I left for just a few days, and I return with the contract. Lily looks down, tears open the envelope, and reads the document all the way to the very last line. Her hands start shaking. It is a record deal she never even dared to imagine. Absolute top-tier perks, and total freedom. Even if she had never left the music industry, she never would have landed a record contract this perfect. She has no idea how I pulled it off. She doesn't know what I went through or what I gave up, just to bring her an opportunity she could not even imagine. Lily looks up at me, totally stunned. Heavy tears pool at the edges of her eyes. Her lips press tightly together. She holds my gaze. I just keep smiling, completely relaxed and warm, like it was nothing. After a long silence, Lily speaks. Flynn, I really do not have to sing, you know. Her voice is so quiet, yet completely without hesitation. Rock solid. I frown a little. I am totally lost. She loves singing. She wants to perform. So what does this mean? I honestly cannot figure out what is going on in her head. Why? Haven't you always wanted to sing? You have the perfect chance right now. Why back out? My tone carries a bit more weight than usual. It is the first time I have spoken to her this way since I got here. As a lifelong bachelor, I have zero frame of reference for what she is feeling right now. She suddenly feels like this moment, exactly as it is enough. She worries that if she actually goes back to a music career, things might change. She is terrified. Her current life will not stay the same. Lily presses her lips tightly together again. She looks right at me. Tears slide down her cheeks one by one. After a second, she whispers, I am scared. Scared that things will change for the worse. It is the very first time Lily has ever admitted something like this to me. So direct. No hiding. I freeze for a second. Then, the tension in my face melts away. I grab a tissue and gently wipe the wet tears from her face. Lily, what kind of guy do you think I am? I am telling you, go for it. No matter what happens, our life stays exactly the same. Besides, I am totally ready to be a full-time stay-at-home dad. Lily did not expect that at all, and I just kept wiping her tears away with my bare hand. It has been forever since anyone got that close to her. Lily ducks her head, suddenly bashful. The light pink tint on her cheeks explodes into a full blush. I figured she was still trapped in her anxiety, but now I get it. What Lily is actually terrified of is simply change itself. Anyone locked away for too long always ends up feeling exactly like this. I keep talking. I mean it. Just leave Wawa to me. I will take amazing care of her. Plus, you read that contract. The creative freedom it guarantees is completely real. You can return whenever you want to. Do not worry about home. Just focus on yourself out there. Lily has not processed a single word I just said. Her brain is completely stuck on the moment I reached out to touch her cheek. Over on the sofa, Wawa has been quietly watching this whole scene unfold. She can easily see that her mom is hiding a tiny, helpless little smile. And Daddy is still rambling on and on. Little Wawa does not quite grasp what is happening, only that her mom seems happy, and Daddy is still fussing over her. So she launches herself right onto my lap, tilts her head up, and blinks those giant eyes. Daddy. Wawa wants to sleep with Daddy and Mommy tonight. I turn straight to stone. Lily snaps her head up, staring at Wawa in pure shock. Her heart is hammering. Please, Daddy, please. Seeing I have not said yes, Wawa starts rolling around on my lap, fully pouting. I swallow hard. I slowly turn to look at Lily. Even her neck is turning crimson. She refuses to meet my eyes. That is up to Mommy. Lily is so wildly embarrassed, she is basically falling apart. She scrambles to her feet and bolts for the bathroom. I am tired. Going to wash up and go to sleep. An absolute retreat. Now, the living room is just me and Wawa. I have absolutely zero clue what to do. Wawa, though, bounces right off my lap and throws her arms around my neck. Mommy said Daddy just needs to be ready. Did Lily seriously tell her that? I stare blankly at the closed bathroom door. The steady sound of running water echoes out. I take a deep breath. Wawa smells like warm milk. I steel my nerves, reminding myself, this is totally for Wawa, and absolutely nothing else. After a long while, Lily finally emerges from the bathroom. She marches to the bedroom, without so much as a single glance in my direction. I wait until she is gone, then I stand up with Wawa in my arms and carry her to the bathroom to get cleaned up. I wash up really fast myself. Then I carry Wawa out, and right now, my pulse starts racing at maximum speed. A short walk from the living room to the master bedroom suddenly feels like an endless marathon. By the time my foot finally crosses that bedroom threshold, my brain goes entirely blank. Over 2 lifetimes, I have never once dealt with a situation quite like this. I genuinely need someone to just give me a manual right now. Lily is already buried under the covers, facing the wall like she is fast asleep. I cannot see her face, but the bright red glow of her ear tells me absolutely everything about her current panic. I gently ease the door shut. That tiny click makes Lily's entire body give this involuntary little shiver, but she does not move an inch. Forget it. It is what it is. Freaking out won't help anything. Just lie down. That thought actually helps. I settle Wawa. In the middle, I slide into my spot on the far edge and pull Wawa close. Then I start spinning a bedtime tale. Tonight, Daddy is telling Wawa the story of Snow White. My voice drifts gently across the bedroom. Lily's long lashes flutter just a bit. The storm in her mind quietly settles as the fairy tale unfolds. Before long, she drifts right off. Just like her mom, Wawa falls asleep too, completely carried away by the story. It gets pretty late. Once their breathing evens out, I finally hit the light switch and slide under the warm blankets. The pillow holds a faint, familiar scent. It is the first time I have ever realized a woman's pillow smells like this. I pull Wawa a tiny bit closer, wrapped in that soft fragrance. I am out like a light. The next morning, my internal clock does not miss a single beat. 6 on the dot, I am awake. I instinctively pull the soft warmth in my arms a little closer, then freeze completely. Since when did my toddler get this huge? I swallow hard and peek under the heavy blankets. No sign of Wawa anywhere. The person tucked right into my arms is Lily. I am totally dumbfounded. How in the world did she end up here? That faint, delicate perfume wraps around me. She is warm and soft in my arms. Without thinking, I lean in until I am inches from her face. Then I freeze. A fierce internal battle. Suddenly, I see her long eyelashes give the absolute faintest flutter. I bolt straight up, carefully sliding my arm right out from underneath her neck. I ease out of bed and sneak out. I wash up in the bathroom, staring at my defeated face. First thing in the morning, what a wild way to start the day. What I do not know is that the second I leave, Lily opens her eyes. She exhales deeply and pulls the heavy covers over her burning face. A total emotional mess. She had actually woken up the second I sat upright. She has zero clue when she rolled into my arms, or when she turned my shoulder into her personal pillow. Utterly mortifying. Then she felt my breath sweeping across her face, and her heart went into panic mode. What is he doing? Is he kissing me? What do I do? She was terrified, yet way too scared to stop faking her sleep. So she kept up the act. Thank goodness he caught himself when he did. She honestly would not have known how to even look at him, but when he pulled away and left, she felt a weird, quiet sting of disappointment. She does not know if she is ready for this. She only knows her heart is a complete tangled mess. After a very long time, Lily finally lets out a deep breath from beneath the blankets. Just let things play out as they will naturally. Right at 8, she hears the front door unlock and finally gets up. She tidies her clothes and walks out. I am already in the kitchen starting our morning breakfast. When I spot Lily walking out, my face does something totally awkward. Morning. Lily's expression is not any better. She does not even make eye contact. She mumbles a quick hello and escapes straight into the bathroom. I don't overthink it. I turn back and keep cooking. To my complete surprise, Lily finishes fast and walks straight into the kitchen. I will help, she says. Her expression is calm. She grabs the bowl from my hands and starts washing the white rice without missing a single beat. I freeze for just a second, then catch my rhythm. I smile, stepping sideways to wash the vegetables. We slip into an easy rhythm, just like an old married couple sharing a kitchen for years. 20 minutes later, the golden millet porridge and 2 side dishes are completely done. I untie my apron, scrub my hands, and stroll right into the master bedroom to wake Wawa, who has somehow wiggled her way down to the foot of the bed. Following a happy family breakfast, I glance at Lily. By the way, are you reporting back to Starlight at the beginning of August? Lily settles right onto the sofa, rapidly blinking her eyes. Before that, I need to grab Coco and track down manager Yan. They are going to be absolutely thrilled when they hear I am coming back. As she says the words, a real smile lights up her face. The 2 people she hurt most by walking away were them. Even setting aside her personal dreams, she owes it to them to do this music return right. I nod slowly and playfully ruffle Wawa's hair. Meanwhile, my brain is already spinning on something else entirely. What track should I write for Lily? This is her big comeback moment. It has to hit absolutely perfectly. Her vocals can handle anything. Sweet, deep, emotional, she nails it all. Which just means that there are way too many good options. I cannot make up my mind. After a while of drawing blanks, another thought pops up. Oh, we should really buy a car soon. Actually, make that 2 vehicles. Wawa starts preschool next month. We will need to run morning drop-offs and pick her up. Plus, even though Starlight offers a company ride, you will still need your own wheels for normal daily life. Lily sits and thinks it over. A car totally makes sense. Before this, she never went anywhere. It did not matter. But things are different now. Not having one would be a massive headache. But she is quietly stressing over the budget. The payout from our first 2 videos bought the new furniture. Then the vacation. She has no clue what is left. Wawa's preschool tuition is due soon, too. That is another big expense. Thinking it all through, Lily sighs, a faint worry crossing her forehead. Let's just buy one for now. You need it for Wawa's daily drop-offs and pickups. I will rely on the company car for a while. I shouldn't need one yet. We can revisit the second vehicle once I earn again. She figures once her music brings in money, then we can think, but her thought trails off, and a sudden shadow crosses her face. She doesn't even know when she'll have a new song to drop. That Starlight contract is elite, but it limits creative freedom over her own music. She doesn't know how I negotiated that. If the resources are all covered, why didn't I arrange for songs to be written for her? She barely knows any songwriters, but that word makes something click in her mind. Lily freezes, then stares at me sitting there, completely unbothered. I write songs. She doesn't know when I learned, but one of those viral tracks I literally taught Wawa on the spot. I know exactly why Lily is hesitating about the car. I just wave it off calmly. Don't stress, you don't need to worry about our money at home. More is coming soon. That Sunday, the music video for Ordinary Heroes drops live at exactly 8 in the morning. A massive joint release between the film industry and the Boven account. Several major platforms push it out all at once. The promotional support behind it is absolutely unprecedented. But honestly, no amount of backing matters if the actual quality falls short. Quality is what makes viewers stay. It makes them actually care about the story. And across the internet, one phrase has been circulating for a while now. If Boven makes it, it is a masterpiece. When fans see both lyrics and composition are credited to Boven, interest ignites instantly. This mysterious figure doesn't step out often. But when he does, something truly remarkable happens. Viewers flood in to see for themselves. The track plays through. The final image fades out. Boven never appears, still as mysterious as ever. Yet somehow, everyone feels completely satisfied. The raw footage and the faces in this video burn themselves into every viewer's memory. For a long time after it ends, there isn't a single like or comment. It is as if everyone just vanished into thin air. At that moment, in the film studio's conference room, Grandpa Lin is staring at the live data. He just cannot understand it. Over 100 million people watching, and not one like. Does nobody connect with this? He feels deflated, wiping his reddened eyes, struggling to accept what he is seeing. Then the numbers shift. Likes and comments erupt all at once like a dam breaking. Entirely unstoppable. In the complete history of the platform, nothing has ever climbed this incredibly fast. In just a few breaths, the likes shoot from 100,000 to 5 million, then 10, then 20 million. The platform experiences its first ever server crash from the sheer volume. But even that doesn't slow anyone down. They came in curious. They stayed because it was Boven, and now, having watched it all the way through, they are moved to their core, pure, raw connection. That is exactly what every single person is feeling right now. The music video rockets from the bottom straight to the trending list. It locks in at number 1 and refuses to budge. The conference room erupts. Grandpa Lin pumps his fist, watching the numbers climb. The audience wasn't ignoring it. They just needed a breathless moment to absorb the impact. Another half hour passes. The massive momentum spills over onto every other platform. The discussion is everywhere online. People simply cannot stop talking about it. Soon, someone notices the platform uploaded a clean audio version, completely free to download. Within moments, everyone who watched the video floods the music platform, rating, downloading, and saving the track. In a single day, the entire entertainment industry shakes. Every single company, every rival artist after watching, they just quietly share it. They envy the viral wave it is riding, but all they can do is hang on to the edge. Meanwhile, Lily is curled up against me, crying softly, her fingers gripping the hem of my shirt, pressing her tears right into the fabric. She looks so pitiful that it squeezes my heart. It is just a music video. How did this turn into crying? Why does she look like she's the one who was wronged? Lily finally understands what I was really doing during those days away. Writing a song exactly like this, securing that impossible record contract for her. She has no idea what it actually took to get there. What is breaking her is knowing I did all of it. Then came home without saying a single word. Wondering if I was treated badly out there, whether people looked down on me, or how much of myself I poured into creating something like that. At the exact same time, across the city at Tanmai Entertainment's branch office, Lisa Lu's expression is so incredibly dark, it looks like it could drip ink. Her agent, Manager Chin, looks absolutely no better. The room is heavy with tension. Only Coco, standing nearby, is quietly grinning, thoroughly enjoying the chaos. Lisa glares at her manager. She is increasingly convinced this woman is completely useless. Manager Chin, wasn't my track supposed to drop at the end of July? What is happening here? They pulled it. Told me to push the release to early August. The promo is already out there. I just paid for trending placement, and now they just quietly delayed my song without a word. While Boven takes over every trending slot. You've been handling this, Manager Chin. I want an explanation right now. Manager Chin's expression darkens further. On top of everything else, she is Manager. Chin was already fuming. Now Lisa was screaming right in her face. Her temper flared. You want answers? Go ask the film industry. Stop taking it out on me. Nobody saw Boven coming. Just one track, and his music video leaped ahead of everything else. Honestly, if she wasn't financially anchored to Lisa, Manager Chin wouldn't give her a second thought. So, what do we do now? Lisa's voice stays sharp. Chin frowns. They're stuck together right now. She cannot burn this bridge yet. She slowly forces a smile that lacks any warmth. Here is the plan. Lisa listens closely. She knows there is no other way out. She violently curses Bovin inside her own head. That guy completely stole the spotlight that was meant to be hers. Just then, Lisa turns around and spots Coco struggling not to burst into laughter. Her absolute fury doubles instantly. Coco, can't you see the total disaster we are in? Get over here and actually do something useful. Her voice cuts like glass. Coco casually digs a finger into her ear. Oh, my bad. My contract ends today. I already handed in my resignation letter. I quit. Coco delivers this with a highly delighted laugh, crossing her legs and sipping her hot tea without a care in the world. Lisa shoots up, jabbing a finger at her face while turning 3 shades of red. For a long, tense moment, she cannot speak a single word. Meanwhile, you and I know how good success feels. We just finished lunch and grabbed a cab, flying high. That afternoon, we arrived right on time at the luxury auto dealership. Welcome in. Do you have a specific model in mind? The salesperson's eyes lit up instantly. Years of sales experience told him a family walking in together meant an 80% chance of buying today. We actually did our homework before arriving. Do you have the H9 top trim in stock? We do. The moment he hears the specific model request, his smile grows even wider. The H9 top trim starts at over 300,000 yuan after fees. Right this way, sir. We actually have 2 available on the lot today. One in desert gold, one in deep violet. Which would you prefer to see first? He guides us across the showroom floor. The deep violet, it has way more depth. We decided that beforehand. It is more refined, commands better presence on the road. Excellent choice, sir. The deep violet perfectly matches your wife's natural elegance. He guides us over to the luxury car and starts his pitch. This is the H9 deep violet top trim. Have a seat inside. Feel it out. I laugh softly. I am perfectly fine, Lily. I will hold Wawa. You go test it out. I saw it the second she looked at the car. A visible spark. She really loved it. Lily blushes a tiny bit, but she hands the baby over to me and climbs inside. She used to dream of having a vehicle of her very own someday. She just never imagined it happening exactly like this. The car was stunning, boasting sleek lines with a quiet, steady power underneath. Watching Lily trace her fingers over the leather interior like she could not let go, I felt genuinely happy. I pull out my debit card and ID, handing them straight over. We will take this one. Full payment. The salesman's giant smile reached his ears. Absolutely, sir. I will secure the best possible price for you today. Let me grab the paperwork. He returned quickly. We moved to the VIP lounge and took a seat. For a full cash buyout, sir, we can do 385,000 yuan. Insurance and registration are fully included, plus premium seat protectors and a custom car cover on the house. You can drive it home tomorrow. I just nod quietly, and I enter my PIN. The transaction clears instantly. With the contracts wrapped up, we arrange our morning pickup, and then we leave the showroom practically walking on air. We get back home by 5 p.m. My foot barely crosses the threshold when Shay calls. Hey, mastermind, huge congratulations. The entire internet is buzzing with your viral music video and your name. You have officially hit the big time. Thanks, I appreciate it. Stardom was never my actual goal though. Your entertainment agency must be profiting nicely from all this hype, I imagine. I chuckle. Oh, we honestly owe this massive win to you. Shay laughs back, then gets down to business. Serious question. When is Lily coming in to sign? Her voice holds a warm smile over the line. I shoot a glance at Lily on the couch, her ears basically standing straight up, trying her absolute hardest to pretend she isn't eavesdropping. I smile to myself. Give it a couple days. The 3rd, at the absolute latest. We have a few loose ends to tie up here first. Then I will be waiting with massive anticipation. Shay sounds genuinely intrigued. What kind of amazing woman makes a guy go to such extreme lengths for her career? The dealership worked fast. By the next morning at 10 a.m., the salesman rang us. The car was registered, fully insured, and ready. Lily went to pick it up alone. I didn't tag along this time. I stayed back home with Wawa. Lily arrived at the lot, picked up her new ride, took it for a quick spin, and navigated straight downtown. She was on a mission to track down Coco and manager Yan. She wanted to recruit them both to join Starlight Entertainment. Her mind was made up. She was checking in tomorrow. Even though I suggested she take a breather, she refuses to wait. She has her own private reasons that go way beyond the music. She refuses to be a partner who only leans on me while contributing nothing. What my wife does not know yet is that Coco has already quit. She parks near Tanmay Entertainment and dials her number, hoping to pull off a surprise. The line connects instantly. Lily is glowing. Even her voice sounds way brighter than usual. Coco, guess where I am right now? Meanwhile, Coco is sitting in her rented room packing up boxes. She decided to. She was packing for her hometown. But right at that moment, her phone lights up. Lily, where else would you be? Silly, I'm downstairs from your office. Come down right now. We need to talk. What? Lily, hold on. I'll be right down. Coco panics. Stick with me here. The timing is insane. She has zero idea how to break the news about quitting and moving away. Luckily, she was already close. She sprints to the building entrance, totally out of breath, scanning the street until she hears, Coco, over here. She spins around and spots Lily stepping out of a brand new ride, waving her over. Lily, You bought a car? Coco's eyes light up as she jogs over, staring blankly at the shining vehicle. Her expression is just pure disbelief. The guy actually bought her a car. Wasn't he supposed to be treating her like dirt? Lily smiles and nods. Just got it. She grabs Coco's hand. I came by today because we need to talk. Do you have a minute? Coco finally studies Lily and notices a massive shift since their last meeting. Her skin is glowing. Her face looks a whole lot healthier. Her color is completely restored. But most importantly, that quiet confidence has returned. Looking at her old assistant, Lily's eyes shine with a hopeful, eager light. She squeezes both of Coco's hands. Coco, come work as my assistant again. We'll get manager Yoon back too. I'm making my big comeback. The words sink in. Coco freezes. Then, a second later, she jumps. I knew it. I knew things would turn around. Lily, the timing is crazy. I literally just quit. We can fight side by side again. Lily freezes. She had no idea Coco had actually walked away. A heavy wave of guilt washes over her. I'm so sorry. I was being selfish back then. Because of me, you both paid the price. But we look forward now. I'm returning. Coco immediately jumps in. Do you know where manager Yoon is right now? Let's go find her. She pulls up the address without missing a beat. She's at the hospital with her mother. Lily wastes zero time. She pulls Coco into the car and drives. But on the drive, Coco runs her hand along the pristine leather interior and asks, suddenly curious, does he know you're coming back to the industry? Lily nods, the corner of her mouth lifting into a quiet smile. Yes, he actually negotiated the acting contract for me, and he bought this car. Coco's jaw practically hits the floor. He negotiated the deal? How is that even possible? You aren't messing with me right now, are you? Lily shakes her head. It's completely true. He got me into Starlight Entertainment. The absolute highest tier. Coco is totally stunned, and frankly, we would be too. She cannot comprehend how that guy secured a top-tier agency contract. Seeing her sitting there speechless, Lily continues. He treats me incredibly well now. Stop looking at him like he's the enemy. Coco snaps back to reality. She pouts dramatically. Look at you defending your man. I'm jealous. Honestly, I'm totally unbothered but still jealous. Lily blushes bright red, but she stays quiet. They pull up to the hospital. Standing outside room 302 in the inpatient ward, Lily feels her stomach twist. But the second she knocks and the heavy door swings open, her tears almost spill. Manager Yoon's dark hair has turned completely gray. Her fierce face shows years of brutal hardship now. She looks exactly the way Lily herself looked not that long ago. Manager Yoon freezes in place, staring at Lily. The two women lock eyes in total silence. Coco is the one who shatters the tension first, rushing straight in. Manager Yoon, Lily and I came to find you. Manager Yoon finally snaps out of it, nervously wringing her hands. You should have told me you were visiting. Look at what a mess I am. She forces a weak smile. Mom's doing okay. One more surgery, and she should be fully recovered. But behind that smile, there's deep bitterness. She has absolutely nothing left, plus 100,000 yuan in crushing debt outside these hospital walls. How can she afford the next medical bill? Lily steps into the stark room, head down, biting her lip like a child who knows she messed up. But Manager Yoon steps right up to her. She grabs Lily's hand, and her face holds a warm, incredibly relieved smile. You came to see me. That alone makes me happy. But seeing you looking so well makes me even happier. It means you're doing all right. And honestly, back then, everything I did to hold you back, I did because I cared. Please don't hold that against me. That's all it takes. Lily completely breaks down. Manager Yoon, I'm sorry. She throws herself into her arms. Tears fall freely now. Manager Yoon gently pats her back. No apologies needed here. What mother could ever hold a grudge against her own kid? You really are like a daughter to me. Hearing that, Lily sobs even harder. Manager Yoon just holds her close until she finally cries herself out and looks up with swollen, red eyes. Meeting Manager Yoon's gentle smile, Lily presses her lips together and says, Manager Yoon, I'm stepping back into the spotlight. Will you return as my manager? Manager Yoon blinks hard, her brows suddenly furrowing. But what about your daughter? Flynn will take care of her. Don't worry. A quick flash of disbelief sweeps across Manager Yoon's eyes. Flynn Liu doesn't exactly scream Father of the Year, but Lily nods with total conviction. Flynn is Wawa's dad. He's going to take great care of her. I trust him completely. Manager Yoon presses 2 fingers to her temple. She pushes her doubts aside. A career comeback is massive. Let's see how this plays out together. Do you have a management agency willing to sign you? What kind of backing are they even offering? Before she can finish, Lily pulls the agency contract from her bag and holds it out. Manager Yoon, look, it's from Starlight Entertainment. Just hearing that name, Yoon goes dead still. They're a top 3 label. She grabs it with heavy skepticism and scans the pages. But the further she reads, the more shocked she gets. By the last page, her hands are physically shaking. What is this contract? Did Lily hold their CEO hostage? Elite industry resources. Total creative freedom. A 2-year term. Yoon looks up sharply. Her voice is barely steady. Is this real? Of course it is. The Starlight stamp is right there. Lily rushes to explain, begging her to believe it. Yoon is absolutely frozen. She just stares at the terms. In all her years managing talent, she's never seen a deal like this. Pure insanity. Has Starlight Entertainment completely lost their minds? Manager Yoon, I'm signing on tomorrow. Lily sees she still needs a push, so she repeats it once more. Yoon finally believes her, but that stunned look doesn't fade one bit. Lily, tell me the truth. How did you score this deal? Lily finally exhales. Her cheeks flush a deep pink. Flynn went and got it for me. He wrote a hit track for Starlight Entertainment. One sentence. Manager Yoon instantly questions her entire grip on reality. Flynn Liu wrote a song and traded it for a powerhouse contract? That's not real life. That's a fairy tale. Lily, don't take this the wrong way, but he writes music? And even if he does, what song is worth all this? You haven't been scammed, have you? He really did. He actually wrote one. Seeing Yoon still won't buy it, Lily grabs her phone. She opens the social app and pulls up a profile called Bovan. Yoon takes the screen, highly skeptical. Coco leans in too. Then oh my god, over 100 million likes. Coco's voice shoots up before she can stop it. She slaps a hand over her mouth fast. They're in a hospital ward. Manager Yoon is just as floored. What video gets 100 million likes? Then she spots the creator's name, Bovan. Manager Yoon goes totally blank. A crazy thought pops up. Bovan is Flynn Liu. Coco hisses under her breath. Wait, Bovan? The most mysterious, most viral creator on the entire internet right now? Watching their jaws drop, Lily goes even redder. Yeah, that's him. Manager Yoon finally snaps out of it. She hands the phone back to Lily with a totally unreadable look. Lily's music career is set. Obviously, she's thrilled for her, but then she sighs heavily. Lily, with everything you have going on now, you could score a much better agent. Count me out. What? Manager Yoon, you don't want me anymore? Lily is shocked. Yoon looks toward the hospital room, totally helpless. You can see my mom needs care. I really cannot leave. We can just hire someone. But Manager Yoon's expression drops. She has absolutely no money for a live-in nurse. Following Lily would only drag her down. Lily, don't try to change my mind. This deal is too good. You need to protect it, and no more acting reckless. With that, Yoon turns her back. She won't even look at her. Lily bites her lip. She doesn't get why Manager Yoon won't join her. She arrived full of hope. She leaves with absolutely none. Lily stays quiet the whole ride back. After dropping Coco off, she drives home alone. When she opens the door, the look on her face stops me cold. She's been crying. Did things go okay? The words barely leave my mouth before Lily's lips crumple. She collapses onto our sofa. The second she sees me, something inside her just breaks, like I'm the only solid thing she has left right now. Her eyes go completely glassy again. Manager Yoon won't come with me. My brow furrows. Why? From what I know about her, that woman always adored Lily. She tells me everything that went down at the hospital, her voice full of pure heartbreak. I listen quietly until she's done talking, then I nod slowly. I get it. I stand up. You're such a dummy. You know that? Stay right here with the baby. I'm heading out. Where are you going? Lily looks super upset. Whether that's because I called her a dummy or because she just doesn't want me leaving. I glance back with a slight smile. I'm going to bring back someone who really matters to you. Then I walk out the door. First, I hit up a care agency. Then, I drive straight to the hospital, but I don't track down Manager Yoon right away. I find the head doctor first. Once I get the complete picture of her mother's health condition, I head up to the inpatient ward and stop outside room 302. I steady myself. I put on a calm, neutral face. I knock lightly. The door swings open, and Manager Yoon appears with completely red eyes. The second she spots me, she freezes. I stay totally calm and unhurried. Manager Yoon, aren't you going to invite me in? She frowns, but eventually steps aside. The moment I walk in, a frail, white-haired woman in the hospital bed looks up. Xiao Yoon, is this a friend of yours? Before Manager Yoon can even answer, I walk straight to the bedside and take the older woman's hand. Auntie, my wife is good friends with Yoon. She stopped by earlier, but you were asleep, and she really didn't want to wake you. The older woman's face lights up immediately, looking warm and kind. So, you're Xiao Yoon's friend. How sweet of you. I step right in. Auntie, having someone like Yoon as a friend is a real blessing. My wife mentions her every single day. I have practically grown calluses on my ears. The truth is, my wife needs her for a big project, but Yoon worries so much about your health that she refused to ask. She came home crying. Behind me, Manager Yoon's expression shifts sharply. In her mind, I am just an envoy sent by Lily. What kind of job? Xiao Yoon, what is happening? Manager Yoon's mother knows nothing about her daughter's actual career path. Her white brows pull tightly together. Mom, do not listen to him. There is no job. Manager Yoon glares at me and scrambles to explain, but the old woman is sharp. She tightens her grip on my hand. Young man, tell me exactly what kind of work this is. I feign hesitation, carefully glancing at Manager Yoon. Then I speak slowly and softly. Auntie, the job involves business travel. We wanted to arrange a live-in caretaker for you, but Yoon would not hear of it. She insists on handling your care herself. The old woman turns immediately. Xiao Yoon, you silly child. If the job requires travel, you must go. Mom, Manager Yoon is completely flustered now, and absolutely furious with me. But you and I know the real reason she is staying. She is broke. She cannot afford home care. She does not even have the funds for the upcoming surgery. Right then, I say calmly, Manager Yoon, let us talk outside. I smile warmly at the old woman and step out. Manager Yoon grits her teeth and follows. Out in the hallway, she stares at me with barely contained fury. What exactly do you want? I look at her evenly, totally matter of fact, like I am just stating the weather. You can paint me as the villain if you want. I just refuse to let Lily be unhappy. If you do not go with her, she will be stressed the whole trip. She will just be going through the motions. I pause, then I drop the bomb. By the way, I covered your mother's neck surgery, and I already contacted a professional home care agency. Here is the number. Pick whoever makes you comfortable. Manager Yoon laughs bitterly. So, you are handing out charity again? I shrug, completely unbothered, like someone with nothing to prove. You are overthinking this. You are paying this back. It will be deducted from the salary Lily pays you. I hold her gaze, making every word deliberate. You and Coco travel with her as her trusted team. That is totally separate from the company. What Lily pays you is between you two, but this cash is mine, and you will pay it back. I spread my hands wide. The hospital bills and the caregiver are already paid in full. They are not issuing refunds. What you decide next is entirely your business. I do not wait for her response. I simply turn and walk away. Flynn Liu, please do not tell Lily. Just as I reach the end of the corridor, Manager Yun's voice calls out from behind me. I do not turn around. I just give a small wave and keep walking. Manager Yun stares down the hallway where I vanished. Something entirely unreadable in her eyes. It takes her a long, heavy moment before she steps back inside. Xiao Yun, did that young man finally leave? Seeing her walk in alone, her mother pats the edge of the bed. Come sit. Do not be mad at him. He is a good man. I have met all kinds in my life. I can see his true character just by looking in his eyes. She takes her daughter's hand, her voice gentle but completely firm. I know how devoted you are to me, but life has many paths. Choose the wrong one, and you will always regret it. My health is holding steady. One more operation, and I will be fine. The doctor promised the risk is low. Go. Because if you stay behind just for me and sacrifice your dreams, that is what would truly break my heart. Manager Yoon stares at the floor in silence. Then she gives a single, quiet nod. Picture this back at the house. The second I step inside, Lily is right there, her face bursting with questions she can barely hold back. I deliberately avoid making eye contact and cheerfully scoop up our daughter, Wawa. What do you want for dinner tonight? Lily's expression goes entirely blank. She stares at me in utter disbelief as I walk straight past her. Wawa loves everything Daddy makes. Our kid is delightfully unhelpful, completely unaware that Mommy's face has totally collapsed behind her back. Perfect. Daddy will start cooking right now. I give Wawa a quick kiss and march toward the kitchen. Flynn Liu, I am so angry. Lily's lips are in a full pout, an expression absolutely dripping with grievance. That face is a full-on accusation. How dare you look right through me? She has been pacing and waiting anxiously this entire time. I turn around with the most innocent expression I can possibly muster. Huh, what is it? That does it. She went from being called a dummy this morning to being played for a fool tonight. She flops onto the sofa in pure frustration, arms crossed tightly, turned away from me. I grin, deciding to finally stop teasing her. When you head out tomorrow, take your 2 loyal bodyguards along. With that soft temper of yours, you will get walked all over without them. Lily's eyes light up instantly. The sheer speed of her mood swing leaves me genuinely impressed. Manager Yoon agreed? Really? Yep. Now I am cooking. Do not bother me. Honestly, Lily never finds out how I pulled it off. Every time she asks, I play dumb. But it does not stop her gaze from growing steadily brighter. Between us, she is finally starting to believe. Ever since he changed, there is nothing he cannot pull off. The next morning, Lily wakes up early. I skip my run, and we head to the kitchen together, in total silence, cooking breakfast side by side. Wawa is still fast asleep. Lily is terrified that if she sees our little girl wake up, she will not be able to leave. Breakfast is done. She eats in silence. I sit beside her and start the reminders. Call home a lot. Wawa will miss you. If anything goes wrong out there, tell me. Do not keep things bottled up like a fool. Lily eats her porridge one slow spoonful at a time, just listening. Something in her chest feels quietly hollow. She does not really want to leave anymore. She eats at a snail's pace. The bowl is almost empty before she finishes. Right then, her phone rings. I give her a gentle nudge. She snaps back to reality and answers. Lily, I am ready. Manager Yoon is with me. When are you coming? I will be there shortly. Give me a minute. Okay, see you downstairs. The call ends. Lily looks right up at me. The deep emotion in those beautiful almond eyes is way too much to handle. I have to admit, Lily is incredibly beautiful. I quickly look away, staring at her luggage by the front door. Time to go. Do not keep them waiting. I know, she whispers. Let me check on Wawa first. Lily pulls her gaze away, her voice barely there. I nod, following her into the bedroom. Wawa is sprawled across the mattress, fast asleep. She has absolutely no idea Mommy is leaving. Lily leans down and kisses her sweet little face repeatedly, burying her own face in the warm crook of Wawa's neck. Then she finally stands up and walks out. I follow behind her quietly. I carry her heavy bags to the car, watching her settle into the driver's seat. I close the door and take a step back. Lily turns her head to look right at me. I am leaving. Come back often, or Wawa will cause absolute chaos. I know. The engine roars to life. Lily turns back to me one last time. Her face is dead serious. Flynn, I really like you. The words hit me hard. Before I can even open my mouth, the car is gone. She drives straight to the city center. Coco is already bouncing with absolute impatience. Manager Yoon just shakes her head. That girl never changes. Suddenly, Coco spots the approaching car and waves wildly. Lily, Coco, Manager Yan, did you wait long? Lily grabs Coco's hands and gives Manager Yan an apologetic look. Not at all. This one was just way too eager. Manager Yan smiles warmly. She honestly never imagined the three of them would actually find their way back to each other. And it is all because of that man who once seemed like a total freeloader. Manager Yan, thank you for coming. Without you and Coco, I do not know what I would do. All right, you are a mother. Stop acting like a child yourself. Manager Yoon gives her hand a brisk pat. Save your thanks for your husband. She turns away before Lily can even respond, but Lily's face is already glowing red. She still has no idea how I convinced her. The three women do not have much luggage. Everything fits into the car easily. Once they are all settled inside, Coco throws an arm up. Let's go. Bright road ahead. Here we come. The car speeds off. Now picture this. Over at Starlight Tower, Shay is in early and completely restless all morning. She barely makes it to noon. Calculating the time, she finally heads downstairs. She positions herself right at the entrance, wanting to see exactly what kind of woman I would go to all that trouble for. She does not wait long. A car with Jangchong plates pulls into the parking lot. Shay narrows her eyes slightly. Three people step out. One chatters nonstop, bursting with youthful energy. Another woman is older, radiating warmth. Just by looking at these two alone, Shay can tell the person they are with must have a solid heart. Then her gaze lands on the woman standing in the middle. Oval face, almond eyes, and a soft smile that makes you want to protect her. No wonder I am the way I am about her. Shay straightens her posture and walks forward. Hello, you must be Lily Shen. I am Shay, Deputy Director of Talent and Operations at Starlight Entertainment. Welcome to the agency. Hello, I am Lily Shen. Lily's voice is soft and warm. She is studying Shay, too. Great presence, a nice voice, surprisingly genuine. Absolutely no fake artifice. But Shay's mind is somewhere else. How on earth did I end up with someone like her? Shay actually looks away first. Very unusual for her. She turns to Coco and Manager Yan. And these two are Coco Zhao, my assistant, and Manager Yan, my manager. Lily answers clearly. She senses that Shay is being genuinely polite with her, but there is something slightly strange about it. Lily tilts her head, totally puzzled. Then a thought occurs to her. The light in her eyes dims just a fraction. You brought your own team. Good, that saves time. Shay gives Coco and Manager Yun a polite nod, then turns back around. Let me give you a tour first. This is where you will be working for the next 2 years. Afterward, I will take you to your new apartment. They follow Shay inside. Coco is completely blown away. Everything looks extraordinary. Huge stars she has only ever seen trending online are just walking around the lobby. Tanmai Entertainment does not even come close. Back in Jiangchang, a mid-tier artist like Lisa Liu could throw her weight around like she owned the entire place. Shay takes them straight up to the 11th floor. This whole level is pure recording studios. All top-of-the-line audio equipment. Next, we go to 12. That is where the private artist rooms are. Let us walk with Lily for a second. Scheduling and creative updates flow through here. People keep pausing to greet Shay with a specific kind of respect that Lily finds strange. And when they glance at Lily, obvious jealousy flashes. She really doesn't get it. Shay is just a deputy director of talent management. Why is everyone staring at her like that? More confusing? The balding guy wearing the head of talent badge actually stops to greet Shay, then acknowledges Lily right away. Lily replies, slightly flustered by the sudden attention. She thinks this Mark Jang seems surprisingly nice. Back at her old agency, the executives never spared anyone a single glance. Suddenly, Shay pauses at the end of the long hallway and points to a door. This will be your private dressing room. Lily looks up. The door is shut, locked with a digital keypad right on the nameplate. Her name. Shay types the code while speaking. Default pin is 66. Change it to something of your own whenever you're ready. The heavy door swings wide open. They walk inside. Coco's jaw literally drops. The space is massive. The decor is absolutely gorgeous. Even Lily feels shocked. She has never seen anything like this setup before. Coco is practically passing out from pure joy. Remembering the tiny space she had at Tian, there is zero comparison. If Shay were not standing there, she would throw herself onto that plush couch and roll all over it. Shay watches their reactions and chuckles too. Not every client gets this. Top-tier talent resources. The room has to match. Hearing that, Coco suddenly catches herself thinking that Flynn Liu might not be so completely awful after all. By the time they step out of the suite, Coco is still on cloud 9. Then the adjacent door opens, revealing a woman with an incredibly elegant vibe, high heels clicking sharply, a tiny assistant following right behind. She glances toward the small group, showing brief surprise, before greeting Shay Lee with genuine warmth. Shay, you came up here yourself to give a tour? I did. I have a big fan event this afternoon. Well, don't let me hold you up. The woman named Lena glances at Lily once, then struts away, totally unhurried and graceful. Let us keep moving. Shay turns back around. Her polished smile is back in place. Everything upstairs is just conference rooms. We'll skip that today. Let's head straight over to the apartment. You can drop off your bags and we will grab some lunch. My treat. Lily thinks this woman is almost too friendly. Today has made a solid impression, but something about this place feels slightly off in a way she can't pinpoint. Inside the elevator, Lily asks quietly, "Deputy Director Lee, are you close with Flynn?" Shay's bright smile instantly stiffens. So that is the dynamic. Lily drops her gaze slightly. Something twists inside her that she can't quite figure out. We know each other. I was the one who welcomed him when he arrived. I've been managing the brand partnership, so naturally, we've had to collaborate closely. Shay recovers her composure fast. Lily gives a soft hum and doesn't say another word. They head downstairs. Shay leads the way in her gray Mercedes. Lily follows at a safe distance. Coco barely shuts the car door before she starts rambling about how amazing this entire agency is. Manager Yan catches her eye, and Coco instantly quiets down. "Lily, are you okay?" Coco leans over the front seat, curious. "I'm perfectly fine, Coco. Go on." That doesn't look fine at all. Coco turns to Manager Yan for some backup. Manager Yan simply offers Lily a small, knowing smile and stays completely silent. She can see the truth plainly. Lily is jealous. Meanwhile, back at the house, I am totally drowning. Lily has barely been gone half a day, and Wawa is already crying for her mom. Every single trick I try just makes it worse. She is screaming that Daddy is an evil villain who kidnapped Mommy. I sing every goofy kid song I know, with the most ridiculous expressions I can possibly make. But the tears just keep flowing. Her tiny feet are kicking wildly. You ever try reasoning with a toddler? I scratch my head. What do? I can't exactly call Lily to come home. She would absolutely never let me live it down. Suddenly, my phone lights up on the coffee table. I glance down. The next second, my eyes shoot wide open. A literal lifeline. Lily just texted me. Only 2 words. "You there?" I type back instantly. Her next message pops up. "Had lunch with Deputy Director Lee today." I don't even have time to process that. I hit the video call. Lily's face fills the screen. Cool, totally composed, and gorgeous. I instantly flip the camera over to Wawa, putting on my absolute winning smile. "Mommy, Wawa really misses you." Lily's expression instantly drops to absolute zero. "Flynn Liu, is this your brilliant idea of taking proper care of her?" I completely pretend I did not hear that. Wawa spots her mom and starts wiping her eyes with all the dramatic flair she can muster. "Mommy, did Daddy hide you away? Do you not want Wawa anymore?" Lily's tone instantly softens. "Sweet little girl, Mommy just had to go to work today. Mommy is coming home very soon." And just like absolute magic, Wawa actually starts to calm down. My dad, ego takes a massive hit of truly staggering proportions. I made goofy faces, sang terrible songs, tried everything. And Lily completely fixes it with a single sentence. The second Wawa is finally settled down, I flip the phone camera back to my own face, looking completely sheepish. Lily immediately comes right at me. "Can you actually handle taking care of her?" "Today was just a fluke," I quickly shoot back. "If you went out without me here, you wouldn't be able to calm her down either." Lily just stares at me for a long moment, eyes lowered, then acting like it means absolutely nothing. "Are you close with Deputy Director Lee?" "She is alright." I say it without thinking. Big mistake, right? I'm teetering right on the edge of disaster. "She's alright." Lily repeats it so softly, so slowly. A sudden cold draft hits me out of nowhere. I actually pull my jacket a little tighter. Then Lily just stares at me and hangs up the phone. It takes me a second to realize she is furious, which is totally baffling. Over the next 2 days, Lily calls home daily, and every single time she only speaks to Wawa. Not a single nice word for me. Like I owe her $1 million. What I don't know is that Lily's music career is in deep trouble. Her label has given her absolutely nothing. No schedule. No press releases. Manager Yoon has called every songwriter she knows. But the second they hear it's for Lily Shen's big comeback, every single one of them politely declines. A washed-up singer who stepped away for 2 whole years. Who is going to write for her? They have been blacklisted by the entire music industry. Meanwhile, my wife has been trying to compose on her own. For 2 straight days, she has been at it, and absolutely nothing comes. She can't help thinking about me. If I were there, I'd probably have a brilliant track ready. That thought makes her feel totally deflated, like she falls short in every possible way. Right then, Coco sits straight up. "Lily, why not just ask Flynn?" Lily hesitates. The whole point of her leaving was to stop leaning on me. So she thinks it over for a really long time before she answers. "Give it 2 more days. If I still can't write a hit, I'll call him. Let's look behind the scenes together." What she doesn't know is that inside the Starlight conference room, a tense meeting is happening right now that will decide her fate. Adrian Lee stares at a document. New Song Showcase. The single most prestigious music program in the country. We have 2 spots. Who should fill them? A sharp-looking man wearing gold-rimmed glasses. Operations Director Yin Ping speaks up first. Chen Xian. Great looks, a solid fan base. Most of the room nods along. Adrian Lee makes the call on the spot. Chen Xian gets it. And the second? Before anyone can speak, Mark Jiang is on his feet. "Chairman, I really think Lily Shen should be considered." Lily Shen, Adrian Lee remembers. She is the artist that I recommended. Before he can even respond, Yin Ping jumps right in. Director Jiang. Lily Shen is a total non-starter. Any unknown would easily outperform her. Zero fan base, no recent tracks. She ditched the industry for a relationship. Public perception is already stacked against her. But Mark Jiang pushes back. That is exactly why we need to pick her. I have heard her earlier work. Exceptional vocals, striking looks. Why not? Ying Ping furrows his brow. His sheer contempt is barely hidden. Director Jiang, you handle personnel. I run operations. I know much better than you what an artist actually needs. It is visibility. We are not a charity. Why give her a platform? Mark Jiang smiles, slow and satisfied, then drops a massive bomb. Director Yin, you want to talk visibility? Do you know who recommended Lily Shen to us? Tell me, what would you say about Boven's reach? What if he was writing her songs? Boven. The name lands hard, and Ying Ping goes totally silent. He cannot say Boven lacks reach. The new music video has over 100 million likes and 50 million followers. A genuine viral phenomenon. Ying Ping just stares at Mark Jiang with dark, narrow eyes. He pushes back anyway. Are you certain Boven will actually write for her? Right then, Adrian Lee speaks up. Enough. Chen Xian and Lily Shen. Lock them both in. Pass it down. The meeting is over. Mark Jiang walks out beaming. It is the first time he's gotten the upper hand on his rival. He's absolutely thrilled. Meanwhile, the whole entertainment industry is buzzing about the new song showcase announcement. And at the exact same time, this news reaches Lisa Liu at Tan Mai Entertainment. Manager Chin bursts into the room. Lisa, great news. You have been selected for new song showcase, and the label brought in a massive hitmaker to write for you. Lisa goes completely still. Her nail polish brush drags a clumsy streak across her finger. She spins around, eyes wide open. The new song showcase. The exact show that makes careers. The confirmation comes through. She leaps straight up out of her chair. I am going to blow up. Then she hears the songwriter's name, and her smugness becomes totally insufferable. Master Vincent, the godfather of pop music himself. This is locked. Me and Vincent. What an absolute dream combination. Manager Chin watches her strut and quietly sighs. Stick with me. Because while Lisa celebrates herself, my wife Lily also gets a call from her label. Same exact message. Same event. 3 days until new song showcase. She hangs up and stands there completely frozen. Coco, on the other hand, goes absolutely wild. She grabs Lily by both shoulders and shakes her. Lily, is this real? New song showcase. But after the initial excitement wears off, there is a massive problem. They have no song. Manager Yoon's face turns grave. New song showcase is a huge comeback stage. That is the good news. But we desperately need a hit song. They divide tasks immediately. Manager Yoon works every single contact she has left in the songwriting world. Lily puts her head down and tries to write something herself, just hoping for a total miracle. And you know what? I know none of this. I'm at home teaching Wawa children's songs. I'm wearing a goofy wolf headband, making her giggle until she can barely breathe. After finally putting her to sleep at 7 that evening, I get some quiet. My mind kept spinning around the exact same question. Which track should I write for Lily? With so many choices, the harder I think, the more tangled my brain gets. Feeling restless, I grab my phone. My music is blowing up everywhere online. Fans even turned Wawa's little faces into custom stickers. I stare at the screen and just have to laugh. Lily, how are things holding up over there? When are you finally going to call me first? I keep scrolling. Besides my viral tracks, the biggest trending topic is the new song showcase. It happens every single year. Whoever makes the cut becomes a massive star. It's brutal. Straight head-to-head battles. You lose, you're gone. Honestly, I could not care less about this competition. It just annoys me. I scroll for a few more minutes, shut off the screen, and crash. But bright and early the next morning, my phone yanks me awake. It is Coco. Her voice on the line is barely a whisper, like she is hiding from someone in the room. You need to do something to help Lily. She is totally losing her mind. I frown, instantly wide awake now. What is going on? Lily got picked for the new song showcase, but we do not have a track. She stayed up all night trying to write something. My head starts pounding. Then it clicks. The contract literally says I am the one writing her music. I have been sitting around overthinking, while she is over there having a total meltdown. Got it. I will call her. I hang up and immediately dial Lily. She answers. Her voice sounds completely exhausted. Did Wawa miss me? A tight knot pulls at my chest. Does Wawa have to miss you for me to call? I am your husband? That is the very first time I have ever said those words to her face. Dead silence on the line. I sigh heavily and finally break the quiet. Why didn't you tell me about the new song showcase? It is such an easy fix. Why put yourself through all this stress? From my perspective, this takes one simple sentence to solve. But the second I say it, soft sobbing comes right through the speaker. She is crying. I am totally lost. What did I say? Emotions are so complicated. Before I can figure out what to do, she cries out, Flynn Liu. Her voice sounds so hurt. It feels like a grip on my heart. I have never heard her shout my full name like that before. Do you think I am completely useless? That all I can do is rely on you? I get it right away. That is what was destroying her. I missed it completely. I jump in. voice gentle. I am so sorry. I was not judging you. I was just worried about you. But before I even finish, Lily lets out a tiny, broken laugh, sad but so stubborn. I steady my voice completely. Lily, you and Wawa are the absolute best things this world has ever given me. You are my wife. There is literally no one else like you. No one could ever replace you. The words just explode inside her mind. Lily's face flushes bright red in a split second. She murmurs a soft MHM, and the tension on the call shifts entirely. Coco, who is totally eavesdropping from the sidelines, looks like her eyes might pop right out of her skull. Stop letting your brain run to those dark places, I tell her. I will send you a track tonight. Lily lets out a real laugh. All right, I will see what you can really pull off this time. Her anxiety finally melts away. But the second she relaxes, absolute exhaustion takes over. I let out a massive breath when she hangs up. Calming my wife down is tougher than wrangling a toddler. I grab paper and a pen, but hit that exact same wall. So many melodies in my brain, but which one fits? Feeling restless, I throw open the window, and down on the street, a young couple is saying goodbye. The guy holds a suitcase. She is crying. Romance swells with the breeze. And when the breeze drops, that feeling stays right there. Something clicks inside me. The answer hits instantly. I rush straight back to the desk and write down the title. The wind rises. Notes pour right from my pen. I get totally lost in the rhythm until Wawa's voice snaps me back. Daddy, I am starving. Back to reality. I grin right away. Wawa is hungry? Daddy is on duty. My little girl's word is absolute law. I do not let her wait a single second. I sprint to the kitchen without another thought. Exactly 2 hours later, stuffed and super happy, the two of us just collapse onto the couch. Right then, Lily's video call rings on my phone. She has heavy bags under her eyes and looks absolutely exhausted. One glance at the two of us just lounging on the couch, and she instantly pulls the most pathetic, pitiful face you could ever imagine. Those big eyes practically shining, like she is saying, I am out here working to the bone, and you two are living it up. I absolutely cannot handle that look. I give up immediately. I was not slacking off. The new song is totally finished. Wawa copies me and throws her little hand up. Wawa was not lazy either. I skipped 2 cartoon episodes today, and I learned 5 whole new words. Lily completely cracks up. Our Wawa is the absolute best. Come blow mommy a kiss. Wawa leans right into the camera. I spot my chance and shamelessly slide into frame. What about your husband? Do I not get a kiss? Wawa cheers for me in the background. Lily blushes a deep red. Barely able to resist the two of us teaming up, she blows a quick kiss. I light up like a kid and bolt to the bedroom for the sheet music. See? Told you the track was ready. Lily shoots me a look that could mean a million things. But I know what she is thinking. A few hours to write one flawless song. I must seem superhuman to her. We chat a little longer, and then I photograph the full I sent over the sheet music. I set the phone down, getting ready to take Wawa out. But then Lily called right back. The second we connected, she was glaring at me with these intense eyes. What is it? I stammered. She threw my own words right back. Did something have to be wrong for her to call? I had zero comeback. My wife is gore, and she definitely holds grudges. Then she dropped a complete curveball. What exactly have you been hiding from me? I just scratched my head, playing totally innocent. Lily flushed red, her voice pitched up. I mean your music, your songs. I rubbed my nose, desperately trying to bluff my way through it. What if I told you I just suddenly figured it out? Would you believe me? Lily stared at me for a long time. She decided not to push it any further. She studied the lyrics. After a quiet moment, she whispered a soft thank you. Then she looked up, smiling. Her eyes were completely resolved. I will not let this song go unheard. The call ended. Next, Lily knocked on Coco's door. Coco's face lit right up. Lily, we have a track. Did Flynn write it? Coco instantly realized she had shared way too much. Lily connected the dots immediately. Coco was the one who tipped me off. Manager Yoon was called in next. Hearing about the new song brought her massive relief. The last few days had been nothing but slam doors. Finally, no more desperate begging. The 3 women rushed over to Starlight Entertainment, heading straight for the 11th floor recording studios. Lily decided she was not leaving until the vocal was flawless. Hours vanished. Coco managed the backing track and arrangements. Only then did Lily step out of the vocal booth. Just as they were leaving to grab some food, the door across the hallway swung open. A girl stepped out. She froze upon seeing Lily, then offered a polite nod. Lily returned the smile, but the guy right behind her was another story. Nose held high, wearing gold-rimmed glasses, his whole face oozing pure arrogance. Lily did not recognize him. She turned to leave, but the man let out a cold sneer. Zero manners, cannot even greet a senior. The young girl, named Chen, rushed to explain. Uncle, she just signed on. How would she know who you are? So this guy was Yinping, and Chen was the new artist going up against Lily in the new song showcase. But nobody realized Chenian had her own secret agenda running through her head. She had heard Lily snagged a track from Bovan. It had to be incredible. Turns out she was a huge fan. Over the following days, Lily left early and came home late, practicing with absolute dedication. Manager Yoon posted my wife's official comeback announcement online, but her remaining few thousand followers were mostly dead accounts. The big news landed without making a single wave. Only a few hardcore legacy fans and some eagle-eyed indie media accounts even noticed. The second they spotted the new song showcase, they saw easy traffic. Rumors spread online, but the general public simply did not care about an artist who vanished 2 years ago. August 7th arrived. The new song showcase opened at the arena. Director Ren Chowa was not happy at all. Bone tracks were dominating the charts, and the event viewership this year was miles away from its previous glory. But you cannot delay a massive yearly event for just one producer. He had to keep the show rolling. If only he could actually contact Bone. If Bone sat on that judging panel, their ratings would absolutely skyrocket. But what he never could have guessed was that the exact guy he wanted was sitting right there in the audience, holding a baby, trying his best to stay hidden. I sneaked out with Wawa without telling Lily, just to support her live. My little girl was bouncing in my arms, barely holding it together. She was about to see mommy. I scanned the massive crowd, neon glow sticks everywhere. Not a single one was for my wife. I quietly loaded up the live stream. Comments were flying past. Not a single person wanted Lily to win. 4 main favorites were trending. One of them was Lisa Liu, the very woman who dared to threaten my daughter. Meanwhile, backstage, the tension was suffocating. Lisa Liu looked absolutely furious. She glared at Lily. "Why did you even show up?" Coco just rolled her eyes without hesitation, firing back an insult that made Lisa look like a complete idiot. Lisa stared at my wife, looking so radiant today, and an old feeling resurfaced. The deep fear of living in Lily's shadow. It felt like watching a queen return to power. She was terrified before anyone had even sung a note. Right then, her manager whispered the exact thing needed to snap her out of it. "It is just Lily Shen. She has zero momentum right now." Lisa took a breath. "Right. How could Lily Shen possibly compete against me? I even secured a track from Vincent himself." Armed with that thought, she shot Lily one final arrogant glare. Then, the main stage lights blazed alive. The host marched out. 4 heavy-hitting industry judges took their seats. The music competition officially started. The rules were simple, but brutal. 16 singers. The live audience yelled, "Stop" on a spinning digital reel to decide the matchups. Absolutely impossible to rig. The giant screen spun. 8 head-to-head brackets locked in. I stared at the board and just smiled. The host's booming voice filled the arena. "Give it up for our first battle, Lily Shen versus Lisa Liu." The words echoed. A bright spotlight cut through the dark. My wife, Lily Shen, and her bitter rival Lisa walked slowly onto the main stage. A fated rivalry finally clashing. But I noticed Lily's hands shaking just a bit. She was nervous. Of course she was. Meanwhile, Lisa's expression was pitch black. She never saw Lily coming in round 1. The whole crowd burst into whispers. "Who's this gorgeous stranger?" I can spot Lily's nerves from my seat, so I hoist Wawa up as high as possible. Right now, our little girl becomes the best cheering sign on earth. Her tiny face beams with a massive grin. "Mommy, you've got this." Lily spots us from the stage and her hand covers her mouth. Every single trace of panic vanishes, her eyes shining with a brand new brightness. She smiles, her eyes curving sweetly. That pure softness absolutely melts the crowd in a single heartbeat. The host announces that Lily will sing first. The lights drop. A single spotlight hits her. The intro rolls. The entire arena falls dead silent. Then the song title flashes on screen. "The Wind Rises." Down in the credits, just 2 words. Written by Bovin. The whole place gasps in shock. This total rookie somehow got the most secretive legend in the industry to write her track. Backstage, Lisa Liu stares in absolute shock. Her hands shake uncontrollably. Then, Lily's vocals rise. Pure. Ethereal. I once found myself lost in the vastness of this world, and lost myself in love. The melody is stunning and complex. The crowd is hooked. Lily leaves everything on that stage. Her eyes sweep across the massive crowd, locking onto the exact spot where her 2 favorite people are standing. Every single person in that arena and streaming at home feels it. Old faces flash through their minds, close and far away all at once, landing on that one high school memory they could never let go of. That is the magic here. It wakes up the wild days they left behind. Backstage, a heavy thud. Lisa Liu drops to the floor, pale and shaking. Any brave idea of walking out there just vanished completely. Lily, armed with perfect vocals and a powerhouse track, just shredded Lisa's ego. Her manager Chin forces a bitter smile. Beaten by raw talent, plain and simple. Even the tough judges look amazed. The track fades. Dead silence. Lily stares out at the seats, totally lost on what to do next. I slowly open my eyes, catch that hesitation on her face, and smile. Then, Wawa claps her tiny hands for mommy as hard as she can. The very next second, the cheering hits like a massive wave crashing ashore. Deafening. The teary-eyed crowd gives Lily the most insane standing ovation this building has ever seen. Meanwhile, the live chat online is an absolute blur of text. Bovin is a genius, always delivering. Literal tears. The wind didn't just rise, it became a hurricane. Right now, nobody remembers doubting Lily Shen at all. They expected a warm-up act. They got an absolute knockout. Lily takes a deep bow. She sneaks one last look at me and Wawa, before walking off. The show rolls on. Up next is Lisa Liu. Somehow, she dragged herself up off the floor. She watches Lily walk right past her, utterly defeated inside. She barely remembers how she even dragged her feet out to center stage. The track hits and muscle memory kicks in, but she's stumbling half a beat late right away. Angry boos erupt from the audience. Panic sets in, her vocals stray entirely. When it finally ends, the awkward, patchy clapping makes her want to vanish. The backstage director, Ren Chow, could not care less. Live viewership is peaking. That is all he wants. The scoring is totally obvious. 5-0, a clean sweep. Right then, Lily's text hits my phone. Backstage exit. I scoop up Wawa and we dip out fast. Behind the scenes, Coco practically tackles Lily the second she walks in. Alright, cut the waterworks. It is only up from here. Lily hugs her back, looking calmer than ever. Time to go. Flynn is waiting by the door. Night has settled outside. The second she pushes through those doors, she spots me waiting tall, right under the street lamp, Wawa resting in my arms. A pure, undeniable wave of happiness washes right over her. Simple, and so incredibly warm. Mommy. Wawa wriggles loose and sprints. Lily drops to her knees, hugging our little girl tightly. I step closer, grinning. Well, did you like the surprise? A blush hits her cheeks. She stares right into my eyes. Absolutely. What we do not realize is that Lisa Liu is watching this entire scene unfold. She glares sharply at our backs as we leave. Pure poison flashes in her stare. A vicious plan locks into place. If she cannot have victory, Lily won't keep it either. By now, the internet is in total meltdown. Fans are demanding to know how Boven discovered a talent like Lily Shen. Clicking her social pages just leads to a fresh comeback post. Turns out, she was an upcoming pop idol 2 years back, bailing after some dating drama. Once that hits the timeline, gossip blogs circle like sharks. The web goes to war. Haters insist she should have stayed cancelled. Real fans argue that with vocals like that, her dating history means absolutely nothing. The online shouting matches continue, until one single post cuts right through the noise. Just tell me, is the track a hit or not? Total silence from the critics. All they can grumble is, anyone could sing that well. Just then, Starlight Entertainment makes their move. One official post blows up the timeline, not just praising Lily advances, dropping an absolute bombshell. For the next round, she'll perform yet another track by Boven, and right after that showcase, a full album penned entirely by Boven. Wait, more than a single track? The internet absolutely erupts. Lily and Boven hit #1 on trending simultaneously, but a much darker post is quietly climbing. By the next morning, it's reached #10 on trending. The headline is totally brutal. Lily Shen having an affair with mysterious singer, Boven. The rumor claims she seduced him to fuel her comeback. Paid accounts amplify this everywhere. Toxic comments start piling up. So, she bought her success. Boven should know better. They deserve each other. True fans try defending my character, but they get completely drowned out. Within an hour, the smear campaign claims first and second on trending. Meanwhile, I've just finished my morning run. I know absolutely nothing. Lily walks out of her room looking completely exhausted, heavy dark circles, sleepless. Her mind stuck replaying me, taking her hand. Manager Yan and Coco assume her total exhaustion is from those viral trending posts. Coco rushes over, entirely anxious. Lily, what's Flynn saying? Isn't he going to step up and set the record straight? A scandal like this really has to be addressed by me. If Lily speaks up first, it'll instantly backfire. But Lily's mind is miles away. She just stares blankly at Coco. Clarify what? Did something happen to Flynn? Coco stands totally speechless. She realizes Lily has absolutely no idea what's going on. She stamps her foot. Lily, you're still worried about him? He's fine. You're the one in trouble. Check your social media. Lily finally senses something is horribly wrong. She pulls out her phone. Notifications flood the screen, thick and suffocating. She taps open her messages. Her hand gives a slight involuntary tremor. Taking a slow, deep breath, she just keeps scrolling. 90% is pure abuse. She closes the messages, finding the viral post and that massive wall of paid bot accounts. After a moment, Lily sets her phone down. She picks up her spoon. Her expression looks frighteningly calm, like nothing happened at all, which makes Coco even more terrified. Lily, aren't you going to do something? Lily gently pats her hand. Coco, the truth speaks for itself. But public opinion couldn't care less about truth. Lily's eyelashes flutter. Inside, she's an absolute storm. But she knows I've stayed anonymous for a good reason. I avoid the spotlight, so she absolutely won't be the one to expose me. The whole internet is demanding a response. They wait. Finally, Lily's official social media updates. Everyone rushes to click the post, and then the digital world goes entirely still. No lengthy PR statement, just 5 simple words. The truth speaks for itself. The backlash intensifies immediately. Meanwhile, let's check on the mastermind. At Tian Entertainment, Lisa Liu is in a fantastic mood. The label gave her a serious earful, but watching Lily get dragged through the mud makes it worth it. Every single attack was bought and paid for by her. If Lily suffers, it's money well spent. Beside her, Manager Chin isn't smiling. She thinks Lisa has completely lost it. Lisa, this is literal slander. If Boven takes legal action, you are finished. Lisa loudly scoffs. How is it slander? If there's no affair, why would Boven write music for her? Look, she didn't even deny it. just played the fake high road. Manager Chin stares at this rapidly unraveling woman, quietly beginning to calculate her own exit strategy. Meanwhile, I'm back at the hotel taking a leisurely shower, completely oblivious to my smartphone going absolutely berserk on the counter. I shut off the water, wrap a towel around my waist, and step out. Spotting the caller ID, I raise an eyebrow. Deputy Director Lee, what brings you to call a man of leisure like me? Shay's voice sounds distinctly unimpressed on the other end. Man of leisure? You've got nerve calling yourself that. You practically own the entire trending list right now. I scratch my head. Get to the point. What's going on? Shay's tone goes razor sharp. Your wife. That's what. Lily is getting utterly destroyed online, and you're just sitting there. Lily is being attacked. I straighten up instantly. My voice drops, turning completely serious and entirely present. What happened to Lily? On the line, Shay feels a sudden sharp twist in her chest. The second Lily gets mentioned, I become a completely different person. Shay lets out a quiet, cold exhale. Go check the trending list yourself, she says, hanging up. Frowning, I grab my phone. We're about to uncover what really happened. I open the app. The trending viral posts hit me immediately. The second I read that brutal headline, my expression goes pitch black. I just keep reading. I scroll through all the vicious comments attacking Lily. My face is now the color of a burnt pot. I actually laugh out of pure rage. You really think my wife is someone you can just trample? And that foolish woman facing a PR crisis this massive, and she hides it, carrying the weight entirely alone. I just want to stand right before her, ask what she was thinking, whether she even considers me her husband at all. But first things first, if someone wants to play dirty games, let's play properly. Lisa Liu will never see it coming. I just want to stand before Lily and ask what she was thinking, if she even considers me her husband at all. But first things first, if they want to play a game, let's play properly. Lisa Liu will never see the reversal hit fast. Lily barely had a moment to celebrate before pure panic took over. She just couldn't understand how the mysterious Bovin was the exact same guy she thought was just slacking off. 10 a.m. The internet was still completely blowing up about Lily's scandal. Then, my own account blew up. The other half of the drama, 50 million followers, still completely hidden. Just one post. Zero algorithm boost. The fans pushed it themselves. Bovin was finally showing his face. Nobody saw me stepping into the spotlight like that. Zero hesitation, right when things peaked. But when people clicked, they totally froze. This wasn't some basic PR statement. It was a massive declaration of love and all-out war combined. In the video, my face is dead serious. Hello everyone, I am Bovin. I just woke up to some seriously nasty online rumors. A bunch of you are asking why I write music for Lily Shen. Some accounts are even pushing fake cheating scandals. I only have one simple question. What is wrong with writing tracks for my own wife? Lily decided to ignore the noise. I don't possess that kind of chill. I really wanted to stay entirely out of the public eye. Instead, we get this mess. Fine. My name is Flynn Liu. Lily and I both stepped away from the music scene when our relationship went public. We got married. We have been solid ever since. Now you know. And one more thing to the original poster and every troll account that spread those lies, I apologize in advance because my team already pulled the receipts. Not a single one of you is escaping. Expect a lawsuit coming your way. The video dropped. The entire internet went completely silent. After all that crazy viral drama, we were actually married the whole time. Nobody guessed that the faceless Bovin was actually me. Mind-blowing. The clip spread everywhere fast. Fans went absolutely wild, retweeting it constantly. Haha, try spreading fake news now. They were honestly always meant to be. To all those haters talking garbage, open your eyes. While the comment sections were still totally burning up, Starlight Entertainment's lawyers fired off a post. On behalf of Mr. Liu, all fake stories and defamatory online content are being heavily tracked. Lawsuits have already been served to the primary source and every gossip page involved. All connected users will be permanently banned. The statement landed. Social media totally exploded. People quickly realized the trending hashtags had been scrubbed clean. The main hater completely deleted their profile. A few minutes later, the app's official admin stepped in. Following our investigation, 1,500 accounts are suspended for spreading fake news. The internet is not the Wild West. With that official backup, my reveal video firmly locked in at #1 on the trending page. Lily's profile spiked to #2. Within minutes, 2 catchphrases blew up online. Ultimate devoted husband and the truth always wins. Thousands of users started quoting my exact words. My wife chose not to engage. I don't have that kind of patience. Meanwhile, back at the apartment, Lily was totally clueless. She was just sitting with Wawa, watching cartoons. Then Coco stormed in like an absolute tornado. Her face was glowing with hype. She shoved her screen right into Lily's face. Lily, look! Flynn just posted a video. My wife looked up, totally confused. Coco stamped her foot, annoyed. Lily, you are way too nice for your own good. How will you ever survive the industry? You seriously need to take notes from Flynn. Look at him destroying them online. Zero hesitation. It is so satisfying. Lily grabbed the phone and played my clip. My familiar, serious tone filled the room immediately. By the time it ended, her jaw had literally dropped. Pure, total shock. Coco just kept rambling. Lily, do you even know what the internet is calling him right now? Ultimate devoted husband. Ah, it is so good. Those words hit hard. A soft blush warmed Lily's face. Something really sweet fluttered inside her. Who wouldn't want a guy fiercely protecting them like that? The thought barely registered before she slipped away from Wawa and hid inside her bedroom. Coco and Wawa were left completely confused. But once my wife shut the door and pulled up my contact, she froze. What should she even say? Calling my video embarrassing meant admitting I made her blush. If she told me I handled it perfectly, would I think she was petty for needing the defense? She flopped face first right onto the mattress and buried herself under the blankets, kicking her feet like a shy teenager. Finally, she gathered her courage and dialed my number. I picked up instantly. My voice echoed through the speaker. Hello? Lily kept her burning face shoved deep into her pillows. She mumbled, super quietly, "Hey, what are you up to right now?" But instead of replying, I just chuckled. What are you doing? Trying to suffocate yourself with a blanket? Lily squeaked loudly and ripped her face away. Total panic mode. How did I know that? Then she checked her screen and realized she had accidentally hit the video call button. Her jaw just dropped. She stared right at my face on the screen, totally frozen in shock. I rubbed my nose, thinking she looked incredibly cute, acting flustered. A second later, she let out this helpless little groan and shoved her face right back into the cushions, refusing to look up. So embarrassing. Her muffled voice whined right through the fabric. Stop laughing at me. I finally took the hint and stopped. Okay, I wasn't laughing. I was just heading out. Are you going to pick me up? Lily finally looks up. Just wait right there. Her bright almond eyes stare at the screen, cheeks still flushed. She doesn't mention the video. Some things really don't need asking. But since she stays quiet, I bring it up. My tone shifts. There's something I need to tell you. Lily, you were getting completely destroyed online. Why didn't you tell me? What do you actually think of me? Lily falls quiet. The question hangs in the air. I can tell she isn't entirely sure. But then her eyes soften. She cares about me. She likes who I've become. She loves how I take care of her and Wawa. But her past trauma makes it hard to just open up. All I get is silence. A long pause. Then I speak again, voice quieter, carrying the heavy weight of someone stepping away. It's okay if you don't want to say it. I'm downstairs. Come get me. The call ends. Lily snaps back. She looks like my defeated tone just stung her chest like a physical needle. Did she think she disappointed me? She jumps off the bed, looking desperate to see me right this second. She runs. I'm already in the car, just sitting quietly, staring out the window. Lily climbs in, but leaves the engine off. She turns, studying the side of my face. She takes a breath. Flynn, I'm sorry. I turn to her. Seeing her red eyes brings a quiet ache. When did I ever have anything to lose anyway? I reply softly. Please don't apologize. The truth is, I'm not the Flynn Lou you think you know. You have no reason to feel guilty. But Lily just stares at me. Are you Flynn Lou? I nod. Still am. She asked me that exact same question on the Ferris wheel. I scratch my head. I'm Flynn Lou. Then you're exactly the Flynn Lou I think you are. Her absolute confidence stops me cold. I clench my fists and finally admit the one thing I've been terrified of. I'm scared. Scared that one day you just won't need me anymore. Lily cuts me off. Flynn. Her eyes shine with something tender and deep. She grabs my shaking hand and holds on tight. She leans gently into my shoulder and says it so clearly, word by word. You're Wawa's father, and you're my husband. No matter what happens, we aren't leaving you. What matters most is that you're right here. She's in my arms. Her words are soft but rock solid. I got my answer. I hold her tight and just laugh. From this second on, absolutely nothing can shake my truth. After a little while, Lily squirms out of my embrace, totally embarrassed. I'm still wearing the biggest, most ridiculous grin. She shoots me a look and bursts out laughing right with me. The car finally pulls away. We're both forever changed. Meanwhile, over at Lisa Lou's apartment at TN Entertainment. Impossible. How on earth could Boven be Flynn Lou? Lisa moves like a complete madwoman, violently sweeping everything off her desk in a single motion. Shattering glass echoes through the room. But that isn't enough. She steps forward and stomps through the scattered wreckage of her expensive makeup. A legal notice arrived from Starlight Entertainment. She's officially been exposed as the mastermind behind the smear campaign. The poster saw the walls closing in and threw her right under the bus. The label just placed her on a mandatory suspension. She knows her career is entirely finished. Nearby, Manager Chin watches with quiet satisfaction. Flynn Lou is actually Flynu. He hid his identity flawlessly. She honestly can't help but marvel. Who could have imagined the guy everyone wrote off 2 years ago would become the most viral celebrity in the whole country? Lily Shen truly saw his real potential. I refuse to accept this. Lisa's panting heavily. Her eyes are completely bloodshot. Manager Chin, hand me your phone. The manager just shoots her a flat, freezing look. What exactly are you refusing to accept here? Can you outsing her? You aren't as pretty. Even your taste in men is worse. What is there to refuse? Those blunt words twist like knives. Lisa snaps her head around, glaring. Manager Chin doesn't even flinch. Did I say something wrong? Once you're locked up, your contract terminates itself. The agency already threw you in the trash. Why? Lisa hisses through gritted teeth. Because a business needs talent that brings actual value. You have zero left. Manager Chin looks right at her, delivering the most brutally honest advice she's ever given. When you get out, find a decent guy and settle down. Stop fighting wars you can't possibly win. Lisa lets out a dark, hollow laugh. Am I supposed to thank you? She smiles. The mask is finally ripped off between them. Then Lisa's smile twists into something totally unhinged. Manager Chin, let me borrow that phone. Let's finish this right now. Manager Chin furrows her brow. What are you trying to do? Drag everyone down with you? Lisa's smirk turns ice cold. Why does Lily Shen get to stand above me in everything? She's a nobody orphan. What gives her the right? Now that I know Bovan is actually Flinu, I have one weapon left to use. If I can't touch Lily, I'll ruin Flynn Lu. Nobody gets to just be happy. Manager Chin watches the unraveling woman and knows she's far beyond saving. She desperately wants to say Lily never even competed with you. Her moral character is a million times better than yours, but she stays quiet. Any extra provocation right now, and Lisa will totally detonate. So, Manager Chin just hands the phone over. Here. But whatever happens next, I want no part of it. Lisa grabs the phone. With Manager Chin watching closely, she dials. Chen Wai. It is Lisa. Lu. Back at the apartment, our dinner table gives off a really weird vibe. Wawa eats happily. Manager Yoon grins through the entire meal. Coco stares at her plate, but keeps shooting quick looks at Lily and me. Lily's face and neck are burning bright red. She clearly wants to vanish into her bowl, while I am just grinning like an absolute idiot, peeling crayfish one by one, and lifting them to her lips with my chopsticks. Lily is completely mortified. She thinks to herself, why is he acting this way since we left the car? I, on the flip side, find this completely natural. She claimed me as her husband. What is wrong with feeding her? Please stop. I can feed myself. Lily finally looks up and glares right at me, flustered and annoyed. That sharp look stops me completely cold. So, this is how it feels when a beautiful girl looks at you that way. Love is truly wild. I finally stop feeding my wife, and turn my attention to making sure Wawa eats instead. After dinner, I bounce back to normal, sinking into the sofa, plotting out the next round's song. Moving from 16 to 8 was a breeze. Reaching the final 4, that is a whole different beast. The remaining rivals can match Lily, note for note. It all comes down to original tracks and live stage presence. Having 3 days to create an absolute masterpiece is tough for anyone. Even I am hitting a wall this time. Which track guarantees victory? Lily is not sitting idle either. She sits right next to me grinding on the track she has been chasing, but it keeps falling short. There is one crucial melody she just cannot nail. Lily frowns deeply. Nailing that tune is like wrangling a stray cat. She is so stressed that she scratches her hair into a wild bird nest. Late into the night, the perfect inspiration still avoids us. But when morning hits, Lily wakes up to another massive scandal about me trending online. At first glance, she barely thinks much about it. These days, my name trends on a daily basis. Then she actually reads the headline. Her face instantly tightens up. Her heart jumps into complete panic. Meanwhile, all across the web, thousands of people click that exact same post. Already used to seeing my name everywhere, they click blindly. But when they read what is actually written inside, everybody just freezes. Some users actually rub their eyes, completely unwilling to believe the text on screen. Flynn is a domestic abuser. That headline shatters reality. People just stare at it, then burst out laughing. This simply must be a sick joke. Yesterday, I was the ultimate devoted husband, and today, I am an abuser. They scramble to open the video in the post, wanting to see who made this garbage up. Clip loads. It is Chen Yui and Yatian, guys from my old idol group. Chen Yui speaks up first. Hello everyone, I am Chen Yui. I used to be Flynn Lu's friend. Why used to be? Because I am ashamed to be tied to a guy like him. I know you do not believe me, but he is an abuser. I have a phone recording for proof. When he came crawling to me, begging for help to get back into the industry, I actually recorded our talk. I never expected it would become evidence showing his true colors. I am showing my real face. I am not afraid to expose him. The internet instantly goes dead silent. Name sources, real faces, the public waivers. Then Yatian holds up his phone. I can confirm everything Chen Wai just said is completely true. Let everyone hear the audio. He hits play. Millions lean in. A voice comes through. It is my voice. Chen. Any chance I could get back into the agency? Chen Yui sounds cool and totally dismissive. You married a huge star. Why would you need any of this? My voice echoes again with a careless, cocky edge. Women, they are just like clothes. Career is all that matters, and if you want back in, will Lily Shen even agree? On the recording, a cruel laugh plays. Then comes the sentence that shatters the internet. Honestly, in my house, what I say goes. If she fights me, a quick beating sorts it out. You cannot pamper women. The audio file ends, but the massive online outrage is just starting. Disgusting. Is this how a real man acts? Women come out swinging online, but even the guys are absolutely furious. Chen Yui continues in the video clip, face tight with righteous anger. You all heard him. That is your so-called devoted husband. The footage cuts out. The comment section is an absolute disaster. I was blind to ever support him. That audio made me sick. What is Flynn Lu truly like behind closed doors? And at this exact moment, I am sitting quietly listening to that exact same recording on my phone. The same sickening feeling rises up. I sprint to the bathroom and vomit. For one terrifying second, I am back inside that guy. The original soul felt suffocating and vile. Those horrible things happened. They are real. I cannot deny the pain Lily actually went through. My phone just will not stop ringing. I refuse to look at it. For the first time, I choose to hide. I pull the covers over myself and do not move, hoping that might make things easier. The pain is not the public criticism. It is the memories rushing back. Lily suffering. Wawa suffering right there in front of my eyes. So vivid. I realize I have never actually forgiven myself. Even with absolutely everything I have done to make things right, nothing changes the past. Meanwhile, back at the apartment, Lily is calling me over and, it's over. Seeing that viral post, she's absolutely beside herself with worry. She knows me better than anyone. She's watched every change, watched every single attempt to make amends. She knows she let the past go long ago, but she also knows I can't honestly say the same about myself. Manager Yoon and Coco just watch her, faces tight with anger and helpless pity. My phone rings endlessly, unanswered. I've completely vanished. Lily's heart twists into knots as Wawa looks up from her arms. Mommy, are you calling Daddy? Why don't we just go find him? One sentence. Lily can't sit still anymore. She scrambles up and sprints out. She has to find me. She arrives at my door panting, bites her lip, and starts knocking softly. Total silence, but she refuses to stop. Knock after knock. She isn't leaving until I come out. Under the covers, I finally register that endless pounding. I drag my heavy body up and pull open the door. Lily's eyes are red. We've only been apart one day, and I can barely look at her. I dodge her gaze. She saw the post. Does she remember everything now? I shut the door behind her quietly, like a man walking to his own execution. My voice comes out rough. I'm terrified. Now that everyone knows, what's she going to do? Demand a divorce? Right then, Lily catches the pure fear in my eyes, and her worry flips to pure fury in a second. She grabs me, yanks me down onto the mattress, wrapping both hands tightly around my arm, and bites down hard. Pain explodes. I'm instantly jolted awake. My first instinct is pulling away, but I freeze. Let her do it. Maybe this will help her feel better. When Lily finally releases my arm, she looks up into my calm expression and completely shatters. Are you stupid? She sobs loudly, yanking back my sleeve. There on my arm sits a row of deep red marks, broken capillaries showing through, angry and raw. There, now we're even, Lily cries through her falling tears, throwing herself directly into my arms. Even. You aren't allowed to be sad anymore. I go totally rigid. The solid warmth of her pressed against my chest feels impossible to believe. I reach up and softly stroke her hair, barely daring to breathe. In a single second, I go from rock bottom straight to the stars. A massive grin breaks across my face. Lily said we're even. Since the day I woke up in this world, I've been walking on eggshells, feeling like I owed an impossible debt. And now she's telling me we're completely even. It feels so damn good. My tears finally spill over, unstoppable. All this time I've been trying to save my family, but I was secretly saving myself, too. The two of us just sit there, holding onto each other like a pair of absolute fools. After a long while, Lily murmurs from somewhere against my chest. Don't do this again. Wawa and I will worry. I nod hard, my voice totally shot. I won't. Lily looks up, cheeks flushed, her eyes still wet and shining. Then an idea flashes across her face. Her eyes suddenly light up with unmistakable excitement. Oh, I think I found the melody. What melody? I can't help but playfully ruffle her hair. The song I've been working on. The inspiration just hit me. The words barely leave her mouth before she pulls free from my arms. I scratch my head, honestly pretty reluctant to let her go. I grab some blank sheet music from my bag and hand it right over. I was gonna write something tonight, but you take it. Lily nods, face still flushed pink. She sits cross-legged right there on the mattress and starts composing immediately, humming softly while her pen flies across the page. Within minutes, a full musical composition takes shape. She looks up, eyes practically shining. I finally got it. Wanna see? I shake my head with a gentle smile. I'd rather hear you sing it. Lily's face goes bright red. There aren't lyrics yet. Just hum it. That's fine. She nods. No backing track. Just her sweet voice threading softly through the quiet room. The second that vocal melody hits me, I freeze. My eyes go wide with shock. I've actually heard this exact melody back in my original world. I genuinely can't believe it. I listen closely until she finishes the whole passage. Wait, I interrupt out of nowhere, snatching the pen and paper, writing like crazy. Lily has no idea what's happening. Then she leans in and looks at what I'm jotting down, and her eyes just light up. I'm writing lyrics. I heard her hum it one single time, and I'm already dropping down the words. Lily leans in closer. These lyrics are exactly what she'd envisioned for the track, maybe even better. She stares at the paper, then shifts her gaze to the serious lines of my profile. Caught in the moment, she presses her lips right to my cheek. My hand violently lurches. The ink suddenly smears across the whole page. I feel literally struck by lightning. That soft, warm pressure on my right cheek, as vivid as a permanent brand. I stare down at the fresh lyrics. My heart is already in full bloom. The title Lily chose for her song? Courage. But the second she realizes what she just did, Lily instantly panics. She drops her head. Honestly, she'd probably love to fall through a crack in the floor. Thankfully, I don't show any major reaction. If I had, she definitely would have fled the room entirely. I know she gets embarrassed easily, so I push down the riot in my chest and keep writing until the lyrics are finished. I hand the sheet back, looking as casual as I possibly can. Now you can sing it properly for me. And she does, all the way through. I just smile and nod. Beautiful. The next round is totally locked in. It's because your lyrics are good. Without my beautiful wife's melody, I never could have written words like these. But the exact moment that word wife drops, Lily turns incredibly shy. She buries her face in her arms like an ostrich, sweet and totally embarrassed. You are definitely not done enjoying this view, but a sharp ringtone ruins the mood. You pick up your phone. The caller ID flashes, Deputy Director Lee. You raise an eyebrow. She must have seen that viral post. You answer the call, keeping your voice casual. Hello, is everything alright? Shay goes completely quiet for a second. Then she asks carefully, there are some really nasty rumors being spread online. Are you going to clear the air? You glance at Lily, who is pretending to study the sheet music very seriously. But her shifting eyes totally give her away. You shoot her a playful wink. Her face instantly burns red. She quickly looks away in a panic. You speak into the phone, calm and steady. No need to clarify. Everything they said is completely true. Dead silence. Finally, Shay replies, totally stunned. Why? I just cannot believe that the person I know. You cut her off smoothly. Deputy Director Lee, how well do you actually know me? The internet is right. You mess up, you pay the price. The public can say whatever they want to say. Through it all, your eyes never leave Lily. Completely soft. As long as the people I love understand me, that is enough. More silence. When Shay speaks again, the heartbreak in her voice is obvious. Understood. I will let you go. The call drops. Before you lower the phone, Lily speaks up. You were too harsh. That was not very nice. You look at her, completely confused. Harsh? Lily adds something else, keeping her eyes down. She likes you. Wait, what? Shay likes me? You rub your neck. A sudden headache hits instantly. I only see her as a regular friend. But how do you even know that? Lily looks up, staring you down with a totally certain voice. Women's intuition. I trust my gut. You scratch your head again, completely honest. Well, your gut is way off. I am a married man with a daughter. Falling for somebody else would be totally wrong. Love must be loyal and absolute. She sees the raw truth in your gaze and gives a tiny nod. But a sudden urgency flares up inside her. Just because you do not like them, does not stop them from liking you. Plus, Shay is way more successful than she is. You study Lily's expression, replaying the whole chat, and suddenly it clicks. Your eyes light up with amusement. You nudge her shoulder. You are jealous. Lily instantly turns into a flustered mess, face burning red. No, I am not. Her loud voice screams denial. Her body language screams the opposite. She totally is. Your grin widens. You just stare at her. The harder she tries to hide it, the more frantic she becomes. Flustered and defensive, until she finally cracks under your intense gaze. She tosses the lyrics onto the mattress. Fine. Yes, I am jealous. What do you expect me to be when a gorgeous woman likes you? Your smile stretches even further. You lean in fast, dropping your voice. Well then, let me handle this the right way. Would that cure your jealousy? You are so close now, she can feel your breath. Her pulse pounds like a frantic drum, faster and faster, like it might literally jump out of her chest. And right under your stare, she slowly shuts her eyes, lips parting just a bit. A spark ignites in your chest. You close your eyes too and lean in. Soon after, Lily makes it to the round of 8, battling for the top 4 at the new song showcase. She is grinding at Starlight Studios. You are chilling at the apartment with manager Yoon and little Wawa. Yoon still feels pretty conflicted about you. She appreciates your massive turnaround and the help you provided. But she definitely remembers all the terrible things you did in the past. Still, watching you fiercely protect your wife and daughter now brings her real comfort. She mentions that Lily is currently at the agency. You decide to grab Wawa and drop by for a visit. A fun little surprise. Meanwhile, the online backlash is still raging. Haters even launched a dedicated group just to cancel you. Everyone wants Lily to finally dump you. But right then, Lily updates her social media. A new pinned post drops. To find a good man in this life is true luck. When a person fixes their mistakes, everyone who sees it grows. My heart grows too. Just 2 simple sentences. The internet completely explodes. Wild theories flood the timeline. Is her husband controlling her? You arrive at Starlight with Wawa and bump into Chen Shan, another contest rival. She is a massive fan of Lily. Meeting you face to face, she realizes you are super chill. She asks for an autograph. Later, you track down the recording booth. Through the thick glass, you watch Lily singing. She is locked in, totally immersed. There is nothing but pure warmth in your eyes. The track ends. Lily spots the two of you and glows. She calls out, "Husband," so shy and incredibly sweet. Round 2 of the showcase kicks off on schedule. The media hype is insane. You arrive with Wawa wearing masks, dodging the cameras. Lily is matched against Xiao Febi from Shangxi Entertainment. Right before the battle begins, people in the crowd start yelling, demanding to know if Lily actually wrote that post, or if she was pressured into it. Lily locks eyes with you in the audience. Calmly, she states, "I like Flynn Liu. He is a good man. Some connections are simply fate." The screen flashes the track title, Courage. Lyrics, Flynn Liu. Music, Lily Shen. The track kicks in. She sings with her whole heart, delivering every lyric like a deeply personal confession. The crowd and the millions watching online are left speechless. This is no public trial anymore. It is her declaration of love. When the final note fades, the whole story flips. The audience erupts, cheering for us two people, finally finding each other. Lily easily cruises into the top 4. Soon after, Starlight Entertainment drops a statement, officially confirming I was never abusive. We chose each other. That night, we stroll down the city streets hand in hand. I check out street food stalls with her, and we catch a movie. In the dark theater, I steal a quick kiss, leaving her totally flustered until the credits roll. There are still tiny misunderstandings and little moments of friction, but the bond between us is growing fast. After a quick celebration, I take Wawa home while Lily stays to practice. Back at the house, I focus on getting Wawa into preschool. I completely missed the registration window. Thankfully, having Bovin backing me means Wawa gets enrolled at Jianghua Preschool without any trouble. But in the shadows, a plot is brewing. Yingping, that disgraced former Starlight executive, has teamed up with new song showcase judges Wade Wong and Rita Ran for payback. Their plan is to rig the next round, so Lily loses to Chen Xian. Yinping even recruits Vincent, the self-proclaimed music godfather, to write Chen Xian's track. The new song showcase round 3 begins 4 cut down to 2. Lily versus Chen Xian. Host Chenner stirs the drama, pointedly asking Lily if the new track is something she wrote herself. She brushes off the trap without missing a single beat. For this round, Lily performs A Sea of Flowers. That breathtaking intro immediately pulls the entire audience into another world. Her vocal performance feels incredibly intimate and devastating, like a private show just for them. The crowd goes wild. In comparison, Chen Xian's sweet pop track is nice enough, but it completely fades next to A Sea of Flowers. Then, the voting falls apart. Gary Gao votes for Lily. Sebastian Schuer throws a polite goodwill vote to Chen Xian, but Wade Wang and Rita Ran both vote for Chen Xian too, handing her the lead. The entire arena explodes. Accusations of vote rigging fly everywhere. Suddenly, Sebastian Zhu stands up. "Excuse me, host. I need to interrupt this right now. There is a serious problem with this vote. I owe Lily Shen and everyone here an apology. I am so sorry. I got a text from Starlight Entertainment's operations director, Yin Ping. He told me that Chen Shen and Lily Shen are both signed to Starlight, and if the score gap got too wide, I should cast a pity vote for Chen Xian so she would not be humiliated. But that vote just pushed Chen forward instead. I take full responsibility for this mess. Because of my actions, Lily Shen was unfairly eliminated. I am stepping down from my role as a new song showcase judge right now." Chen Xian then steps up to the mic, announcing she is withdrawing from the entire competition. She admits Lily's A Sea of Flowers is miles beyond anything she just sang. The ugly truth is finally out. Director Ren Chao jumps in with an emergency broadcast. The voting will be redone, and all those corrupt judges are kicked out. Lily advances. Shortly after, Starlight Entertainment fires Yinping. Those disgraced showcase judges face massive public ruin. Vincent, absolutely furious that his track lost to mine, calls me out online, dropping a formal declaration to settle our score in the finale. His arrogant challenge practically sets the internet on fire. Media outlets run wild with this old guard versus new blood rivalry. I refuse to back down. My simple response? You want to fight? Let's fight. She Entertainment acts quickly, hiring Vincent to write a track for their finalist, Meow Onion. The official theme for the first round of the finals is grief and horror. For Vincent, who built his entire career in this dark genre, it is a gift from the heavens. But for me, this is entirely uncharted territory. Lily is incredibly worried about my chances, but I act completely unbothered. Trying to find inspiration, Lily even binge-watches horror movies with me. She ends up terrifying herself way more than she thought she would, which naturally leads to a lot of sweet, close moments between us. The very next day, I unveil the finished track. It is finals night, and the whole country is watching. Meow Onion hits the stage first, performing Vincent's heavy lament. The first half paints the raw suffering of a sick patient in brutal, vivid detail. The second half drops into a dense, suffocating instrumental. It is hard to stomach, but the sheer artistry is undeniable. Vincent watches with total, arrogant confidence. Then, my Lily walks out. She wears a crimson bridal gown and a striking phoenix crown, her makeup hauntingly beautiful, but totally drenched in grief. Her eyes are empty. The track title flashes on screen, slow and deliberate. The music drops. The erhu and Pippa weave together, creating a melody full of desolate, bone-deep sorrow. Lily finally opens her mouth, and her operatic vocal style completely stuns the silent arena. Her lyrics paint the chilling picture of a ghost wedding. Not one word says grief, yet every single line drips with it. As the tension builds, a piercing swan horn suddenly cuts right through, pushing the dark atmosphere to a totally shattering peak. A bone-deep chill washes over the crowd, scalps prickling, every single breath held. Lily's unblinking performance blows up online, earning her the title of the most stunning ghost bride anyone has ever seen. In the end, it is an absolute landslide. Lily sweeps the judges 4-0 and gets 88% of the audience vote. Total domination. Vincent is completely crushed. True to his word, he gives up his music godfather crown and puts out a public apology. After the show wraps, I wait for Lily outside. She says Coco already took off, and she forgot her apartment key. We don't even need to say it, we just head straight to a hotel. The air in the room is heavy, charged with a feeling neither of us can name. I step out of the shower and find Lily crying. She just breaks down, says she actually feels unworthy of me. The closer we get, the more terrified she is of losing it all. I gently cup her face in my hands. I tell her I used to feel the exact same way. She is the one who made my heart race for the very first time. Every single piece of this crazy journey was the absolute best thing the universe could have ever planned. My words turn her tears into laughter. We pull each other close. In this moment, we finally understand each other perfectly. Two hearts, nothing held back, pressed together. Whatever the road ahead brings, heavy storms or glory, we will face it side by